इतना ऑन टाइम शायद ही कोई होता है जितना गोटी गेमर है. गोटी गेमर इज बैक in action. VCT Pacific has started already and I am on time. और ये ad क्यों लग रही है? Ad क्यों लग रही है? ब्रेव पे देख रहा हूँ तो पदुस्सम YouTube पे देखूंगा. ओ मेरे लिए टाइम आउट लिया है. 5-0 चल रहा है भाई साहब. Is this one-sided? Is this one-sided, baby?
That ticket confirmed. They will be going to Toronto. But for RRQ, being able to be the first seed into a grand final for the first time.
One-sided match हो रहा है क्या chat? मैं तो अभी चालू किया हूँ.
In that series, it would be absolutely monstrous here for them. But sometimes that pressure, especially when you're going up against a team like Gen G, who has a strong record versus you, that pressure can be very much working against you. We'll see though what the adjustments look like here for RRQ.
On time.
Still are on this defending side. They don't need to scrape together too many rounds to be able to make a go of this. As long as the players come online, because we know what kind of impact Jemkin can have, but right now, it's not really being seen.
Welcome boys. Welcome to another live stream.
Gen G's done a really good job of showing a bunch of different looks, a bunch of different plays off
Silver
of
button
taking
दिखाओ.
early rebel
W
control
ad.
or
IPL
not
suspend हो
ceding
गया.
it over.
आपका ad
You know,
कैसे
do they
आएगा?
regress into that space? How aggressively do they regress into that space? Do they want to just get a
देखो,
kill and
मेरे को
dip out like they did on the
मैच
anti-eco?
देखते
Do they want to
हैं. बाद में बात
control
करते हैं इसके
some
बारे
of
में.
this territory to get Munchkin set up? Now,
क्या सीन हो रहा है chat? बहुत heavy domination हो रहा है.
Munchkin is over here, but you don't know what's going to be on the back side of it. That's what makes it so tricky. He's going to tuck himself into this corner again, but this time he immediately pops the door. He's letting them know. So it's so hard to read.
W vlog. Thank you guys.
Looking for the timing, tries to go out for it, but
Jemkin with the
just too
totty.
snappy. Gets the readjustment. Jemkin now dropped once again here. First casualty of the round. Manya
दोनों को मारेगा.
considering a double face.
Almost.
Munchkin still doing well to come away with a second kill there. Texture bounce, bounding forward, has the haunt reveal, swings in.
Easy round, 6-0.
Any idea of his position, but Gushy similarly able to go ahead, catch Foxy9 off guard, but the Texture's still there on the site, swings in from behind.
2v1 X-Pharaoh Viper गोटी. अरे इसको पता ही नहीं इतना forward है.
Battle recovered, but he is just strafing forward, and Texture a little bit of misalignment there to begin, but eventually gets himself the 3K.
Wow.
2x for the score.
Wow.
Well, this is just a phenomenal round from Munchkin and Texture in particular. I mean, again, Munchkin doing something he hasn't done yet, which is opening that door, and he's just ready for a player to be tucked behind that box. Wins a couple duels. A good reveal from Ash. He pays the price throwing that haunt, gets killed, but that sets up Texture to create that extra flank angle to eliminate Cushy at the front of C main, and then just again aggressively push C Hall.
क्या हो रहा भाई इसको?
I don't know what he said.
I didn't hear it. I was talking.
W vlog bye, thank you.
I should have stopped yapping.
Another classic, perhaps.
All right. Well,
मेरा चश्मा किधर गया?
Played for an early.
Yeah, it's here, baby.
What do you think would be more effective at cheering somebody up? A video of puppies or a video of just Texture freaking out?
Oh, for me, Texture.
I feel like it's close.
He is like a puppy. You're right. It is kind of. I mean, he's so excited about the smallest things.
Yeah.
The video of him spilling coffee on his desk the other day was hilarious.
I need to see that one.
Play button लगाओ पीछे. Yes. Play button दिखाओ. Yes.
He spotted Munchkins.
Good morning, Monish bhai.
Yes. Slow down on the jiggle peeking. Cushy though, swooping forward. So maybe they don't have the read after all.
7-0.
Ooh, doesn't anticipate
Me and
the
my boys are waiting for the main game, chat.
Gets him out on a wider angle.
Aren't we waiting for that one game?
So is able to trade
which
that
is gonna
out.
be after this.
That's your Tejo gone. A lot
Horrendous
of your
game है भाई वो तो.
A lot
भाई
of your retake
must
potential.
win है पेपर एक्स के लिए. अगर पेपर एक्स हार दिए तो पेपर एक्स घर पे जाएगी.
For the round.
बहुत टफ गेम होने वाला है भाई वो. बहुत ही टफ गेम.
A lot of pressure on Ash to set things up. Manya actually just repositioning into the site. Set up here, try to crunch off the back of this Rolling Thunder.
It buys time, but they can't play off the back of it here, so the stuns can be waited out, but there's going to be 20 seconds remaining in the round here for Gen G.
It's just a hair too early from Crazy Guy.
Not spotting anything. Crazy Guy still kind of reading this late lurk.
Time though.
The pivot into B. He's trying to buy this, but takes his eyes away from main. Foxy9 there to capitalize. The spike now going to be planted. Experiment is going to be banking that.
वो मॉली से वो जमा हो जाएगा. नहीं हुआ.
Loses his life.
अबे खुद मर गया भाई एक्सपेरो मॉली करके. 7-0 कल मैंने 7-0 कमबैक किया है.
With Foxy watching the angle, hitting the headshot.
कल मैंने 7-0 कमबैक किया है, तो this is still winnable for RRQ.
Need to be considering that second timeout call.
मुन्या भाई उठ जाओ.
This is rough because Gen G hasn't really had to invest ults. They've just been cruising. Nice reposition there from Monyet. And then the snake bite also missed. Ash didn't take any damage from this snake bite. So that was a little bit off. Everything kind of off kilter for the side of RRQ here.
Nice.
On their defender side of Lotus.
Tense ने पेपर join कर लिया.
Jemkin's ult.
कर ली ना वही बात.
But you're on an eco.
ये ऐसे false information मत spread करो.
Have 11 kills collectively on the side of RRQ. Texture has that for himself. They are just getting out-fragged and out-thought at the moment.
For sure. I mean, they are losing a lot of the 1v1s. And then the follow-ups at times as well. Tuck 2 right behind the rock.
Tense ने actually Pav Esports join किया है. ये है किसी को अब तक पता नहीं है. मैंने तुमको लीक दी है, ठीक है ना?
Behind Rubble.
Jumping out wide, Sheriff in hand.
No util to check this.
Ash is suspecting it though.
अबे इको राउंड है, हार जाओ फटफट 8-0 करो और फिर कमबैक दिखाओ. चलो स्क्रिप्ट है मेरे पास.
On it here for the moment, the sheer wall as well to protect as they push forward in towards a main.
Streamlabs on off करता हूँ रुको.
Crazy guy, fault line here at the ready. It's gonna be another slow going round, and right now Munchkin he's actually in behind Jemkin. Eyes turning back over. He's gonna catch a glimpse. Jemkin still unscouted. Texture bounding around, does fall.
एक मारा क्या बात है.
Khelraay is there for the trade out. Equalizes it.
एक तो मारा भाई, एक भी बहुत होता है.
Help, help, help. That was my texture impression.
30 seconds left.
Yeah. And Foxy's showing that he has a future in the Valorant Carnival as a juggler, perhaps. As he is continuing to hold this angle. Just keep these weapons out of hand. Crazy guy taken down. Swing out. Eventually finds the spray. Cushy gone. And Munchkin saying, yeah, why take a chance? Send the pit. Drops it on the site and guarantees the round here for Gen G. Guarantees this flawless round over round play.
It's been crazy.
One-sided match हो रहा है भाई.
Mostly really good. I mean, the
It's
only
actually
small
getting
mistake
one-sided,
they
bro.
made is Jemkin got into C lobby without anybody noting it. And they lost texture for it. Big deal. You still win the round. They're still going to have a bunch of ults coming into this next one. So well worth using that Viper's pit there. Got a great opportunity to really clamp down on things. Might as well go for it. Karan has the shorty in the back pocket. Switches over.
यार ये कहाँ से on off करने का उसको बोलते क्या है? Loyalty कुछ तो बोलते हैं ना?
For Gen G. Operator now for Jemkin. Big round here for
Cloudbot.
RRQ. Can turn it on its head. He misses the first shot.
Going out a little bit wide there.
कर दिया. Cloudbot off हो गया था automatic. कर दिया on. अभी देखो.
One charge away from having that showstopper, an orb right here in front of him. See if he goes for the tap. And he will. Ult now at the ready. Both flash packs obviously committed. Suppress now going to be connecting as well. Texture just bounding back and gets forced into the open. And this time the shot does connect. Nice little setup there from Cushy with the Armageddon. Pushes out the Razor. They're able to capitalize.
Oh, texture मर चुका है. Oh, this is winnable. Finally. Never mind. Attacking ult आते हुए.
Trying to swoop in off the back side of that one. Is unable to do
ठीक है.
so.
RRQ ये round जीत सकती है. 3v5. Finally first round RRQ का आते हुए. 8-0 से comeback चालू.
Khelraay takes aggressive space. He immediately gets the tap. Looks for the transfer for the third.
2v3 अभी भी.
But what damage is dealt?
2v4 है. नहीं 2v3 है.
2v3 now with Fox. He tucked here at stairs. TP forward. Monyet basically shoulder to shoulder and Foxy.
1v3.
Some damage dealt, but kill not found.
पहला round आते हुए RRQ को
Has
congratulations.
to do it all. Spots the first. Looks for the transfer.
Congratulations.
Will stand tall. 13-0, no more. RRQ will get themselves on.
13-0 बोल रहा है भाई.
This is just a tremendous
ये comeback आने वाला है.
here by Cushy. Great idea.
Amir bhai, thank you so much for the huge 100. OP ad, OP acting by Ganpati Bappa Moria, keep it up and keep entertaining us. Thank you so much, Amir Bhai, for the huge 100. Thank you so much.
To isolate texture.
Thank you so much, Baba.
Put him in a really uncomfortable position, and he walks out into the open of Jemkin's operator. So that round, well thought out,
Double U,
well designed,
Amir
and
Bhai
well
in the chat.
executed.
Ganpati Bappa Moria,
RRQ
Baba.
finally gets the big win. They keep the op, so they can keep their economy.
Double
Okay.
U's.
Yeah, they're still able to get the rifles, a few half armors here and there, but
Ad
all's well
देखनी
that
मेरे
ends well.
Instagram पे
Still
देखो.
that showstopper
Instagram पे
considered.
latest post.
And this time it's going to be Munchkin taken down. Jemkin Finding the first shot, does have this dimensional drift in case things get a little bit dicey. Gate crash is set up in a waterfall here for the moment. Prowler waits it out, eventually clears it. This time Showstopper going to be set towards the back. Traded out. Texture dead before the rocket can connect. Player advantage still going to be here for RRQ.
Majid, bro, bau.
Karan trying to take a cheeky angle.
Swap of the weapons. It's Foxy trying to play it. Unexpected timing, perhaps?
Oh my god, Ash!
Shots and cushion.
Bhai, sab 2v2 la diya 2v4 ko chat.
Tucks back around the corner. The fake out, leading the charge.
Oh,
the real thing, however, finding the kill. Double face coming in.
RRQ
now finding their second round win.
All right, starting to get it together.
Lovely vlog, very well. Love you. Enjoy your vlog. Love you.
Ultimates there with Jemkin.
अभी टाइम आउट आएगा जेनजी का. बोल रहे हैं माँ कसम अचानक ये शेमड़ी की स्ट्रीम चालू होते साथ हम हारने कैसे लगता है? What in the world is this happening?
That opening pick from Jemkin, very important that he's going to find those. So many of these rounds are coming down to which duelist can break things open first. That is disgusting from Ash.
Crazy mara, Ash.
Jemkin here, just leading the charge around the corner. Ash knows they're coming, but not much he can do there. Two players coming through.
Now
a little bit of confidence and Odin for Monyet. Let's see what RRQ can get done. Looks like just the two controllers for Gen G going to contest Rubble. And that's going to be a TP forward by Karan. Dodge some of those bullets. None of them connecting.
Paranoia at the ready.
Knows he's in there.
Maybe he's thinking about a smoke now.
दो जन नहीं पे. ओ ये डोर क्रंच को देखो सैंडविच कर रहे हैं बीमेन से. अरे रे, उनका ही सैंडविच हो गया.
It's another great start to a round here from RRQ. Op shot not going to connect this time around. Foxy is able to go ahead and scale forward a bit. This flash not quite connecting. The shorty almost takes him down, but does not confirm the kill. Foxy with a sliver does manage to hold on.
How was that not a kill? भाई बेचारा है भाई जेमकिन कितना.
But still does manage to go ahead and stay alive.
जेमकिन कितना बेचारा है.
Munchkin collects the operator. He's going to go ahead and look to peek in at Waterfall. Holds the angle.
Oh my god,
timing. As the stun goes in, Ash.
भाई कैसे हार रहे ये लोग यार. मैं आते साथ लगातार 3 राउंड जीत गई भाई ये लोग.
Kitchen sink may as well be chucked in. He just wants him to peek the angle. Eventually is able to get him to do so. As Ash looks to try to clutch this one out.
Did he
defuse? I don't think he has. It's just being held. Monyet, he's got the one way to try to pay off of an Ash. Cannot realign the spray. Damn narrow margins, but RRQ.
Shit.
Clinch out another round win. Now 3 consecutive.
भाई क्या काम है भाई मोनिये. काम है भाई.
4 and 8.5.
Well, this time RRQ has a good plan for that Gen G player that's trying to tuck in outside a door. Got a couple players stacked towards the destructible door at A-Link themselves. And Munchkin there, 2 huge kills to nullify the pit, but switches over to the op and isn't sure if someone's tucked into the cubby on his right-hand side. It's kind of caught, switching back and forth. A nice attempt again. I mean, Ash has hit some snappy shots on C site.
Yeah.
But
he's only got 7 kills, but pretty much all of them have just been nice little one-taps.
Yeah.
Stun in.
Oh, he's cooked, bro.
And that is Texture got cooked. Great little trap play off the rip here from the side of RRQ. Nice jump peek. See Munchkin and Cushy's going to slowly drift away and say, no, I'm not going to go for that again.
Foxy, good last time at predicting Jemkin's angle. Was able to jiggle it well enough. Doesn't seem he wants to push any further forward. Doesn't want to push his luck just yet. Maybe waiting for a little bit more space to be taken at C.
Thank you, Paige, for the responsor.
Holding the line at C for now, although Cushy starting to make his way over.
Thank you.
Pretty nicely for Gen G. They're able to bait the drone out. Just a little bit of pressure, but that shot from Jemkin.
It's the tap of the door from Gen G. In response to the stealth drone coming out that gives Jemkin the angle. Foxy unable to clear it previously. Munchkin's shot going wide. 3 players now left standing. Just Karan with an ultimate. Ash dead means that you don't have that Nightfall. As Flash going to be sent, Jemkin does go ahead. Eats the lion's share of it, but he's got the quick exit from the gate crack. Karan now going to be TPing into the back of A site, but Monyet is still holding A lobby. With this rumble control. Push out, snaps down, Munchkin dead. And now Foxy9 needs to try to work his way over here, but the op is further reinforced the position. An ace clutch for Karan to get a 9 and 3 half.
Winnable to hai. Mere ta nikal
back as much as they possibly could.
Good luck. This ain't gonna be easy.
Certainly not. Tucked in behind the tree, but no one on the approach from that angle. Every single player from RRQ is here in the site. Peeks, looks for the first one. The off scaling forward, finds the tap onto one. Gets a shot into the shoulder of...
तो भाइयों अपनी जो ऐड है जो पिन मैसेज में है वो आज आईपीएल में दिखने वाली थी, लेकिन मैंने ऐड की और आईपीएल आज सस्पेंड हो गया है। इट इज सैड, बट जो भी डिसीजन है वो ऑब्वियसली अपने सेफ्टी के लिए, तो कुछ बुरी बात नहीं है। जो भी हुआ है वो अपने लोगों के सेफ्टी के लिए हुआ है, तो ये बात सही है। जो भी है सेफ्टी कम्स फर्स्ट। आई होप सब लोग सेफ रहे। आई होप सब लोग सेफ है जो भी बॉर्डर के आसपास रहते हैं। बस भाई मैं ऑफिस में लंच करते टाइम वैलो की स्ट्रीम्स देखता हूँ। बुढ़े पूछते हैं ये क्या है, अब उनको वैलो कैसे एक्सप्लेन करूँ, आप बताओ। बस गन उठा रहे और मार रहे एक दूसरे को। हाँ नहीं, अभी मत बताओ ऐसा सब, अभी कुछ और एक्सपेक्ट करेंगे। बहुत तू और का नाही जॉईन करत ॲज अ सीसी बिकॉज तू खूप एंटरटेनिंग आहेस। आय मीन तू इंडिपेंडेंटली खूप जबरदस्त करतोय, बट यू नो व्हॉट आय मीन, देर आर मेनी प्रोज अँड कॉन्स ऑफ जॉइनिंग एन ऑर्ग। तुझं काय मत आहे? मैंने बहुत बार बोला है अमीर भाई स्ट्रीम पे कि मेरे को मेरा विजन जैसा है, मेरे को सोलो ही करने का है। अगर इतना मैं कर पाया हूँ तो मेरे को अपना सोलो पोटेंशियल मैक्स आउट करने का है बिफोर जॉइनिंग एनी ऑर्ग। आई फील जितना मैं सोलो पहले कर सकता हूँ, आई फील मेरे को उतना पहले कर लेना है। एंड देन कोई और ज्वाइन करना है। आई डोंट वांट कि कोई और ज्वाइन करके वो ऑडियंस अपने साथ जुड़ के फिर उनका एक प्रेशर मेरे पे बने। आई वॉन्ट मेरी धीरे धीरे ही ऑडियंस बने, लेकिन जितनी भी जुड़ रहे हैं उनको मैं अपना 100% दे पाऊँ। And I learned with this process. That's my POV, I feel.
To join in here on this A site. RRQ know that for the moment is secure. They're trying to clear Cushy, taking some forward space, ends up getting taken.
Thank you so much for the huge 200, bhai.
He's able to trade one back there.
Thank you so much, Amir bhai, for the huge 200. भाई सब 3 किल ले लिया टेक्सचर ने पाट-पुट करके।
Spike never planted. Gen G 2 for 2.
I don't know if that's a W mentality or no, chat. Obviously ये mentality के भी pros and cons है कि मैं बहुत slowly grow करूँगा, मैं maybe कम earn करूँगा, but अभी फिलहाल जो चल रहा है वो बहुत crazy already अच्छा चल रहा है भाई।
Jemkin there. Oh, that second was nasty right out of the air to get Khelraay. Texture back to what we saw in the first half of this map. Crisp, clean, has to be all classics for RRQ. Not able to get that plant down, not able to get a little extra cash. Maybe buy a sheriff or two or something, but Munchkin gonna have that judge holding right around the B door. And instead RRQ is gonna be dodging a lot of this, but a little bit of contact off of a prowler prompts Khelraay to get his flash. Oh, he took a bunch of damage.
Yeah, down to 72, I think. The rest of it's okay. He's now going to be sent. Gen G just throwing some delay util. There's Texture peeking out from stairs, able to find one Ash crossfire set up from the baby door.
भाई मेरे को नहीं लगता RRQ ये कर पाएगी कमबैक। ये जीजी है। बट उन लोगों ने 8-4 लाया, वही बड़ी बात है क्या? Not gonna lie. I'm from Jammu and now
Finds
things
it.
are under
It's gonna be
control and
another
things are
3K
quiet from
back-to-back
midnight. A lot of
texture.
things have happened yesterday
So
at night,
one charge away
but
from a
Indian Air Force
showstopper
destroyed
as we
everything
go
and no
into
damage to
Gen G's
civilians.
bonus here in the
W's
second half.
in the
It's now
chat!
18-7-1.
Jai Hind!
Extremely concerning for RRQ because, believe it or not, defender side
भाई
is
मजाक से हट
actually
गया भाई, insane
one of the better
respect है
sides
भाई.
of this map for Gen G. Like,
भाई मैं
they
यहाँ पे
generally
रह के
go
मेरे को
positive.
इतना डर लग रहा था, मालूम
At worst,
ट्विटर
they're
स्क्रॉल
going
करके
even on their
वगैरह.
defender side in a lot
माँ
of their
कसम,
matches. Even in, like, in the
जो लोग
loss,
जम्मू में है,
the last loss they had,
उन लोग ने तो
which
क्या
was
सफर
against
किया रहेगा,
T1 in the lower
कितना डर
finals,
उनको लगा रहेगा, लेकिन
last
फिर भी
stage, like,
वो लोग
excuse me,
सो पाए रात
last
में.
stage.
And that's all
Like,
because of our Indian army भाई.
They went 6-6 on their defender side. So, like, this is really painful for RRQ. This is a really stalwart Gen G team. Yep.
Wall falls. So too does Jemkin, cut in half by the judge. It's Khelraay looking for the
Ooh!
shot. Snaps in for
Short
it.
texture,
Sheer wall
short.
raised, spike on the opposite side of it, and a snake bite there to defend. RRQ is going to have to save the two weapons that they still have in hand. You would suspect. Burrow strafing forward, does manage to come away with a kill. Picks one off, but
4v3, 4v2.
Gen G are going to be
उनके
too
बाय
bothered
राउंड
by
में.
it
Oh
whatsoever.
hell nah, this is a one-sided affair.
See if they try to still make a go of this.
It's definitely not going to be easy.
Weapon upgrade there available for Crazy Guy, but doesn't want to make
Hello,
the
Peach
noise.
Bhai.
Yep.
Khelraay seems to be reading it
Ui.
perfectly, but doesn't get the shot perfectly. Wide swings out, Crazy Guy able to find that kill, but 25 seconds. Unless they
Hello
want to start
Titan Gaming.
sprinting into
Second
beat,
map
this
who?
round is already
Second map
over.
RRQ का है
Yep.
और आइस बॉक्स है.
Not much else to do.
अरे एक्चुअली स्ट्रीम लेट इसलिए शुरू हुई
Just hold
क्योंकि
the
है ना
angles at this
मैं
point for
मेरे
both
रूम
teams.
में ये लगा रहे नॉइस कैंसिलेशन
again,
वाली
you know,
विंडोज लगा रहे, तो
Gen G
उसका
just
माप लेने के लिए
so
अंकल
aggressive.
लिजिट
Gets
वही
right up
टाइम पे आए
behind that
जिस
toxic
टाइम
screen
मैं गो लाइव वाला
initially
बटन दबाने वाला
with
था,
a judge.
इसलिए लेट हो
And
गया.
punishes Jemkin. It's just trying to gain a little bit of space. Ash? Ooh, close. Saw him, but Crazy Guy, I don't think going to give him the opportunity. That should be on to the next round, and it's another bonus conversion for Gen G. I mean, they are just monstrous here on this map. They have been really, really good so far.
अंकुश आई डोंट थिंक सो ऐसी चीजें अपने को बात करनी चाहिए या चीजें बतानी चाहिए.
This has been their map. RRQ, some ideas there on that
बस
defender
मैंने
side.
पर्सनली देखा ट्विटर पे बहुत सारे
probably too
जो
little too late
क्लोज चीजें डिस्कस कर रहे हैं ना, उनके भी ट्वीट्स डिलीट हो रहे हैं
Dimensional drift,
ऑटोमेटिकली
the
और
only
ये सारी
real thing to
चीजें हो
speak
रही है.
of here.
तो
As Gen G just sending out a seized aid combination, showstopper in hand here, protector swooping forward, getting caught off guard. Crazy Guy finds two, Jemkin finds another, and suddenly Gen G are on the back foot in a major way. 2 players versus 5, weapons upgraded. RRQ looking right as rain. What just happened?
I don't know.
फोन पे चेक बंदे है क्या? एक सेकंड.
Walks into the site, gets taken down. I think it's Munchkin here. No reason to try to do much else. Maybe you want to get those orbs. That's about all you really can do at this point. This round is door shut. Move on to the next. And that was strange. I mean, Texture never even pulled the showstopper. I mean, I get it. Some of them were on an eco, but they carried some guns over. I think it's worth going showstopper there. I mean, just end the map. Do some emotional damage to this RRQ squad. Get into Icebox as fast as possible. Instead,
This is a replay round. This is a round that we need to see the replay. Is what I mean to say.
yeah, I agree.
Not like a replay round where to replay the round. We're not in the yet. We're going to keep moving forward here. But what happened is my question.
Bunch of Tejo util, breach util, yeah.
Just clean shots off that. I mean, just TP in from behind from Jemkin.
क्या हुआ?
Just counteracts the attempted crunch play here from Gen G.
Yeah, it's really well set up.
भाई
Trap the
साहब
player in the
अमेय
corner, hits
भाई
some
ने
good classic shots.
गूगल
Oh
पे
well,
पे
says Gen G.
500 रुपए भेजे हैं डबल यूज इन
Plus we have a
दी
showstopper.
चैट
Still
for
Jemkin
अमेय
though with his
भाई.
ult. Let's see what they can do
Sheesh!
off the back of that. He's gonna let loose with his TP over
माँ
towards the B
कसम. अरे
side.
वो वाला एप्लीकेशन
Bit of
बनता तो
spam
इसलिए
early.
ऑन स्क्रीन नहीं आया. मे बी थोड़ी देर में
No
ऑन
pressure
स्क्रीन आ जाएगा वो.
from the side of RRQ towards Rubble. Here we go.
डबल
Dimensional drift in
यूज
play.
भाई
Actually,
साहब
TP's
अमेय भाई
right
लव
off the
यू
rip
यार.
with it.
अबे
Goes
भाई
out
लेकिन
another
उसमें
one.
लिखा क्या था वो नहीं पढ़ पाया
Go
मैं.
see what's going on over towards C.
आप अगर लिख सकते हो तो जरूर
Set up the
बताना.
team. for
Thank you
a
so
big
much
hit.
मेरे भाई. Thank you so much.
Oh my God!
Oh, just-
Never checked behind.
Yep. Goes for the exit, and Fox United able to immediately put him down. Similar scenes here for Monette. Khelraay just
क्या हो
up
रहा है?
and over the top.
Picture
There's
alt
the
good.
back forward, the double check.
भाई उसने देखा
And the
कैसे
two guys do
उसको?
not look at explosions. Texture just faces away and immediately knows that he's got expired dead to rights.
वो सब नहीं देखता उदय भाई मैं.
Nothing left to do but try to save. It's RRQ.
It's a tough spot to be in, and the orb pickup has just kind of given away the position a little bit more.
I mean, you're stuck. Stuck here on Mound. Texture's just holding with an op over towards your spawn.
And if they decide to fight for this space,
12-5 भाई ये लोग
Gen G
सेव कर
will.
रहे हैं.
30 seconds left.
Gotta be a bit careful here, Texture, though. Don't want to drop this operator.
2 ही जन बचे हैं भाई. 5 जनों के सामने क्या ही करेंगे?
It does not have the money for another one, and whips the shot. Slides back. It's a follow-up shot. Okay, crazy guy with a nice
Scripted.
headshot.
This is scripted, bro.
Sprinting in
Where's
for
the
a plan. I
script?
think it's just
This
sprint
is
to get him
scripted.
behind
क्या ये
Rumble
पहुंच
here.
पाएगा? पहुंच तो पाएगा ये.
Surely.
Bro, nah, he's taking the long route. He took the long route. Why?
Cushy looking for a flank. Well,
He
the
could have
timer's just been
planted.
away,
Bhai.
so can maybe get some plant money, but Khelraay is just going to say no. Denies that away. Op is scooped up by Munchkin, so they're able to go ahead and keep their hands on that.
What in the world
12
was
to 5.
this?
Map point now here in hand for Gen G.
Smooth sailing.
Texture ने क्या किया वो
Cover the
दिखाओ.
op, it looks like. So, all's well that ends well for Gen G there. Nice little up and over for Karan. Yeah,
Texture
Texture.
के ऑफ शॉट्स दिखाओ.
Great with the
उसके लिए Texture का
showstopper. Not
reaction
so good with
दिखाएंगे.
the operator, but that's okay. Just all over the map for Gen G, being so
अबे
proactive.
यार रिएक्शन नहीं दिखाया Texture का.
Punishing RRQ, and RRQ's going to pull their last time out. Again, this is more about mental stability than anything. I mean,
मतलब
look, this
म्हणजे
team could go
आधी
on a run.
सोलो
I
राडा
don't
आणि
doubt it.
मग ऑल सोबत स्ट्रीमिंग
But you
इंडस्ट्री
wanna
मध्ये तोडफोड डब्ल्यू
Make sure that they're not
लेट्स
getting
गो
too
मी
down on
अबाउट
themselves. Get a couple wins
लेट
here.
अस गो.
Go into Icebox, feeling
Thank you
better.
so much for the huge 500 अमिया भाई. Chumi.
Just a quick little pump of the brakes. Make sure.
Conjuring
all is
नहीं
going to be
पसंद.
well here.
या हॉरर मूवीज नॉट योर टाइप.
Or this
एक्चुअली मैं
map
हॉरर
comes to a
मूवीज
conclusion.
नहीं देखता क्योंकि मेरे को वो हॉरर
Or
मूवीज
they're up
हॉरर
back
लगती
7 in a
नहीं.
row. Strange
तो इसलिए
things
मैं
have
हॉरर
have
मूवीज
occurred.
अवॉइड
Yeah, I
करता
mean,
हूँ.
look, Gen G ran 8 in a row, so
So,
Are you related to the streamer
do it.
हर्ष बना रहा है? या
I suspect that it's going to be.
I look up
former,
to him
though.
a lot. Thank you for the potty tank missile.
Fans looking to spur them onward here to Toronto and beyond.
absolutely. I mean, nobody wants to go up against this Gen G team. They're so
हर्ष भाई आज
good.
टीवी पे आओगे ना भाई.
They're on point, especially like
पता नहीं
obviously
अभी
you know the
क्या
fragging
सीन
power
है.
of this team, but
मैंने तो उनको पूछा नहीं
as they've been progressing this
क्योंकि
year with these new
आईपीएल तो अभी
players,
सस्पेंड हो चुकी है तो
the
आई डाउट.
coordination, the reads have been looking better and better and better. Munchkin is finding his groove again. I mean, it just could be that when spring rolls around, that's when Munchkin wakes up out of his hibernation.
Spring rolls.
Spring rolls. Oh, that does sound really good right now.
Yep. Well, Texture this time. Able to hit the shot.
He dodged that
Spots out multiple.
flash.
Cannot get away with the blast back at the same time. Jemkin
He
over
dodged that
Side
flash.
Rubble here. Finds the headshot on to Ash. Khelraay on the hunt, but whips the opening shots. And looks like both players widely going to be going their separate ways. C-Site still targeted here for the side of RRQ for the moment as Munchkin still creeping in behind the boxes unread.
Oh hell nah.
Absolutely unexpected.
GG. 13-5.
And absolutely unpunished. 2 kills found, 2 players remaining for the side of RRQ. Cushy and Monette refacing back in, a bit of damage suffered here. He looks for more, presses forward, dodges the stun, finds the third, and will be taken down. Seems like 3K is all that anyone's going to get on the side of Gen G for this map.
अंश एक्सक्लेमेशन मेंबरशिप डाल लिंक आ
Double
जाएगा.
stack here at B main. Monette asked to clutch
30
this out.
seconds left.
ये नहीं निकल सकता मोनिए बाय राउंड प्लीज.
Be moving over towards B here pretty quick.
On to the next.
They're just going to stack together is the big question. Yep. Go. Nope.
And there you go.
GG's.
This will just hound him down 13-5, a dominant showing from Gen
अभिषेक
G
लिंक
on
नहीं आया
their
हुए मेंबरशिप डाल के.
map of Lotus.
एक्सक्लेमेशन जॉइन डाल फिर आ जाएगा लिंक
Swiftly
शायद से.
dispatching RRQ and taking that first step.
अगला मैप है आईसी बॉक्सी. ये क्या वन साइडेड मैच हुआ है? व्हाट इज आरआरक्यू? भाई आरआरक्यू ने डीआरएक्स को हराया चैट. आरआरक्यू ने डीआरएक्स को हराया. दे आर नॉट सपोज्ड टू लूज लाइक दिस वन साइडेड. दे आरंट सपोज्ड टू लूज लाइक दिस. अच्छा मुझे ये बताओ फिर कि व्हाट डू यू गाइस थिंक इज गोइंग टू हैपन बिटवीन PRX वर्सेस DRX? बताओ, who's gonna win between PRX and DRX? DRX win, PRX win. PRX 2-1, PRX for sure. PRX gonna lose. भाई मेरे को भी डीप इनसाइड से मेरे को जो फीलिंग आ रही है, मेरे को लग रहा है DRX जीत रहा है आज. मजाक से हट के बता रहा हूं, मजाक से. आई सपोर्ट PRX बट डीप इनसाइड ब्रो, जस्ट वेटिंग टू सी यू ऑन टीवी. आई डोंट थिंक सो भाई वो पॉसिबल रहेगा भाई आज. पता नहीं. इवन आई वाज एक्साइटेड बट इट इज व्हाट इट इज एंड इट्स टोटली फाइन. तो सही डिसीजन है भाई. कल सोचो ना, कल वहाँ पे वो स्टेडियम में मिसाइल्स का आवाज़ वगैरह आ रहा था, वहाँ पे आसपास लफड़ा चालू हो गया था. तो नसीब फटफट इवैक्यूएट कर पाए किए और कुछ हुआ नहीं. बट देन सोचो ना, अगर अगला और कोई IPL मैच होता है और उसमें वैसा कुछ होता है तो फिर वही करना पड़ेगा. और इतने लोग आते हैं भाई, इतने लोग, एंड उतने लोगों में पैनिक होना, तो वो स्टैम्पेड के चांसेस बहुत हो सकते हैं. तो उससे अच्छा सही डिसीजन है भाई जो भी है. विष्णु भाई पिन मैसेज देखिए, व्लॉग देखिए आज का, सब पता चल जाएगा. ऑल राइट. रेना पगलू ओले, ठीक है. इसमें तेरा PC क्यों दिख रहा है? What in the world is happening here, bro? हाँ, अच्छा तुम लोग को आवाज आ रहा है क्या इसका? ब्रो, ओ माई गॉड, नो वे. अबे पागल है क्या? अबे पागल, अरे ये अपने ब्रांड का नहीं है, ये तो ऑप्स है. अबे गलत लेफ्ट हाउस में लगा दिया भाई, गलत दुकान में लगा के आ गया. शिट. अरे चमन झिंगा YT चैनल. Oh hell nah bro. वाओ. ओ भाई इसने देखो घर बांध दिया इतना बड़ा. सिंग 429. ओ भाई ये क्या मस्त पेड़ बांधे देखो. hell nah. ब्रो ये क्लॉक बहुत एस्थेटिकली लग रहा है, लेकिन मुझे समझ रहा है नहीं इसमें कितने बजे है. भाई इतना बड़ा यार. ये कैबिनेट्स आजकल के इतने बड़े कैसे हो गए चैट? हाँ एक्चुअली आजकल कैबिनेट यही सोच के बना रहे हैं कि बच्चे लोग को पसंद है उसमें एक्शन फिगर्स रखना, इसलिए. अपने चेटअप्स, ओ माय गॉड, अपने चेटअप्स डालो दोस्तों फटाफट एक्सक्लेमेशन डिस्कॉर्ड पे. वाओ obnoxious ब्रो टैंगजू के वैनर IEM मंगवाया है, ठीक किया? वो तो आने के बाद तू बता हमको कि ठीक किया कि नहीं भाई, अभी मंगवा लिया है तो. अरे गोट 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 गोट. भाई तुम लोग ने एक वीडियो देखा है जिसमें एक बैल ऐसा भागते रहता है और वो स्कूटी के ऊपर चढ़ जाता है और वो स्कूटी चालू हो जाती है? किसी ने देखा है वो वाला वीडियो? भाई साहब क्या डेंजर वीडियो है भाई. फुल राइडर भाई, क्या डेंजर वीडियो है वो. स्किल कितने बजे है भाई? इतना बड़ा. ब्रो भाई तू इंटीग्रेशन सॉल्व कर रहा है मेरे को देख के। मैंने इंटीग्रेशन स्किप किया था, भाई, क्योंकि मेरे दिमाग में कुछ नहीं जा रहा था। लाइक किया क्या? लाइक कर दे यार। ठीक है पढ़ाई कर रहा है मैं समझ गया, लेकिन लाइक कर दे प्लीज। हर्ष भाई एक लाइफ एडवाइस चाहिए। लाइक मेरी मम्मी मुझे बहुत परेशानी में डाल देती है और हमेशा ताने मारते रहती है। लाइक कि मैंने 2.5 या 3 घंटे की पढ़ाई के बाद बस 5 मिनट को बेड पर लेटा हूँ और वो चिल्लाने लगी। तो उनको पूछ उनको क्या चाहिए। उनको पूछ कि अगर तू 2-3 घंटा भी पढ़ रहा है, तेरा इतना इतना पढ़ाई हो चुका है, तो उनसे बात कर भाई उस बारे में। समझ रहा है? तू भी रिटर्न चिढ़ेगा तो प्रॉब्लम और गलत हो जाएगी। उससे अच्छा उनसे बात कर, उनको पूछ कि क्या हुआ। जबकि मैंने इतना देर पढ़ाई किया है अगर, तो प्रॉब्लम कहाँ है, मैं कहाँ गलत कर रहा हूँ बताइए। हाँ कसम 2 दिन का खाना एक साथ दे दी क्या मम्मी? मम्मी अबे कितनी चपातियां दी है देखो मेरे को। अरे मम्मी को बोलो स्ट्रीम पे कम खाना दिया कर, इधर उल्टा सुन लिए ली। अरे बंटा है। सही में 2 दिन का खाना दे दी भाई। लेट्स ईट फूड। लल्लन ओ लल्लन, ओ लल्लन। हाइड्रा भाई ने ट्वीट डाला है कि किसी हगासे ने मेरे सोसाइटी के बाहर सुतली बॉम्ब फोड़ा। हाइड्रा भाई गुजरात में रहते हैं भाई। मजाक से हट के बोल रहा हूँ, अगर मेरे एरिया में किसी ने फोड़ा ना भाई, वो बंदा जिंदा नहीं बचेगा। उसको जो रपाटे देंगे ना भाई। मेरे को कैप नहीं लग रहा है, ये तुम लोग को कैप लग रहा है भाई। बहुत क्लीनेश वर्ड सेटअप है। अबे हाँ भाई लो क्वालिटी तो है। इसके डेस्कटॉप पे क्या क्या है देखते हैं। सिनेबेंच है। मेरे को नहीं लगता भाई कि कोई डेस्कटॉप पे सिनेबेंच रखेगा। इसके डेस्कटॉप पे वैलोरेंट भी नहीं है। ये कौन सा गेम है चैट? NEXT का कुछ तो है ये ना। दिस इज अ कैप। इसने फोर्टनाइट रखा है और ओवरक्लॉकिंग वाले बहुत सारे एप्लीकेशंस रखे हैं भाई ना। दिस इज अ कैप, दिस इज अ कैप, दिस इज अ कैप। भाई ये ऐसे कर्सर रखने वालों से है ना मैं 2 हाथ दूर रहता हूं। मजाक से हटके। 1 सेकेंड, ये वही है जो इंटीग्रेशन सॉल्व कर रहा है? हेल ना ब्रो। दुम दर दम दम दुम दुम दा दर दुम दर दुम दुम दम दम दा दर दुम दर दुम दर दुम दुम ता दर पुंग पुंग। भाई साहब क्या सिनेमैटिक शॉट है तेरा। भाई साहब। मदर इंडिया, इज दिस फूड फॉर 2 days? किती चपाती अगं?
2 आणि एक छोटी दाम.
काय मी नाही एवढं खाणार हा.
बरं तुला पाहिजे तेवढं.
हम्म,
हा?
हम्म. कौन मैच स्टार्ट लिखा भाई? Is this a smashed pizza? अबे ये भात है, ये राइस है। अच्छा मैं गॉगल में देख रहा हूँ इसलिए ना। क्रेजी अच्छा पुलाव है। हाउ टू एक्टिवेट वॉइस मेल इन इंडिया? नथिंग। व्हाट इन द वर्ल्ड ही इज ट्राइंग टू सर्च चैट। टेंस का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हो गया सेन के साथ, अब उसकी जगह आप लो। मैं किसी की जगह नहीं लेता। तुझे तेरे घर वाले उसमें जहर डाल के दे देंगे अगर तू बिना हेडफोन के मेरी स्ट्रीम देखेगा। घर वालों इसको पढ़ाई करने बोलो जी प्लीज। एंड हैप्पी ईटिंग फूड, एंजॉय योर मील, लव यू ऑल।
Started half, but couldn't quite find their comfort nor their footing.
W's.
Let's see what happens now as we jump into this one. Should be a lot more comfortable territory for RRQ.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, you know, the desk was talking about it a bit, and we were talking about it. Jemkin's so important on this map, but I need to see the likes of Monyet and others really getting into gear here. You know, you got to pick it up behind this duelist. Because Genji, they're not going to give you great opportunities in those situations. Texer took a bunch of damage off the rip there. Still going to push forward. And look at this, they're expecting this. RRQ's kind of ready.
Fielding.
This incredibly well. He should be dead to rights. And he will be. Does still get a good amount of damage across.
Jemkin को 1 HP किया.
Easy trade back on towards Jemkin. But for now, RRQ in with the player advantage. As 0 point is going to be spotting out Khelraay. And RRQ will start shifting their way back across towards this A site where it's only Munchkin to try to hold the line.
IPL तो सस्पेंड हो गई या बैड नहीं आएगी मुझे नहीं पता यार अभी कुछ।
From Genji
मैंने पूछा ही नहीं उनको, मैं खुद थोड़ा
RRQ being really diligent on this pistol round. Want to make sure that they get this one over the line, but Munchkin on the timing.
Peeks out, up and over the top. Xfero able to go ahead and find himself a second elimination now. Putting that Sheriff to damn good use. Site opened up, 3-player rotation needed here from the side of Genji. So they will start pivoting across.
30 seconds left.
3v5 going to be a tough retake.
To say the least. Got a little bit of util here and there, but not
Winnable
much. Just really Ash.
Winnable तो है.
Gonna have some available. As the stun, salvos will come online. Jemkin really weak.
Staying planted here in this forward position.
भाई जेमकिन एक मार दिया ना तो मेरा हो गया. भाई वो
Down
मारा.
because Jemkin is looking up. Push forward, Foxy9 now ready for it. Jemkin still able to come away with one. Karan turns back, finds Monyet, but cannot get the previously tagged up Jet.
Jemkin
So
दो मारा.
Casualty, RRQ. They will find their first pistol of
जेमकिन
this
दो
set.
मारा.
Go ahead and take the opening round here on Icebox.
Yes, it's a tremendous effort here by RRQ. Some good reads early, expecting aggression somewhere on the map.
किस्मत बहुत खराब है.
And find their man. Take Texture down. And then Munchkin there trying to find that timing where he can sneak in, get a freebie and get out, but they've got a player up on belts already, and I think maybe more players than Munchkin's expecting in that scenario. He pays the price. The heavy stack after losing Texture was still on B for Genji, so they weren't anticipating a re-rotate, especially with the 0 point being invested from RRQ. So good change of ideas, good change of util, Jemkin. Ooh. Tries to play for it, but salvos are out trying to box Khelraay in to see if they can grab this orb. Scale a little bit further forward. Khelraay does have that Sheriff, though.
Going forward. Push up, flash is going out, and that's going to be Foxy Ash taken down. On finding one. And it looks like RRQ suffering the one loss, saying, okay, we don't really want to play around this anymore. Let's back away. Or at least fake back for a moment. See where they do end up.
Like where they've got Xfero watching for these rotations.
Munchkin just one tap away from being taken down, 26 HP on him. Knows that they've given up any eyes on Tube, so he's concerned about a potential push from Kitchen, but in the end, fight's not really going to matter too much as Texture just swinging out is able to find a timing kill, but does just leave 2 remaining players now as Munchkin somehow does not get hit by that stun. It's a tiny bit of damage across, but cannot find any more eliminations. Karen will come away with a second.
चलो 2-0 अभी मैच चालू होता है. अभी मैच चालू होता है दोनों के full buy rounds.
And they're still going to keep 2 Vandals, so that's not the end of the world at all. again, kind of showing us similar
दो जन
ideas.
buy नहीं कर
Put
सकते
some
शायद
pressure onto
RRQ
B.
में.
They get too much resistance. They swing back to the other side of the map, and this time
Yeah,
the
maybe
trap
वो लोग
from
यही
Gen G
खेलेंगे,
is a
bonus
little
ही
bit further
करेंगे.
back with Texture. He just pops around the corner with that classic, goes for the right click. Karan gets a couple big kills with the Sheriff, so the investment, well worth it, I think, for Gen G. It is going to be an outlaw for Jemkin, seeing that money, and there are 3 players who are going to get one-tapped by it. So this could be a little bit tricky for Gen G.
So going to push forward. Just around the corner here is Texture, and oh, it's instantaneous with that headshot. And it's just on it today.
That is brutal.
With the Phantom as well. Crazy guy, go ahead, bait some of this util out from Foxy9.
I like the way they're playing the map, though. On this attacker side, they're being really tricky to read. They're throwing you a lot of different looks, and this time they're going to use the Tejo utility. They're not baiting any rotations. Gen G already wising up to this game.
Oh!
Hello?
How did he spot him?
Had he spotted him? I tagged him previously?
Not sure.
Is Texture cheating? Do we need to investigate his PC? What is going on? We'll have to see that one back in the replay.
I think, like you said, he's just on one.
Either way, Outlaw once again changing hands, finding no value. 0 point confirmed that no one was forward here at B, but Foxy still holding deep line from
30
Snowman.
seconds left.
Just keeping eyes trained on this Viper wall. Time bounce out
Bro,
into the
what
corner.
is that lineup?
Karan is
Spike
just
down A.
able to
नियो
hold that.
भाई दोस्तों
It's a kill
ऐसे
force,
नियो भाई ने
connect.
जैसे अभी एक
Texture
चैट
finds
डाली है ना
himself third.
वैसे
Foxy
न्यूज़
finds
पे ना
the lurk.
भरोसा
Gen
मत
G
करिए
will flawlessly pick up the
पहले वो न्यूज़ को कंफर्म करिए
I mean, that's really clean.
कि कोई ऐसी न्यूज़
Texture
कंफर्म है
again,
क्या
just so
न्यूज़
fearsome
पे
on the front lines,
ट्विटर पे
has full
कहीं पे
armor,
भी चेक करिए
just in case.
कोई
With
ऑफिशियल
that
ने वो
outlaw,
डाली
but
है
it
क्या
never is able to
एंड फिर
find
ही उस पे
him.
भरोसा करिए ठीक
Seems
है
like he just had a sneaking suspicion.
Had an idea.
Remaining.
Just doing your homework there. Obviously, this map, you got a little bit.
कुछ तो बोला अच्छा बोला जो भी
Just
बोला
knew. You just knew. Again, that's preparation, though. Kind of understanding the tendencies of your opponent. Tejo utility. Still, though, Texture able to grab the ult.
Yeah, had to re-tap it as well, but there's just no player in position to try to find a punish on him. Munchkin at the same time is quite a bit of damage, down to 40 there. Dimensional drift now at the ready for Texture. Looks like RRQ, though, going to slowly drift away. Crazy guy maybe just trying to keep some interest on this site by sending out the stealth drone while everybody else goes on a bit of a mission to cross over towards mid. But at the same time, stealth drone moving forward into the garage. Looks at the ping, spots nothing. Gets the, other than the suppress, I should say, onto Money yet.
Yeah, so both teams there trying to figure out what's going on. Drone for drone. Again, Crazy guy happy to try to sell these fakes. But this time he's actually calling the forces back. Just hasn't met anybody on the other side of this wall, so he says, well, let's try and make a go of it. But
Oh, nice side.
That's the strong side.
चार जन रिवील हो जाएंगे भाई पूरा रोटेशन आ जाएगा
Spot out 4 players here. Flash is now being sent to just try to go ahead and slow up the
Bro,
approach.
25 seconds
well,
है.
connecting onto
No
a
way
bunch of
RRQ
players
wins
inside
this.
of RRQ. Sure, trying to flash himself out onto the angle.
Ah!
Finds the rope,
No
gets across.
way they won that round.
Immediately plants his feet to
Oh,
find the
hell
kill.
nah.
Forgetting to be
Oh,
called in.
hell
That
nah,
pushes Khelraay
Chad.
out into the line of sight of 4 players.
Oh my
This
god
Ash will
भाई
find one, but immediately he's going to
कैसे जीते ये
backpedal and
round
look to
भाई?
save this weapon.
भाई
Great
attacking
round
map
here. Great
Actually
patience
attacking map
from the side of RRQ, and also just great shots.
Yeah, it's just this extra little pause they take. You know, Texture goes out into his ult, gets a bunch of information, and then he kind of tries to get ahead of it. And they're just already there on top of Nest when he's swinging that corner. So the flashes don't really matter that he throws out. Gets taken down, and yeah, some good shooting all around from RRQ. They're being really tricky on this map right now. They're doing a great job of throwing util in places, keeping Gen G guessing on what exactly the
1v4
util will
कैसे
mean.
जीतेगा भाई वो भाई
It's going to be in the back of your head,
अगर
like when are they going to use
उनके
that
पास
Tejo drone to make
Viper,
a fast hit?
Teju,
When are they going to use some
फिर
of that
वो
util
KO
from
है.
the initiators?
कैसे कोई पोस्ट प्लान
Catch you
जीत
off
सकता है
guard,
भाई
catch you
अकेला
off balance. So far, these pauses that they've been taking have really been giving Gen G trouble. And, God, that's fast.
I mean, had it been the real thing,
Yeah.
would have been dead as quickly as the real thing ended up being, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Been able to turn that.
pops a fake, swings back around, finds the real thing. So there you go.
Chime out.
Timeout call. Nice and early here from the side of Gen G.
RRQ just fragged out. हाँ ना भाई वो लोग बहुत crazy
This is
zup
tough.
zup किए.
It's been really tricky for them to get good reads. In this round, they get the read, they understand what's happening, and they still can't stop it. So now you got to try to figure out ways to give
Tension में
yourself better
सब JG वाले.
opportunities
सब
there
tension में.
when you are getting the good read. You know, find those timings with those flashes.
You guys should
Be a little
stop
bit more
watching this
patient. Wait
VCT
for them
and
to
all and
try
start
go
to
for the
focus
plant
on
before
what's
you
going
strike.
on their country.
Situations
Vidhan
like
Gupta.
that can be tough. You know, you're trying to get ahead of your opponent, you're trying to catch them off guard, and instead it's you who
अरे ये चांद पे भाई.
is unaware of exactly what's going down.
ये तो चांद पे.
So I think
तू क्या
belly
कर रहा
bumping.
भाई?
that's adorable.
Just
Aw.
तू क्या कर रहा विधान?
drawing. I believe the previous fan sign, it said that it was their birthday and they want to see an ace from Texture, but with a win.
Ah,
And now the
भाई
fans,
मुझे
they
का ये मस्त
seemingly
है
have turned to calling him Texture, putting the 4
Frame काफी
in
अच्छा है.
instead of the 3 in his name.
Ah.
Mr. 4K.
texture.
Also, he is tax season.
It is. That's what I've
Hey
been.
up, citizens!
That's what I've been doing the last couple of days.
I just got mine sorted.
Mine are getting sorted. We're working on it. So here you go. Like, this is kind of tough now because is this going to be a fast hit? Looks like it.
I mean, honestly,
भाई heavy rush. Oh my god.
ton of damage.
Bro.
As Ash able to find one, finds himself a second, being pretty.
Oh!
He actually gets a turn for the
Goated.
third.
What?
3
How
मारा.
does Xpharaoh not have him dead to rights?
Back Xpharaoh
He's
ने
gonna look for a little
हगी.
bit more for
Oh
Flashy, and Moniat still hits the headshot.
bro.
Hits
Excuse me?
another one. And what is this round? The reel's coming off
भाई
until the very
Xpharaoh
last
3 मारा
moment.
भाई.
Texture
उसका
just
ये दिखाओ.
gets the flank,
उसका ये
otherwise
दिखाओ.
not yet. Had a real opportunity to clutch that one out. It's a replay right now, please.
God.
उसका वो
What in
दिखना
the
है
world
मुझे.
happened here? I mean, okay, Jemkin storming forward, never even sees Ash. Ash playing that corner nicely. Oh my God, Xpharaoh
Bro.
just got turned on.
Hell of a turn.
Monyet hit some nasty shots in there too, but there's that fast hit
Bhai
that I was
sahab,
wondering about from
crazy.
RRQ. You know, how well prepared
Ash
was
player
Gen G
है
to be for
यार
that, but it plays right in their
रुद्रा
hands
अगला
because
highlight
of
video
Ash.
देख यार बग
Texture
जाएगी.
with an op. Be far forward.
So that's gonna be a collide. They're just strafing together. The two players dead, 0 point. Goes deep, hits garage. It doesn't necessarily scout the rest of this, but Texture should have heard the footsteps previously.
It's a tough angle, you know, especially with the drone there. Yep.
Should tell them that everybody is now clustered up front of green, getting it now over towards yellow. Clear on some of the util here. And Texture just has the fake out and gets
Shot,
the
shot,
peek
shot.
on, yet trying to slide in behind the box. Mr. 4K might just be activated now. There you go, Texture.
Ace.
Question is, does he
Ace!
actually go for the ace?
He should.
Does he risk it all?
Give it him. Actually, he
How
should
much
not
do you want to bet
because उसके
Munchkin's like,
पास
sit there,
Yes.
don't move.
ऑप लूज करने का वो अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकता.
This is a decent read, but the alarm bot's there, the nano
Foxy मार देगा बे.
should be able to play off of this nicely. Munchkin
seconds left.
already on the hunt. Wants to try to get involved here, and they're getting a pretty quick read that, okay, went over
बस
towards
कर
A.
रिन बस कर. 50 बार
Let's see
वही
what we can
2
do.
रुपए का जोक.
I mean, crazy guy, the money's not great, so
Yeah.
he'd appreciate just the opportunity to save.
10
He
seconds
might
left.
get it.
Imagine the RRQ faithful.
नहीं मिलेगा इस.
And probably Chobra himself
Bro,
as
they-
well.
they switched the
begging
gun.
for Crazy
They
Guy
want
go
Texture to
sprinting
get the
try
ace.
to find Texture to beckon the ace curse. They've given him the gun.
Going.
But I hear this scream already. Oh,
He's just,
it's a gift that keeps on
it
giving.
really is. We don't even need to hear it. You can just
jump-
see it.
वो
And it's in
jump
your
करके
brain. You know what he's saying.
शूट करने का ट्राई कर रहा था नेक्स्ट वाले को.
Slight delay as from like what's happening on stage to what we see and what the audience sees. And I could hear him screaming.
भाई उसका POV दिखाना
Oh,
चाहिए
it's
था भाई.
so good.
He wants it still. I mean, I love how he just curse be damned.
Yeah.
He wants his ace.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that.
It's a shame that his sorrow is our happiness.
True.
When it comes to these aces.
Ooh, Sully elbow.
Bottom to one, and ooh, that minor
Bro, he
headshot.
still
there
got
on the
one.
Crazy guy
Okay,
gets
nice
through
trade.
the corner.
Nice.
Khelraay able to find
Woo.
Cushy and started
Clean
off
up,
looking pretty
clean up.
decent here. It's quickly spiraled out of control.
I go.
This Crazy guy tries to find his way back in.
Clean up.
Dashes out of the back rafter. Finds it this time. Texture doesn't even need to be involved. Gen G now find themselves in the lead by 1 round.
Fast round ho rahe bhai.
Yeah, I mean, I like what Gen G's doing. You can absorb a little bit of this pressure. The op there gives you a lot of map control. So as RRQ, if you're not able to deal with that, you've got to win these fights on site. And that's great timing
ये
there
side
from
simulator
Ashton.
भाई
He's
भी
been
हो रहा
so
था
sharp
पिछले
today.
round तो.
Foxy9 looking great there.
पिछले 2 round भी
holding
हुआ.
back screens. But the thing I like about these last couple of rounds from Gen G is,
Lala,
okay,
you are
send
my
this
G,
texture
my man.
forward,
Just
previous
happy
round he
for
gets
your
the clout,
success, my
whatever.
G. You
But
are
then
the
you
best
just
YouTuber for
absorb the
real. Your
contact.
parents and your
You
viewers
force
are so proud of
RRQ's
you.
hands. Let
Your
them
mom was
show
so
what they're
happy.
really gonna
Lala,
do.
love you from Nepal.
And then
Love
you
you,
let
Zane.
them overplay. You let them force themselves into positions where they're trying to
Thank
set
you.
up the post plant and you can punish.
That's all I
Really
want.
nice job now.
That was avoided. Crazy guy not jiggling out too wide here. Oh, goes for it now. Texture. Calibrating the angle. Come on yet. It's closer.
Oh!
Closer. Texture almost swung out.
You see the
Gotta
gun
go.
barrel?
Gun barrel had been spotted. It may
Huh?
have just been.
Looks like it's me.
Stealth drone, however, wisely going to be sent here from Ash. As up and over the top, and
Easy.
Texture casual readjust.
मुस्कान thank you for the 40 rupees.
kill there.
मुस्कान जी
Jim at
आपको
the
मेरा
ready with the knives.
UPI और
Needing to find
GPay
some
नंबर
solid
चाहिए
impact.
तो आप मुझे
Foxy9
Instagram पे DM
similarly prepped, has
अगर
the
आपको
lockdown, sends it immediately in behind the
UPI
screens. Can
ID
they
चाहिए
clear
तो
it
आप
out?
exclamation UPI डाल
Norman
दीजिए
Kemps
chat
are
में
gonna
आ जाएगा.
Fight their way forward here for it, but Munchkin and Karen are holding the line. Jemkin, however, carving up
Oh,
two,
bhai.
but now is at risk of being detained. He's got nowhere to go. The swoop around the back, the easiest headshot in the world for Ash, as Cushy similarly trapped. Tucks back, 0 point, narrows down his possible position. The fragment lands right at his feet.
No way.
Headshot, however,
No
right
way
between
he's
the
gonna clutch
eyes.
this chat.
Does manage to find
भूलिए
one.
इसके पास.
Needs to be so damn
Oh
clean.
bye. She's
Can't
12.
quite
What the
get it
hell,
done.
bro? Shut up.
5-3, Gen G. Continuing forward. Now cash aplenty. Op still retained and ult's behind as well.
Yeah, phenomenal preparation here by Gen G. Just knowing the situation there with the Blade Storm in hand, they're gonna have to push this lockdown. They're gonna have to clear it. And okay, he hits a couple nasty ones, but the Blades aren't gonna clear that lockdown. So he can just play contain on Jemkin. There's nothing he can do. That's so well thought out. And yeah, a much needed timeout
मैंने
here.
100 दिया शायद रिसीव
Gonna
नहीं हुआ
come for
आपको.
RRQ.
हैं? रुको मेरे
Try
को
to
चेक
figure
करने
this
दो.
out. Things starting to slide in the wrong direction again. Gen G just, I mean, they're such a fearsome opponent. You've only seen this map once from them. Just again. Sure.
Yeah, for anybody who didn't know, it was based on a real thing.
It is a real, yep.
This was an event that occurred outside of the venue last year.
Oh, ooh. I mean, wrong jersey, but ooh.
Yeah, you gotta get a little bit of it.
Yeah, it's still a sick picture.
Yeah. And Foxy9 has looked very much at home.
Yep.
And it, you know, highlighted it before, 100th map for Foxy9. Played there on that Lotus, so now 101 on this Icebox. And you have to, you know, consider that the man's been on and off the bench.
Yep.
In the teams that he's been on. It would have been way higher achieved way sooner had he been able to find his footing, but it seems like Gen G, Solo and HSK, they've worked their magic to really get Foxy9 to such a fantastic stable position.
And you gotta appreciate his mental, like that he just comes back and is just fragging out. He's benched, he's
मैं
back
check
in,
किया.
and he looks better than ever for Gen G, and that's just a credit to
चालू है अभी
everybody on the
Google Pay.
team. But they can keep it together in difficult situations like that, and still come through and get their way back to another Masters. He's got a tough task here, though. He's very far back, and he's basically the only one here gets concussed, so...
Stunned up. Walls raised, but he's still managing to find the spray right through the corner of the floor.
He gets out.
Slides back, turn obviously not going to be alerting this forward spot here from Jemkin, but Stealth Drone very well may, and it does. ping out comes through. However, Stiltron does get
माँ कसम ये एक्सपेरो का lurk is huge. Huge lurk. That's actually a huge lurk.
The deepest lurk, but
लेकिन शायद वो कल तक पहुंचेगा.
In order for this to bear any fruit whatsoever. Jemkin finding the first. Knows that a couple shots came through. Is looking for Cowan. Drop down Foxy 9. Finding 3. One yet Jemkin dead. Foxy 9.
The mid lurk is here. अरे उसका plant ही नहीं है.
Back around the corner and once again
बेचारा
far
यार.
too late. The team cannot hold as Foxy rips them limb from limb.
They should give up now.
Just love the timing here from Gen G. I liked the ideas from RRQ, Manyet in particular, with the way that Toxic screen was placed. I thought this was a cool little trap he had set up. He gets
₹200 पे जाए Google Pay पे.
follow up on this. You can see him spamming through,
शिवांश
but
भाई in the chat.
with
हर्ष भाई ब्लॉग देखा
really
W full support ऐसे ही तरक्की करो love you.
Look out.
Oh.
I'm dropping disgusting
Love
through the
to
box.
you शिवांश भाई. I love you शिवांश भाई. Thank you
Absolutely
so much
ridiculous.
for the you ₹200
Good, does it?
Thank you so
Not
much.
getting the ace.
How do you like it? Everybody's always making fun of me. Well, they know that Nano was there, but didn't get cleared. Oh well, just a little bit of damage to the regen shield. So
Well, this time Foxy not in pole position, but swoops forward and does get counter sprayed out by Jemkin, but Munchkin similarly over by Tube. Has managed to find the jet, so 1 for 1 in that regard. Armageddon at the ready here. From Crazy Guy, his dimensional drift is going to be sent texture.
ये retake tough है.
Trying to spot out where possible.
ये retake tough है.
Armageddon just going to be used on a timing here. Fragment onto the corner. Texture on the peak, Monyet on the floor. Kill found, pop flash is sent, just looking to try to keep them offset. As the fragment finds Crazy Guy, Texture's re-peak is there, and the defuse has been stuck this entire damn time.
ओ भाई refuse हो रहा था. Bye.
it's brilliant.
Texture ने दो जनों को hold करके रखा था उधर.
For the side of
Insane.
Gen G.
Insane retake bro.
The way that Texture plays that is just too
Alpha
damn
Gaming
good.
ने ₹40 दिया है और
I
किया
mean, the
है
timing
meow.
here gets tucked in behind yellow.
Who does that,
Can
chat?
find the space off the back of the fragment. Gets the first kill, throws out a couple flashes. Surrey misses one, but that's opened up the space for the rest of the team to come through. Stick the defuse. Munchkin able to put that
crazy
fragment of his
hold
own in
kiya
a
hai,
great
crazy.
position to not only get the kill, but to cover the defuse. God, they look so good right now. Gen G is just so well drilled. Their protocols are near immaculate. Solo has got this team functioning at such a high level. And look at all this space they've taken at A. It's a bit of a weaker buy for RRQ. Guardian Bulldog still pretty fearsome firepower at the back of it. Foxy 9, hello?
I'll put over the top. Yeah, a little bit of slip of the wheel there.
Sound
saw
ही
him
नहीं आया
look away.
उसका.
I think he
Might
was
have been a glimpse over towards the mini-map. Either way, Jemkin able to go ahead and get the capitalization there. RQ, nice, swift early plant. Good opportunity to try to
चल मेरा खाना होने आया है.
stop this streak.
Ooh.
And Xpharaoh hits a very nice
निकाल लिया
transfer.
भाई RRQ round.
Crazy Guy had been taken down previously. Munchkin able to go ahead and dislocate the lurk. Now Jemkin gone. Suddenly we're into a 2v2, but the time is going to be working against Gen G. The flash going to be sent. Good timing going to be sought there as Cushy looking for a little bit more. And we'll be able to find that final kill. RQ pick up a 4th round win by the skin of their teeth.
Last round before the switch.
oh boy. They really needed that one, that's for sure. Just a little bit of an off moment there for Foxy. Maybe didn't hear the updraft, not sure. Didn't think it'd be there.
Savidan, thank you so
This
much
time
for the
Xpharaoh
20
the lurk,
rupees on Google
finding the
Pay,
value that he
Savidan
could have
भाई.
previously.
आपके लिए sting ले
Cushy,
लेना.
right where he
भाई
needs
मेरे
to
को
be to get that round
अभी
over the
genuinely
line.
sting try करने का है. ₹20 का.
Just
मजाक से
Viper's
हट के मैंने
pick
आज
for
तक नहीं try
Khelraay.
किया है. मुझे
The
sting
only
try
ult so
करना है.
far, I mean, maybe Jemkin gets into the blades and it makes a difference. He could get to the lockdown as well for Foxy. Other than that, the ults won't be too in play. Might as well, I guess.
I mean, it's widely. You can also play playing Deny. There's too many ults.
For sure.
Critically ready to come online.
Playing mind games as well. Maybe you think it's the Killjoy or something, trying to get close to the lockdown.
100 rupees. HII Sir
Will be
Ali
up and over the top.
Ooh.
Munchkin. Not asleep. Finds Fragment and is going to get timings. Not a reading Jemkin's position. Caught trying to bring out that fragment. It's Jemkin dashing in. Met with a flash.
I think that was Cushy's flash.
Snakebite does get banked
SK
in.
मोला ने ₹100 दिया और लिखा है Hi sir, I am Muskan.
Yes, it was Kushi's
Muskan
flash.
ji, thank you
Just
so
locked it
much
right in where Jemkin
for
was
the
trying to go.
huge
Which
100
flash
on
is gonna be
Google Pay.
set. Jemkin eating another one, but not before Ash gets taken down. Up and over the top of 410. Kushi able to find one. Foxy going to be eliminated.
Wow.
Pick is dropped in.
Wow.
Texture pushing forward. He's able to find the enemy.
Thank you so much Muskan ji for the huge 100.
Still though, a 2v2, and Khelraay caught outside. Hit now dropped, all on Texture.
Get on.
And the time is just not going to be on his side at all. Swings forward, spots one, finds the headshot,
Alpha Gaming ने और
finds another. And Xpharaoh is just not falling for it. Says, yeah, I know that I've won this one. Mr. 4K will strike again.
अल्फा भाई ने 40 रुपए दिया और लिखा है क्यूब चीजें लिखूंगा तो क्या पता कोई लड़की भाव दे दे.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those rounds where you get into the post plant, you got all that utility, you got the nanos, you got the salvos, you got the fragment, you've got everything in the kitchen sink to just buy a ton of time. Obviously, Jemkin there, sneaking underneath Munchkin's nose.
You are horrendous, Alpha bhai.
Problem. Love the high.
You are actually horrendous and diabolical.
It's a great job finding some value. Yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah, let's go. Got to turn it around. That was a pretty solid defender side on Icebox for Gen G.
Yeah.
They look. I mean, Texture looks great today.
Chat खाना हो चुका है.
On point.
मैं प्लेट रख के आता हूँ. तब तक अपने watch hours check करो. Exclamation watch hours डाल के. Oh, sorry, exclamation WH डाल के.
No other way to put it. They need to have a better performance on the defense than what Gen G was just able to do.
For sure.
Texture now with this Yoru. Chance to cause all kinds of chaos on the attack.
And I really am loving the way that Texture has been getting more comfortable with Yoru as the year has gone on. I mean, we finally get to see him play it. He looked a little rough, frankly, the first time we saw it, but you can't hold him back. Speaking of holding back.
Tough question. Do you dislike the team that regularly beats you, we'll say, and have gotten the one win? Or do you hate the one that didn't beat Gen G, so now you have to play the team that always beats you?
For me, it's an easy choice. It's Gen G.
Yeah, probably.
Let's go with Texture. I'm scared.
Time to break the ace curse.
Yeah.
I think business as usual is probably going to be the strategy for Gen G fans.
Yeah. They're happy with the 4Ks. He can get as many of those as he wants.
Yep.
No aces, please. It's almost like, oh, hold on.
Okay, well, Xpharaoh just trying to play off the turret, but double face into mid. Gen G just got a strong-eyed understanding of what this pistol default setup is going to be from RRQ.
You see this all the time on this map, where that turret's going to be there on top of the boiler because it gives you so much information. If teams want to cross underneath the tube or to the tube, it's a nice, safer spot for it, and Gen G has an answer right out the rip. Xpharaoh trying to play with his turret and instead just pays the price. Sheriffs, something that we know that this, Gen G, no matter what the iteration of it is, what players are on it, they love the Sheriffs. Ooh, so does Jemkin.
I was going to say, Jemkin's right there with him. Good kill to go ahead and pick off Munchkin. Flash fragment for post plant now going to be taken away from him. One flash still in the hands here for Kushy as Jemkin looking for a little bit more, but Khelraay at range needs a bit of damage down to 50, but comes away with the shot of the ghost. Crazy guy nearly spammed out. Eventually does get taken down. Kushy on the crossfire finds Texture.
attacking. W खाना हो चुका है. अभी आराम से मैच देख सकते हैं. लाला.
Two players at full HP. Needs the shots to be crisp, and they know his position now.
Piyush, no one has any idea, bro.
Will speed picked apart there at the end. 3-1 in pistols now overall. Gen G not allowing for RRQ to get on the fast track back into this map.
That's just such a tough one to give up.
मैंने आपको IG पे टेक्स्ट किया था, bro. I'm not lying. मैं कल तुमको देखकर रो दिया. मेरे भाई, I'm so happy for you, proud of you, Goaty Gamer for real. Love you यार ज़नो भाई. ऐसे ही देखते रहो भाई. Chummy into you. Alpha Gaming ने 40 रुपए दिया, लिखा है sorry हर्ष भाऊ, आपसे ही सीखा है. Love you too Alpha भाई. ऐसे ही गेमप्ले मेरे से सीखते रहो. Thank you so much. Alpha Gaming is a radiant by the way. Thank you.
Run through.
Why not?
So Bulldog, Phantom, 3 Sheriffs. Odd change up here for the set of Gen G.
If you win this though.
Oh yeah.
You're
what in the world is this buy, chat?
With all rifles potentially.
They're working their way in towards the stack side.
They use the TP back towards A though, so this all may just be kind of
मैं कैसे करूँ वो अंश भाई?
checking. Although around the yellow box.
They suspect there's many on the back of yellow. Because she's above. Really just Jimkin being noted so far. Clears one. Jimkin on the peak, able to find another. Texture, eyes set towards
Whoa, whoa,
the
whoa,
top.
whoa, whoa.
Doesn't manage to transfer down for a second. Jimkin will similarly come away with another elimination so far. Weapons are scooped up. Just 2 sheriffs lost here for the moment.
मुस्कान जी ने 19 रुपए दिया, लिखा है सॉरी सर. सॉरी क्यों बोल रही हो मुस्कान जी? Thank you for the 100 and thank you for the 19 मुस्कान जी.
Try to make their move. Jimkin's gonna use the wall to thought about crossing, then saw the salvos and it's like, no, you know what?
Salvos all over the damn place.
30 seconds left.
ये नहीं
While
हारेगी.
you got him.
I don't
trying to
think
swoop out.
so. Genji ये round हारेगी.
Just for a little bit more. Jimkin finds himself a third. Bulldog does get picked up, so far, the 2 weapons, the 2 rifles are carried in here from Genji.
Good, good, good.
Will find Crazy Guy. Just Jimkin to try to be the difference maker. He's on for an ace with this now. He's looking for a gun. But they've all been stranded away from him in the turret around the corner. He hits the headshot, but the turret almost certainly would have finished him off as well.
भाई
The damage is moderate as it is. Does get
भाई
dealt.
नसीब
Jimkin
जेंजी
one
ने
away from
एक्चुअली
having the
जेंजी ने
knives
ये
online.
पूरा अच्छा बाय नहीं किया था,
He's
इसकी
now
वजह
+10 over his
से ये इतना क्लोज
closest
आया.
teammate on the scoreboard.
भाई साहब कितना क्लोज
Just a
आया था ये.
ridiculous round.
By the RRQ bundle.
No kidding.
ओ
That
किसी
is
और के पास चला
some of
गया.
the
100 रुपए
best
बर्बाद. नहीं मेरे पास ही आया
Classic
वो
stuff
100
you
रुपए
will
आपका.
ever see. That is outrageously good. What a turn there from Foxy, but again, for Genji,
Yes फरहान.
even though you lose that, it's not ideal, but you still have enough for rifles.
But
So
now because he gets those
5-9 हो
kills,
चुका है.
glass cannon
वो
operator.
जिमकिन ने ऑप लिया.
they know their win con. This is what worked for them in Lotus.
Oh.
Get to that operator
What?
early.
They read this right now. The answer is looking like they do not. Oh, jump peeking. Gets the shot. Munchkin, the one to take the fall. Texture similarly just strafing out into the open. Foxy9 trying to open up this A side a little bit, finds a kill, and it seems like that's more than enough for Genji to make the call to
अरे
pivot.
नहीं पहली बार की बात कर रही हूँ. मतलब पहले जो आपने 100 रुपए भेजे वो गलती से
You don't want
आपने
to mess
भेजे.
with that operator, but
कोई दिक्कत की
Jimkin's
बात नहीं है, मैं
wasting
रख
no
लूंगा.
time trying to get over towards A. Gotta cut off the vision. But Karan, where is that poison cloud placed? It's going past screens here, untenable. With an operator there. Yep, use those salvos to clear.
Great fan, Cushy.
Oh,
First Sparrow
shit.
there, doubling up the
ये
angle.
राउंड अगर निकालते ना भाई
Spike now
जेंजी,
here in front
जीजी
of
हो जाता.
screens, and
One
Foxy will be
side
taken out.
जीजी हो जाता.
Solid here from the side of RRQ.
One
Closing out
sided,
the anti-bonus, but
sided
wasn't even
and
a pure
one.
bonus from the side of Genji because Karan forced down.
Sting
Gonna
equals
come
to
in.
cup syrup.
Not much
भाई
money to
मैंने
speak
zero
of
sugar
here.
वाला
Looks like it's gonna be a lot of stingers.
Red Bull पिया
some-
and वो भी somewhat हल्का हल्का कफ सिरप लगता है.
Weird decisions there, but maybe not anticipating the op with the first one. I get it, but the second one, that's a little bit of an overheat from Texture, you could say. I
मुस्कान का हो
suppose.
गया नुकसान.
Guardian, some stingers, classic for Karan. Do have Texture's ult, so who knows? Maybe if you find an opening pick. Munchkin, hello?
He's just eating damage from
Bro,
below.
जिमकिन मरा नहीं उस पे पूरा
Had he been down, he would have been dead, but the
स्प्रे
Stinger
किया है भाई
does
स्टिंगर
manage
से.
to take him down to about half HP. Crazy Guy just gonna
करता
drop
हूँ
it off
गेमर भाई.
the screen there. Some aggressive forward positioning taken from the Genji. They pump the brakes and now they look to hit the
अरे
go
माँ
button.
जमा हो गया
Jimkin
जिमकिन बैक साइड पे.
collide because she Crazy Guy gonna be
What in
picking
the
up one
world
piece,
is this
but
round? What are
Foxy and
those
Karan.
utils?
Now suddenly it's a player advantage
Oh.
for Genji.
Do they know backside? है.
Four left in the
Oh,
bag. Foxy can drop down, goes for the reload, and Xpharaoh quickly drags
Yeah.
across to find the headshot. Even Karan now on the floor.
Last player standing.
Ash dead.
Bro,
It's all on Foxy.
Okay,
Goes up and
1v1.
over the top, finds the first alarm bot, going to be set up.
मूली एक.
Cleared out here by Moniette.
Oh.
Slow and methodical. Spotting nothing here for the moment. The tap and up and over the top goes Moniette.
क्या किया
Down he will
मोनिया?
fall. That is a
ऊपर
Red
चढ़
Bull
रहा था,
clutch
उसको लगा
for
बैक साइड
Foxy
रहेगा
9.
भाई साहब.
His 10th in
egoistic
Pacific.
round निकाले बे.
Genji will find their 10th round of the map.
This is
एंट्री तो कुछ
scrappy as
डेंजर
heck,
ही की
but-
इन लोगों ने.
Genji's flashes are so good at the back of sight. They break things open. See a lot of players trying to disrespect the Viper utility as well. So a couple assists going the way of Khelraay, but Foxy again.
3 kill
coming
किया
up
भाई
huge.
फॉक्सी ने,
When Gen G
इसलिए
needs
राउंड
him.
जीती ये लोग.
And that's his 10th
And clutch,
in his
double
VCT
use.
Pacific career. And now
Foxy
Jemkin
giving
only
what
has
he
the Blazer
can.
Stinger. It's like full rifles for Gen G. Yeah,
No, never mind.
what's up?
Oh, I just mean, you know, he's played 100 maps. He's got
Yeah.
10 clutches.
So he's
So he's putting up quite a bit of clutches as far as
pretty good.
maps played.
Yeah, pretty good percentage there. Yeah, that has Gen G thinking different ideas.
भाई 100 गेम्स में उसके 10 क्लच है.
It's a lot of map control though.
मेरे 5
for RRQ.
गेम में 10 क्लच होते हैं.
Drone. Not gonna see a ton, but they know the space is clear. So
Spot on the rear end of the turret. That's not going to do too much.
negative information though. Still nice for RRQ to know where they can take space and how they want to position their pieces. They're just gonna leave Jemkin there.
Oh, great readjust one yet. It's a little bit of damage in reply. The one shot really suffered as Nano Swarms widely going to be finding the regen shield here from Khelraay. The wider angle does manage to find the one shot, but Xpero once again there to trade for his teammates. So in an advantageous position
भाई,
as
क्या
Jemkin gets the
फोड़ा
knife
Jemkin
into the
ने.
head and gets the reset as well.
4v2 आ गया.
9. To see if they can try and clutch this out with double face, and it will be Foxy coming away with one.
खत्म हो गया राउंड.
And in the end, RRQ
छी बे 2 जन को मार देता इधर
go
में.
ahead and scoop this up, keeping the gap shortened a bit. 3 rounds
कोई बात नहीं,
separated.
कोई बात नहीं, कोई
That's
बात
huge for
नहीं.
them. That keeps their economy in stable condition.
Genji's is not.
Yeah,
अरे
one
किरण
player's got some
शेमड़िया
money,
क्या
but
लिख रहा है
it
पदोड़े.
is a little bit off balance for sure.
ये क्या दिया ना
But
उसे.
it's that early map control that you're able to take off the
क्या
back of
काश.
Jemkin's aggressive play that
ओके
makes it
क्रेश.
so tricky for Gen G. So many angles you have to worry about,
पता नहीं आनंद.
and great timing on that strike from Jemkin. So it is going to be a hero
2-0
rifle,
या
4
2-1.
textures, some alts to work with.
Is the comeback real?
Still have that
Or
dimensional
is it
drift.
fake?
Yeah, don't want to go too much further forward. You get some info. See Jemkin's there. You go to the other side. I don't blame you. I wouldn't want that either. That's not fun. God, you have so many alts here as Gen G. I would at least like to see the dimensional drift ripped at some point, especially with the Phantom in hand. Just send it. 'Cause you could take this round. Could be a real backbreaker.
Oh,
Never mind.
well, there goes the
भाई
Phantom. Picked up quickly by Munchkin.
ये राउंड भी गया.
Drift
8-10.
more.
8-10 के
Foxy
बाद
gonna drop
उनके
down.
पास अल्ट
Almost
है
finds the
RRQ के
timing.
पास. फिर 9-10 बराबर.
Had lined up with Jemkin just a
फिर
little
वापस
bit
इको आ
snappier
जाएगा.
there.
फिर 10-10.
Just to find the headshot.
10-10 होने वाला है और उसके
RRQ
बाद में जेंजी जीतेगी लगातार
Gotten
3
themselves
राउंड
the
और
lurker
फिर
out of the
होएगा
way. Munchkin
13-10.
trying to pop flash his way through that wall.
ये है मेरा prediction.
Forced back here for the moment by the salvos. Now we'll look to try to go in for the plant.
Spike planted.
Do have the Armageddon. Munchkin with that rifle, trying to buy a little bit of extra time. Here we go.
Of Armageddon. Sent out here from the side of Crazy Guy. Munchkin able to find the first, finds the second.
No way.
Swings out looking for a little bit more. Ash at the same time able to find Jemkin. Suddenly, the Armageddon does get called.
Whoa.
Crazy Guy pushes
नहीं
forward,
यार.
takes a ton of
नहीं
damage,
यार,
and manages to clean up the
भाई.
2 kills.
क्या राउंड था
Bails
ये?
them out of the round.
भाई क्या राउंड निकल जाता
Keeps them
ये?
afloat.
शाइट.
Now that Armageddon's gonna feel like
Shite
a
हो गया था
bridge too
भाई.
far there from Ash. Can't blame him in the moment.
No. I don't mind the play at all. I mean, you've got a real chance to win this round. God,
Bye bye Zeno,
Jemkin.
take care.
Munchkin here, just an absolute madman. Dropping right down on the site.
विनेबल था भाई ये राउंड,
And he's
विनेबल
trying to
था.
push the corner and
शिवाय जेंजी क्या किया
Ash
भाई?
tries to
गन
swing
नहीं
it.
था उन पे,
Crazy
फिर भी
guy
अच्छा
got a sigh of
खेले.
relief. That was close. Gen G knows they're on the verge of a 2-0 win, up by a couple rounds. I'll take a timeout to talk about this.
Like the
situation.
stream if you're new, boys.
However, as we go to them first on the camera,
Yeah. What?
usually would lend itself to thinking that it's going to be RRQ, and it is. RRQ are actually sending their second timeout, their final one of this map.
हर्ष भाई आपका लकी नंबर क्या है? मेरा लकी नंबर शायद अब तक इन्वेंट ही नहीं हुआ है.
Curious.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested in that. It's Maybe he just saw something he didn't like.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the way they were playing that post plant, you know, kind of feeding over those kills to Texture, maybe, or excuse me, Munchkin being a little bit over aggressive.
7 Freaky
When
bhai.
they don't need to be. Because there was a real window there where Gen G, one more shot goes their way, maybe they win that round.
Oh yeah, I mean, if the molly was a little bit more shallow as
Yep.
well, Crazy Guy wouldn't be able to get out away from it. Fall down, what, 18 health?
Mon, you're winning?
Like that.
Yep.
मेरे को नहीं लगता भाई
18.
RRQ is gonna
So,
win.
okay, I get it.
ये हारा तो बाहर और ये
You
जो
know, you
जीता
can also rely on the fact that if you start doing well, Gen G's likely to take a timeout
नहीं
anyway.
भाई
So
ये
you're still
अपर
gonna
फाइनल्स
have
है ना
that
तो लोअर ब्रैकेट में जाएंगे
cushion,
ये हारा
but
वो बाहर
there
नहीं
are
है
two duelists here, 20 and 21 kills apiece. Going back and forth is, that's what you want.
Wonder
with
if
this
honestly
matchup.
it's a call because of these ultimates that are available here from the side of Gen G. The Armageddon's been
ये
used
जो
on
जीता वो
both
grand
sides,
finals
which
में
means
जाएगा
these
है ना
lockdowns are
चैट
gonna have pretty fair reign unless those fragments can really land directly on top.
अगले मैच में जो हारा वो बाहर है ये मैच में जो जीतेगा ना
Right now,
वो
side is opened up with the
इसमें
plates.
जाएगा क्या उसे
Yeah.
कहते हैं
Well, now it's a lot tougher for RRQ.
वर्ल्ड
Because the
कप
lockdown
esports
proficiency
वर्ल्ड
is
कप
gonna
में
be there
क्वालिफाई हो
for
जाएगा
Gen G.
क्योंकि टॉप 2 में आएगा
They're
ना
gonna use the pit as well.
Texture in deep, out wide. And Crazy Guy finds a headshot. The pit in there as we have the dueling lockdowns. Cutting across RQ. To tuck back. One player detained, Xfero. Gonna be caught there behind the box. Munchkin is not spotting him out, and he is getting spammed to all hell.
Is this goat? Is this
Push
goat?
forward,
Is this
strikes
goat?
out,
No,
finds
it's
the first,
not.
but it's swiftly gonna
भाई
be
अगर
dealt
वो
with.
जाने देता ना
In the
दो
previous
मारता
damage
यार
suffered. Foxy 9 able to find one to defuse. Pulled the time ticking. It's just not gonna be there for
गोट
him.
गोट गोट
Crazy Guy
गोटेड
frantically tries
राउंड
to
भाई
sprint away, but he
गोटेड
cannot
राउंड
do
गोटेड
anything to
राउंड
bring this round back to bear. Gen G will lose Foxy on the back end. They still win out this crazy war of attrition. And they now
फॉक्सी के
get up
मॉली
to
के वैसे
11.
जीते आप
But again, it's because
Foxy का molly was
RRQ has
OP.
to give up the space. It's that extra ult that Gen G has with the dimensional drip that buys them the space, and then you force the lockdown out of RRQ's hands, and that's exactly what you want as Gen G, because you can then wait a little bit, place your lockdown, and it gives you that extra little second to set up for
That
the
ult was
defense.
bad,
It gives you the chance
yeah.
to put down that Viper's pick,
kinda
kind of counteract everything that RRQ wants to do in that retake. Still make a hell of a go of it.
Gemcan up and over the top, but it's just a target-rich environment texture. Gate crashes
फील्डिंग
out.
लगा के रखी थी भाई जेमकिन
Sights
की
over towards Belt.
मोन्टाज बना रहा है वो तो
Just to come away with the kill. I liked the anti-flash setup, the dash. It would have been a stylish little
मुस्कान
play.
जी थैंक यू फॉर द ह्यूज 100
It's one that
भाई
Gen G are able to get away
साहब
from.
मुस्कान जी ने 100 रुपए भेजे और
Again,
लिखा है
very well
लव फ्रॉम
drilled.
कोलकाता मुस्कान जी
Able to deal with
लव
that. I mean, we've
ब्रैक
seen Gemkin get
फ्रॉम
aggressive towards that
नवी
position
मुंबई
before.
टेक
Gen G
केयर
able
से
to
स्टे
dial
सेफ
up an answer this time.
एंड थैंक यू सो
We have
मच
seen success from Gemkin earlier. But are they going to be ready for these players that are tucked right underneath? I mean, they were expecting maybe one on the other side of the fence.
Oxy's checking
Oh.
shallow, but Crazy
Good.
Guy just flushed out. And what are these shots? Munchkin instantaneous with it.
12th round आ गया.
No real chance of response.
वाइपर देखो किधर है उसको बी प्लांट करने का
by the 0 point, just the stinger in
वो
hand,
भी
and
जा
that's
रहे
gonna be
हैं
called the
actually.
pivot. Gen G suspecting that they have drawn all of the attention across the map, and they would be correct.
They even threw a fake TP and a flash just to sell that for sure. But this is 2v5 retake for RRQ if they go for it. I mean, the issue is they don't have any money. So maybe just scoop up the guns and try to win 4 in a row to send
अबे
it to
शिट
OT.
बे आरआरक्यू का इको आ
about your
जाएगा
best play,
चैट
to be
अगर वो लोग
honest.
ये राउंड हारेंगे तो दे हैव टू सेव
It's the
दिस
only recourse that they have available to them. A brutal position now being here for RRQ.
नेक्स्ट राउंड इज लूजेबल
Gen G is still looking
जेनजी
absolutely
में फॉक्सी
electric
कैन
today.
एक्चुअली गो एंड हंट
They're
देम
just
फॉक्सी एंड
so
कैरन
good, dude.
बट वो
I
लोग
mean,
इधर ही बैठे हैं
obviously they're clean with their
दे शुड गो एंड हंट आई
mechanics,
फील
but it's more than that.
Thank you,
They
Notes
make
Slayer.
great reads, Lotus especially. They had RRQ's number. And here, you know, there was a little bit of kind of difficulty at the beginning for Gen G to
नहीं
get
कर
the
रहे नहीं
reads,
कर
but
रहे नहीं कर रहे
once they got their feet underneath
भाई
them, switch over
आईपीएल
to the
पॉज
attacker
आपको
side,
टीवी में नहीं देखने मिलेगा
pretty smooth sailing. Some good adjustments
इज
in
ओके
the
भाई
middle of the first half from Gen G, from Solo. Really did a nice job of saying, hey, let them show their hand first before we start making moves, mostly. Other than Texture with the operator, he's allowed to do what he wants. He's Texture, he's got an op, it's fine. Everybody else, hold back, wait for your moments to strike. God, just Texture waiting way back by spawn by the ramp. Oh, Munchkin!
So damn swift.
Thank you, Sam.
Well, now,
Yeah,
point here in the hands of Gen G, RRQ. 4 opportunities, 4 chances to try to run this back. Pit immediately going to be invested. Over at 410 there on the A
I guess
side.
it's a GG, boys. Like the stream if you're new, subscribe to the channel. Let's go.
Trying to really dictate the movements here of Gen G.
There's no ults to clear that
No, we
pit,
don't.
but you have the drone, you have some of the KO utility. But it seems like Gen G just holding back. Worried that, with that pit there's going to be some comfort on the A side, so RRQ might think that they can sneak further forward positions towards the B and mid side. They wouldn't be necessarily completely wrong. Crazy guy going to reveal his position though.
Olle?
Pays the price.
Munchkin
क्या
takes
कर
him
ले हो
down.
आप? मुस्कान जी, thank you
Just
so
smattering of
much
damage
for the
suffered here.
re-sponsor. W मुस्कान जी
Munchkin
in the chat है.
on a
आपका ये
warpath.
दिल टूटा हुआ क्यों है?
Looking
इसको
to
जोड़
march his
दीजिए.
troops onward into that grand final. Jemkin around the corner, bottom of yellow here, playing. Needing to be the impact maker for the team. Now his position has been spotted up. It's Press connecting.
Oh,
Picture with a quick little exit, jumps back away, swings out. Does Jemkin able to put the enemy Yoru down? Now a 4v4.
hell nah.
3 players on this side. Jemkin eating a bit of damage. Salvo's going to be flying, and Cushy unable to find the shots. But Foxy and Ash, they shall.
4v2.
Time by perhaps with the nano swarm, but Xpero needs to go absolutely nuclear from this position. Finds the first, finds the second. Munchkin, however, shuts him down.
मरा.
And that bite, it's not going to stop the plant from coming through. It gets a tiny bit more damage across on the Munchkin. But he's going to look to wrap around, maybe even peek through and across. But looks like he will just stay stagnant here. Back behind Snowman. Come yet, how are you meant to get out of this position? The footsteps are heard. Munchkin relaying all of this to
क्या
Foxy 9.
पोजी लिया है भाई मंचकिन ने?
The tap.
बे स्टिक कर दे. भाई मेरे साथ स्टिक करता.
Basically no one peeking. Not giving him the time of day. Effectively ignoring him, ghosting him here on the round until the very last moment. Munchkin will hit the headshot. 13-8 Icebox is theirs. Gen G denied in kickoff, achieved here in stage
is
1.
back
They
in
are
action.
going to another
After
grand finals here
underperforming one
in Pacific
stage, they are here
as
to
the
win
number
it.
1 seed.
But
The trajectory.
PACIFIC is also here, and they are online. I have very high hopes from PACIFIC today. अगर आज PACIFIC DRX के अगेंस्ट जीतती है भाई, it is over. It is over, bro. It is over. घर पे चली जाएंगी भाई PACIFIC. I don't want PACIFIC going home. I hope Tense is joining PACIFIC. Is it real chat or is it fake? Let me check. कहाँ पे आया है?
네.
भाई साहब ट्विटर खोलते साथ तो अलग ही हो जाता है सीन भाई.
마이크요. 네, 가운데 서주시고요.
फाके है.
젠지의 텍스처 선수 그리고
जिंग ने
솔로
ट्वीट
감독
किया था
모시겠습니다.
would you like to join
승리
PACIFIC? अच्छा. 감사합니다.
Huge congrats to Gen G. I mean, you guys are back in the finals with this clean 2-0 against RRQ. Now, Texture, can you sum up
ये
the
दीदी
game
को
for
बहुत
us
खुशी हुई
tonight?
रहेगी.
텍스처 선수 승리 정말 축하드립니다. 이렇게 결승 진출 깔끔하게 2대0으로
कैसा खुश हो गया देखो ना.
기분 너무 좋아 보이는데
कैसा चमन जिंगा है भाई.
깔끔하니 좋습니다.
Oh, clean 2-0 to grand finals. It feels really nice. And Solo, you guys are in the finals. And you also
IPL is
punched your
postponed for
ticket to
10 days.
EWC
I don't think
as
so.
well.
IPL
Are you
postponed होगा
excited
भाइयों.
to have another busy, successful year? 감독님 결승
क्योंकि
진출뿐만 아니라 오늘
इसके बाद
승리로
में ऑस्ट्रेलिया
인해서
सीरीज है और उसके बाद
WC
में
치킨까지 거머쥐게 됐거든요.
कोई तो चैंपियनशिप भी है.
굉장히 바쁜 시즌이 예상되는데 그래도 기분이 너무 좋으실 것 같아요. 어떠신가요?
일단 결승 진출한 것도 기분이 좋은데 EWC 직행 티켓을 따내서
कंफर्म न्यूज
더욱더
है.
의미 있는 승자조 결승이었던 것 같습니다.
It really means a lot. I mean, it adds a lot more value now that we qualified for EWC as well. And of course, returning to grand finals in Pacific feels super, super good. Now, Solo, I want to ask you because you guys played a solid game tonight. Everyone's saying, oh, Gen.G has finally figured out what works best for them. So do you feel like this is, you guys demonstrated the full potential, the true potential when you set out with this roster?
एक सेकंड मैं वापस कंफ्यूज हो रहा हूँ. मैं वापस कंफ्यूज हो रहा हूँ. रुको.
사실 오늘 경기 보시면서 젠지만의 스타일을 완벽하게 찾았고 모든 퍼즐이 맞춰진 것 같다라는 평가가 많았어요. 그만큼 단단한 경기를 보여주셨는데 이 로스터를 구상하셨을 때 좀 원하셨고 예상했던 그 포텐셜이 오늘 100% 드러난 것 같으신가요? 아니면은 뭐 더 잘할 수 있다고 생각하시나요?
아직 저희
अरे फाइनल्स के बाद इनका स्पीच सुनेंगे भाई. मेरे को ये कंफर्म न्यूज बताओ पहले. क्या आईपीएल सस्पेंड हो चुकी है या एक वीक बाद वापस कंफर्म शुरू होगी? क्योंकि अगर एक वीक बाद वापस शुरू हो रही है तो इसका मतलब एड इज ऑन. हो सकती है फिर एड अपनी. यू सर्च करते रुको. चेक करता हूं. पोस्टपोन हुआ है ये तो अब भी पता चल रहा है भाई. कंफर्म लिख रहे हो. आईपीएल IPL has been suspended for 1 week with immediate effect. The decision stands in अभी 1 week बता रहे हैं. अभी 1 week बताया जा रहा है. The remainder of ongoing Tata IPL 2025 suspended with immediate effect for 1 week. At this crucial juncture, the BCCI stands firmly with the nation. We express our solidarity. The board salutes the bravery, courage, and selfless service of our armed forces. WIPL. तो 1 वीक के लिए सस्पेंड हुआ है ऐसा बोला गया है. तो क्या हमारी एड 1 हफ्ते बाद आ सकती है? रियाल और फाके भाई एड गई तेल लेने. आई होप ये जो वॉर है वो खत्म हो जाए जल्द से जल्द. वो जल्द से जल्द खत्म हो जाए. जब आरसीबी जीतने को होता है तभी ये सब होता है. नहीं, लास्ट ईयर भी आरसीबी आपकी जीतने ही वाली थी. आप बोल रहे थे वो जो कमबैक आपने किया था बहुत भयंकर सी, है ना. वी डोंट नीड एड, वी गॉट योर लाइव स्ट्रीम. लव यू लाला, लव यू. I'm not gonna open it now, chat. Stream pe, I don't think so. You should show it. वाओ भाई, मेरे को है ना ये लैपटॉप गेमर्स जो है ना ऐसे खेलते हैं ना भाई लोग, वो मुझे बहुत इंस्पायरिंग लगता है। मैं मजाक से हट के बोल रहा हूँ। दिस सीन इज वेरी इंस्पायरिंग। दिस इज रियली obnoxious, utterly obnoxious this is. I swear to God. Beautiful. Rate this and guess rank. Silver 1. It gave only 35 FPS. 35 FPS पे आप सिल्वर 1 हो, क्या बात है भाई। Let me guess your favorite gun. Odin. Sorry. लेकिन चेटअप अच्छा है, चेटअप अच्छा है। ओम ब्रो वेट भाई, तेरा लेग रेस्ट, ओ शिट भाई, तू लेग रेस्ट अगर गलती से दबा देगा तो तेरा हाथ सिल जाएगा ना ब्रो, इसको ओ शिट। एके और है, एके और है, एक्सक्यूज मी, व्हाट डू यू मीन? अभी हाँ सुसु किया इधर। ये क्या लाइट लगाया पीछे? इट्स दैट लाइट जो लगाने के बाद वो मैक्स रिग्रेट कर रहा है लेकिन उसको निकाल नहीं पा रहा। नीचे वो चांद लगाया, वो बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है। सॉरी सन लगाया वो। हर्ष खेलेगा कब? बस देख रहा है। अरे रोज खेलता हूँ भाई, रोज खेलता हूँ। आज बस स्ट्रीम क्या हो सकते हैं, वॉच पार्टी चल रही है क्योंकि इंपॉर्टेंट मैचेस है और कल है लोअर ब्रैकेट ग्रैंड फाइनल। Razer Viper V3 hyper speed wireless esports gaming mouse worth it for buy worth it for 5000 भाई। मैंने कभी यूज नहीं किया V3 hyper speed, बट प्राइस तो क्रेजी है। 82 ग्राम इज अ पेट डायबॉलिकल। आई गेस ये प्राइस में तुम्हें इससे हल्का माउस मिल सकता है, बट रेजर क्वालिटी ऑन टॉप, बट वेट परसों ग्रैंड फाइनल। यस सर। क्या गेम खेल रहा है ये? GTA। नाइस। वाओ ये मस्त है रे। इसके हाथ में देखो कामेहामेहा है। ये कौन है मालूम? अटैक ऑन टाइटन्स। दिस इज इताची उचिचा। दिस इज अटैक ऑन टाइटन अगेन। दिस इज डीमन स्लेयर। दिस इज जुजुत्सु काइसे। दिस इज वन पीस। दिस इज oh this is Naturo and this is I don't know। अभी 12th हो गई मेरी और मैंने हेडफोन्स पहने हैं। बढ़िया, क्या बात है। टेंशन में क्यों है ये बंदा टेंशन में क्यों है? वाओ नाइस वॉलपेपर। पब्लिक स्कूल गरबा, गरबा वाली ट्रॉफी है भाई, डबल यूज। क्या तुम लोग ने ऐसा किया है गरबा खेलते टाइम? वो जो ऐसे देखते हैं, क्या उसे कहते हैं, वो जो ट्रॉफी मिलने के लिए ऐसे थोड़ा रहती है ना, पब्लिक रहती है ना, जो नाम लिखती है कि इसको ट्रॉफी मिलनी चाहिए, इसको ट्रॉफी मिलनी चाहिए। तो वो जैसे ही आते, क्या तुम लोग ने भी ऐसा पूरा टाइम ऐसा थोड़ा एनर्जी सेविंग मोड, और जैसे वो लोग आए मेरे को वो स्ट्रैट करके ना एक बारी नवरात्रि में ट्रॉफी मिली थी। मजाक से हट गए, मजाक से हट गए। आमरस भाई सबसे बेस्ट दोपहर बताऊं, 3 वाटी ठंडा ठंडा आमरस गटक लेने का, फिर थोड़ी टट्टी आएगी तो थोड़ी टट्टी कर लेने की, और फिर जो नींद आएगी ना मां कसम से सीधा रात में उठने का, और फिर रात भर फीफा खेलने का, और फिर बारिश होगी तो बाहर भटकने का। मां कसम फुल नल्ला लाइफ, नल्ला पाव लाइफ भाई, मजेदार लाइफ है वो, मजेदार। किसी दिन ऐसा करो, पूरा हफ्ता ग्राइंड करो, मेहनत करो मजबूत, और फिर कोई एक सैटरडे को वैसा करो। हा सेटअप बहुत पहले भेज चुका हूं तो कुछ भी भेज रहा हूं। चमन झींगा। रीजन वाई ब्रोज नॉट गेटिंग अ जीएफ, व्हाट? बिकॉज आई ईट three bowl of amras. Bro, if she don't like amras, I don't like her. Rank guess. 60 hertz display. Pookie Odin skin incoming from Harsh bhai. Huh? एक सेकेंड, क्या कितना डिस्प्ले है तेरा? 60 हर्ट्ज डिस्प्ले, और भाई के पास स्किन्स तो देखो 2000, ठीक है 2000 कितने हुए? 6000 हुए। न्यू फ्रंटियर 2000, 8000 हो गए, ठीक है। पदोड़े, अगर तू इसमें 1000 और डालता या 2000 और डालता, तेरे को मिल जाता व्यूसोनिक का मॉनिटर 180 हर्ट्ज का 27 इंच। W plugin in the chat, डिस्क्रिप्शन में लिंक है, चेक करो। रैंक एस, ओ हेल नहा ब्रो। जिस हिसाब से ये चेटअप लग रहा है, जिस हिसाब से इसने लाइक नहीं किया है, उस हिसाब से दिस चेटअप हैज टू बी प्लेट। बिरयानी और पिज्जा, बिरयानी यानी डे भाई, लाइक कर दे यार। मतलब पिज्जा है ना, अगर पूरा एक पिज्जा है, मैं पूरा एक पिज्जा एक साथ अकेला नहीं खा सकता, ठीक है, अनलेस वो छोटा साइज का है। बड़ा साइज वाला पिज्जा मैं अकेला नहीं खा सकता, लेकिन बड़े साइज वाली बिरयानी मैं अकेले खत्म कर सकता हूं। दैट्स मी ब्रो। गेस माई रैंक डूड। Oh, your rank must be silver. जमीन पे रखा है क्या मॉनिटर? डेंजर लग रहा, डेंजर लग रहा। हॉस्टाइल चेटअप, वाओ वाओ। अबे इसको कांच में रखना रहता ना भाई, अलग से कांच बनवा इसके लिए, और अच्छे से मस्त दिखा कि मैंने मॉन्स्टर पिया है। क्यों रखते भाई ये सब, क्यों रखते? हाँ मत रखा करो। प्राइम वाइम का बॉटल रखते हैं, ऐसा ऐसा मेरे जैसा ऐसा कपाट रहता है, और ऐसा इधर प्राइम वाइम रखा रहता है। भाई क्यों रखते हैं ये सब, फेंक दिया करो। VIEWSONIC 2K 240 Hz on order as primary display. Ooh, 2K 240 Hz VIEWSONIC on top baby, on top, crazy crazy। तुमने भी तो प्राइम रखी है पदोड़े, मैंने तो कब की फेंक दी भाई, देख है ही नहीं। अभी अभी विंगमैन बैठा है उधर, हगासा चिकन पदोड़ा। मुस्कान जी थैंक यू फॉर द 40 रुपीज। यूपीआई पर पैसे नहीं जा रहे, क्या रहा है मुस्कान जी? क्या आप एक्सप्लेन कर सकती हो प्लीज? हम आपकी सहायता जरूर करेंगे।
UPI par paise nahi ya rehi cold sweat smile.
भाई मैं तो डाइट कोक का भी रखता हूँ। कुछ लोग तो टेस्ट का वीडियो भी बनाते हैं, क्या क्या करते हैं। अबे साले भाई, मैं तो सोच रहा हूँ स्टिंग के कितने फ्लेवर अवेलेबल है मार्केट में, कोई मुझे बताओ प्लीज। W, दिस इज द पदोड़ा गेमिंग पार्टी चैनल। लाइक कर दे भाई सुकुना भाई। जस्ट कीबोर्ड माउस में 15,000 खर्चा हो चुका है। 3 5 6 3 कुछ भी लिख रहा ना लुकारियो हगरे। कुछ लोग अपने दोस्तों को बुला के कंटेंट, एक्सक्यूज मी, हु आर यू टॉकिंग अबाउट? रेड येलो ब्लू, चलो फिर इसका तो कंटेंट निकालना पड़ेगा भाई। स्टिंग एनर्जी, इसका कंटेंट निकालना पड़ेगा। I played Valorant by drinking Sting. The results were unreal. जस्ट कीबोर्ड माउस में 15,000 खर्चा हो चुका हो। क्या भाई भाई, इन्वेस्टिंग ओके एज अ स्टार्टर, ठीक है, जब तुमने पीसी अच्छा ले लिया है तो तुम्हें एक कीबोर्ड माउस लेना है। At that point, investing in a keyboard इतना ज्यादा 5-6,000 is dumb I feel. माउस में इन्वेस्ट करना 5-6,000 is a good decision, लेकिन एज अ स्टार्टर तुम कीबोर्ड में इतना इन्वेस्ट करना is dumb, simplistically dumb. मैं रो रहा हूं यार, और तू इस सब का स्क्रीनशॉट निकाल रहा है। मत करा कर ये सब। स्ट्रीम देखने के लिए लीव ले लिया। देख रहे हो मोदी जी, इन लोगों के लिए बचा रहे हो इंडिया को। हाँ, अरे हगासे रैंकेस। हाई टीम, आई विल बी अवे फॉर 1 hour। अरे हगासे, तू हमारा भविष्य है। उधर आर्मी जंग कर रही है, बॉर्डर पे जंग कर रही है दिन रात अपने को बचाने, और तू ये सब कर रहा है। मेहनत कर। I have a setup, but it is temporary. Wow, you just have a monitor? Oh, that's a TB. मेरा 970 का कीबोर्ड है और 900 का माउस, फिर भी हर्ष भाई और मेरा रैंक सेम है। Has to be a cap. मॉनिटर अपग्रेडेड हर्ष भाई, लैपटॉप कीबोर्ड पे जूम तो मारो। What is that? क्या बटन उखाड़ दिया है क्या तूने? भाई आईपीएल तो पोस्टपोन हो गया, अब तेरी ऐड कैसे आएगी? यार मेरे को नहीं पता यार, मेरे को उनको पूछना पड़ेगा कि क्या करूँ अभी, मतलब क्या कभी रहेगा अपना ऐड वगैरह। चलो ठीक है, अब तक अगर तुम लोगों ने ऐड नहीं देखी दोस्तों, पिन मैसेज में लिंक है, आप लोग देख सकते हो। एंड वो ऐड पे भर भर के लाइक, कमेंट और सपोर्ट दिखाओ, ताकि उनको भी समझे कि ओपी ओपी कितनी है ये ऐड, ठीक है ना। ज़रूर कमेंट्स वगैरह करना उस पर। लव यू। क्रेजी व्लॉग, मज़ा आ गया, थैंक यू। क्या लिख रहा है? लैपटॉप चालू नहीं हो रहा था, मुक्का मार दिया तो कीज बाहर आ गई, फिर ऑन भी हो गया बाय द वे। क्या पदोड़े लोग हैं भाई, क्या। पढ़ाई नहीं हो रही हर्ष भाई, आई एम योर स्ट्रीम पगलू। अरे माँ कसम मोदी जी, इनको देखो। ये सब देख के किसी दिन इंटरनेट है ना, इस रीजन की वजह से बंद हो सकता है मेरे हिसाब से। मो एडुकेशन, मो क्यों लिखा है? धर्मेंद्र प्रधान, मो क्या होता है वे? मिनिस्टर ऑफ, ओ अच्छा, डब्ल्यू डब्ल्यू। हर्ष भाई, तुम खुद कौन सी मॉनिटर पर अपने वीडियो एडिट्स करते हो? मेन मॉनिटर व्यूसोनिक XG2431 ब्रो। उसका कलर क्वालिटी बहुत रियल है, मतलब उसका sRGB लेवल एकदम क्रेजी है। 102 या 104 है, बहुत क्रेजी कलर्स दिखता है। अरे चालू करो भाई, माझी रैंक सांग। तुझी रैंक है ब्रॉन्ज। नहीं बे, ये ट्राइहार्ड गेमर लग रहा है। सिल्वर एटलीस्ट, नहीं 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 नहीं, गोल्ड। मेरा सेटअप रेट करो हर्ष भाई। क्या ये लैपटॉप जिंदा कैसे है भाई? वो लैपटॉप खुद सोच रहा रहेगा मैं जिंदा कैसे हूं। Bro, what the hell is this setup? भाई इसकी छत एक सेकेंड, ये पीछे तूने स्टूल क्यों रखा है? इसकी छत से पानी भी टपकता है शायद, इसलिए इसने इधर छतरी रखी है सो दैट उसके सेटअप को कुछ ना हो। कार्डबोर्ड एज अ माउस पैड इज सम रेडियंट लेवल शिट ब्रो, क्रेजी। सल्यूट सल्यूट सल्यूट, थैंक यू वेनम। हेलो, अगर तुम लोगों ने व्लॉग नहीं देखा मेरे फर्स्ट एड शूट का, अगर तुम लोग ने नहीं देखा तो तुम लोग चेक कर सकते हो हर्ष घूम रहा है चैनल पे। थैंक यू लूसीफर। ये मॉनिटर क्या मस्त लग रहा ना, नाइस सेटअप ब्रो। आईएम से इसके पास ये आपने जो माइक का फोटो डाला है वो बढ़िया है। वेटिंग फॉर यू टू ज्वाइन। ये ऐसे कर्सर वालों के साथ में बात नहीं करता, एंड मेरा रैंक अभी असेंडेंट है तो मैं डायमंड्स प्लेयर्स के साथ खेलता नहीं हूँ, सॉरी। रैंक इस करो हर्ष भाई, रेशियो हक दिया है।
एक लेफ्ट, एक मतलब सीडी साइड पे। सीडी साइड।
प्लेट 2 मैंने पीक बराबर किया। क्लास सेटअप।
तो ये VY अगर मैंने
ना, दिस इज अ कैप, दिस इज अ कैप। मैं नहीं मानता। दिस हैज टू बी अ कैप चैट। उस इसमें स्ट्रीम दिख रही है कहीं पे? नहीं, इसने बस वीडियो निकाल के कभी तो रखी थी और वो उसने अभी डाल दी है यहाँ पे। Mouse skins on top. Oh, कर्जी। Just got Viper V3 Pro. भाई गोटेड माउस है। वेट व्हाट? तूने ये माउस से Viper V3 Pro अपग्रेड? ओ माय गॉड, भाई ने जिंदगी में पहली बार सोना टच किया है भाई। क्रेजी, क्या फीलिंग रहेगा बे भाई साहब। शिट, इसने 400 के माउस से डायरेक्ट 14,000 वाला माउस टच किया है। तो इसी बात पे लाइक और सब्सक्राइब कर दे उसी माउस से भाई, क्या जाएगा तेरा।
For Masters Toronto and drastically great for us between brothers RX, DRX and PACIFIC. For DRX, it's been a season of redemption. After falling short last year, they regrouped under Termi's steady hand, storming through the Pacific kickoff and earning a spot in Bangkok. But now they're up against their longtime rival, the team that shares part of their name. Can they defeat PACIFIC once again?
Yeah, Hyunmin is such a scary duelist inside of Pacific. Marco is unshackled, and DRX are looking to derail this PRX hype train before it makes it to Toronto and maintain
पता नहीं यार, King Z मैं बताऊंगा इंस्टाग्राम पे।
PACIFIC is the opponent. They were once a favorite on the international stage, and they faced a reality check in March, missing out on their first ever Masters.
अभी ये क्या उसे कहते हैं, एलेक्स आके ना उनके कोच को हक करेगा, देखना। पप्पी भी देगा शायद, पप्पी भी दे सकता है।
They fought their way through the lower bracket, now just one train stop away from reaching Toronto. This might be the most PACIFIC storyline ever.
Yeah, the former kings of Pacific had to watch their crown fall, and they're picking it back up. And if they win today, it rests firmly on top of their head as they can lock up to be the most attended once again in these Masters and international events, making it a 7th.
Puppy,
such a storied team, such a
to
storied derby between these two rosters as well as these great coaches.
Yes, these are legendary coaches at this point here in Pacific. They face off so many times. There's a huge friendly rivalry between these two teams, but I know when they both go to international events, they become best friends, and that's why it's so sad they cannot go together this time.
Someone has to go home today.
Yeah.
One of these two teams will not be making it.
I'll be
but
backstage,
it's
yeah.
so hard to call who. Arguably, both of these teams deserve to be there. They have such.
अच्छा भाई माइंडफ्लिक क्यों नहीं खेल रहा? क्योंकि पैटमैन खेल रहा है भाई. पैटमैन बहुत अच्छा मारता है.
It's to say goodbye to one of these, but as you say, fantastic for us to watch.
Now here are the predictions. We got two glowing in blue, Pilski and Achilleos. And
Doijan
honestly,
बोल रहे
though, I
DRX
think
जीतेगी
this
भाई.
can still go either way, but
This
Pilski
is
wants to go for
diabolical.
I feel like DRX is the most solid team out of the two.
Yeah,
teams.
exactly
DRX
भाई.
have
मेरे को तो
a lot
लगता है
of
DRX
momentum in the lower
जीतेगी.
bracket, and you can see everyone
DRX
is
strong
on
है भाई.
the
DRX
hype
बहुत
train,
strong
but
है.
make no mistake, in my opinion, I don't think DRX are underdogs. I think they're the favorites in this series.
I would agree with you. I was shocked when we saw how many of us predicted for PACIFIC. I do think DRX are still the favorites into this game, but it's so easy to.
I guess सब predictor लोग biased हो रहे हैं क्योंकि सबकी favorite है PACIFIC. Maybe, I don't know.
DRX have been proven to be such a solid team. Arguably, they should have locked up their spot already. Again, in that RRQ game, they were one round away. PACIFIC have had a much harder time.
Well, you guys saw the sign just now. For them to win, all they have to do is throw Mini into the coal there to fuel the train to victory. Just throw an old X-Fanatic coach.
Seeing the agent compositions picked here, DRX are making another change. We're seeing them bring out both Vice and Deadlock. Now, this has to be a deliberate counter to this PACIFIC double duelist style. They have a lot of stopping power and a lot of utility across the board. Both Vice and Deadlock have a lot of different tools you can use to kind of slow down this double duel.
I think it's going to be very annoying for PRX to attack into that, and especially be able to attempt the post plants here on the defensive side. But DRX's defense has been so good on this map. They are 36 and 12 in defensive rounds the last 4 maps. Like 75%, they are owning on defense with this double duelist, and a lot of that comes down to something on the Yoru and just how annoying Jing is being on the Raze right now.
I mean, you guys make a good point about DRX, so I don't know who the underdog is here, but DRX definitely knows how to play double duelist now, even if they're not doing it today, but that means they have a lot of tools to face against a team like PACIFIC. Now, these are rivals and brothers in arms, and to take us through the Fated series, it's Achilleos and PAPERTHIN.
And here we go. Once again, the derby comes back around, but as the desk was saying, this time only one of these teams can get that final spot at Masters Toronto. DRX versus PACIFIC, the El Clasico of Pacific, to decide it all.
This is an incredibly hype matchup. I mean, with the stakes that are being presented to both of these teams, a trip to Masters Toronto on the line, and both of the RXs are so used to being there. They're so used to being that team that goes to the international events. But this time around, it may not be.
Brother v brother here, it feels like, as we get ready to
match
jump
हो रहा
into this
कोरिया में.
one.
सिंगापुर में नहीं हो रहा,
Lotus
कोरिया में हो
to
रहा है
start
match.
us off once again, then an icebox as the follow-up.
बराबर, एकदम बराबर दीदी लोग.
Cheering
भाई
out.
इतने दीदी लोग क्यों रहते हैं भाई इधर मैच देखने?
Cheering from behind their PCs.
लड़के लोग नहीं रहते इन लोग के
Majority
इधर.
of which will be watching from home. As for now, default out tap of the orb. Kid Crash used here. Hyunmin clears out the door. Jing just going to be tucked in for the moment, hiding away.
El Clasico आज रात को है ना?
So
but
far,
देखने का मन ही नहीं कर रहा भाई अभी तो.
Quiet around here from both sides.
But अगर जीते El Clasico तो maybe league title confirm हो
Being
जाएगा.
very cautious. You know, you want to figure out where these double duelists are going to be coming at you from, especially Jing, who has been devastating, especially in pistol rounds for PAPERX recently. Back on the Raze, back on that comfort, and he's been making the most of it.
So how quickly he was able to get those showstoppers online versus Boom on this very map. I believe it was 3K into 3K when the pistols came down to it. 40 seconds still remaining on the clock. Everybody from DRX now clustered up as Bane. Lineup set up here for Waterfall. Wall will go up and over the top.
5v5 retake, baby.
Down, right there. Perfect position. Starting to get cleared out here. And for now, the site going to be taken by DRX. Devi holding back here on the corner. Headshot finished off, freeing. Clean with that ghost as ever. Now looks to back away as Prowler and Paranoia both get sent over towards this singular player. He swoops back down over towards Waterfall.
कसम प्लेयर लोग हैं ये लोग का पिस्टल बहुत अच्छा है.
Unnoted and untenable.
यार क्या प्लेयर लोग हैं chat ये.
DRX will take the opening pistol.
Yeah, just good map control here for DRX. They're able to push some space on towards Rubble. Use some of that info they're finding early to pivot over towards C. PACIFIC has to try to fight their way back in. And that grenade made Jing feel like that corner was going to be clear, but it didn't go quite deep enough. Mako was able to slide down the ramp a little bit, retake that position, and clean up the round. So DRX comes out with that first pistol. Ever so important. Going to have an outlaw. Hyunmin looking for an opportunity. Smoke blooms just in time. For the players of PACIFIC, pull out.
4 targets through that smoke. Now scaling forward, Hyunmin going for the peak, finds one target. Quick little exit here. Estrella sticks around for a little bit longer. Finds one, swap to the ghost. Hyunmin tagged low. Backpedaling, but
कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं. We got one.
Orb going to be picked up here, freeing, looking to get that Armageddon online. As seems like the quiet over towards A being signaled over here to the rest of the players. Hyunmin asks for the rotation. They abide. DRX successfully avoid the final 2 players of PRX.
Yeah, just PACIFIC trying something a little bit cheeky, as is normally the case. And they're going to be pretty quick to rotate, though. And depending on the timing, well, Mako's just seemingly just going to turret in that direction. Doesn't want to let that flank come through, find any value. But this is going to open up some space here. DRX going to grab an extra orb, figure out who they want to give the plant over to. Try to fast track some of those ults.
Mako sending the Paranoia, tapping the door. He's constantly shifting back towards the site now. Peeks out, back Rubble, finds one. Not going to be able to find a transfer for that second. So it does get taken down. Bit of damage going to be dealt here, but it's going to be Hyunmin as well, finding himself 3 charges towards that dimensional drift. DRX start things off 2-0.
Yeah, that's just solid stuff from Hyunmin. Hasn't died yet. 3 kills so far. Mako, though, just, relieved of the IGL duties and is just able to go out and frag and is accomplishing that. Has been a real force for this team as usual. You just are going to expect that Mako's putting up numbers. Now it's PACIFIC's chance to try to respond.
Still though, a
couple bulldogs, that outlaw.
सो नहीं गया यार, मैं फोन देख रहा था.
PACIFIC is going to have to face.
Mako TP'd, back Rubble, bit of pressure coming his way, swing out, something able to find the headshot.
Okay, trading gameplay.
Into the smoke. Not going to be rewarded with any damage. A 1-for-1 at the end of it all. Jing left dead on the floor. Sheer wall here. As Batman, I'm not sure if that jiggle went wide enough to actually get the spot.
Bonus round है भाई. इसमें guns ज़्यादा जाने नहीं चाहिए.
He's finding the timing here, does Estrella, to go ahead and get himself out of harm's way.
सो गया था. अरे मैं news देख रहा था भाई Twitter पे. कि कुछ आ ही गया.
Seen by DRX. It's just going to be freeing on his own. Salvo's about to come back online. Forsaken just got a peek.
A little bit of belter of a shot.
Nice.
Quick little back. Hyunmin on the floor. Player advantage now here for the side of PACIFIC. Forsaken looking for more. Indeed, find it. 3 kills. Spike now on the ground. Wall
W in the chat. Forsaken is back online.
With the player on the flank.
30 seconds left.
Well,
फर्स्ट मूवी कब है आपकी? अब भाई सोचो ना, मेरी ये एड टीवी पे जब आएगी और कोई तो एक बड़ा टीवी प्रोड्यूसर मेरी ये एड देखेगा एंड फिर वो जो डायरेक्टर सर है वो उस प्रोड्यूसर को बोलेंगे कि ये जो एक्टर है ना सर, ये देखिए ये जो हर्ष, इसने वन टेक्स दिया, ये सारे वन टेक्स, जी सर बहुत अच्छा एक्टर है, और फिर मेरे को एक टीवी मिल जाएगी भाई, सॉरी टीवी बोल रहा हूँ, एक पिक्चर बन जाएगी, मिल जाएगी, फिर मैं एक प्रोफेशनल एक्टर बन जाऊंगा भाई. अबे तुम्हें क्या बोल रहा, फिर तभी गेमिंग छोड़ देना पड़ेगा भाई, स्ट्रीम वेम है ना. कौन सी ad? Pin message देख हगरे.
I mean, having that deadlock in there makes things a little bit trickier in that regard. You're not going to have quite as much util. You still
Like, subscribe, share करो भाई pin message वाली link पे.
Ooh, we're about to have a fight at Mound.
And that's going to be one that Mako loses. Basically trapped there on his lonesome, ends up getting taken down.
IPL सस्पेंड हो गया लेकिन अबे एक हफ्ते बाद तो चालू होएगा ना.
Looking to try to scout him out. Does not, however.
Bro, how?
Question is, do they think that he's
वो बूमबॉट कैसे नहीं देखा उसको रे? ए जा रहे लेकिन.
Quick back away for taking back to Jiggle peeking here.
That should give you a pretty good read that it's going to be A. I mean, Freeing trying to sell this as best as he can, but that Prowler got no contact at B from Patman. Flash to try to do something, and something gonna know here with that tap of the door for sure. Paper X ready to roll.
Well, to try to block off stairs is Straya, given the task of trying to breach this position here, perhaps. Jing gonna be taken down, but Can quickly trade it out as somebody does manage to find the one. Straya doesn't even get the opportunity. Go! Which is a glimpse there. On to Patman.
2v4.
B-site opened up 2v4 though.
30
to try to keep the lead. Freeing, is he going to be ready for this angle?
Satak one tap. Satak.
Walking forward. There's the check. There's the snap. Forsaken. Looking damn clean so far. Dimensional Drift even committed just to give no opportunity whatsoever. Estrella is going to be harassed by the Yoru as the defuse gets started. And now he just holds him back, locking him away from the site. 2-2. We are tied up. Paper Rex very nicely dispatching DRX here.
Yeah, they're just reading the map really well. This is something that impressed me when I was doing some VOD review getting ready for today with Paper Rex in their run-up here in the playoffs. They're making really good use of the information that they're finding on the map, and it's stuff like what Patman does. He just throws out a Prowler B. You know, they've only had a little bit of contact C. Over at A, something's able to backpedal, and they're still able to kind of put the pieces together that this is going to be an A hit, and, you know, just smother DRX out of that A attempt, force them over to B, where Forsaken's happy to find that off angle, get the kill. And here we go. Now, Hyunmin TP's with his ult. Gonna go just check things out. Razorvine's there.
Adam's screen presence was awesome as by audio engineer.
Yeah, they're all clustered up. They're showing discipline though. They're playing back, not wanting to give the opportunity over to DRX to find these opening picks. The wall quickly cleared out because they have everyone in position. So now the site is suddenly that much more insight here for them. As Jake bounding forward, able to find one. Trade. Straight on the floor, the spike not yet planted.
Plant one
the ultimate. Be a potential pivot angle, but they're still widely stuck in here.
Mako ka ult hai.
One back online. Mako able to find one. A little bit of a wide swing out. Patman trying to whittle away here at Hyunmin. Hasn't really gotten too much contact yet. Now is going to be the last one standing. And as he swings back through, Hyunmin will have the headshot. 3 players alive.
कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं. Bye है अभी भी.
You managed to go ahead and reestablish the lead by 1 round.
Yeah, don't mind the ideas here on the fly from Paper Rex. You know, wanting to stack up, wanting to deal with that deadlock wall as quickly as possible.
Low है वो उनके side से, हमारे side से.
But I mean, DRX post plant, even though it's not technically a post plant, but they get into these crossfires, they get into these setups, and they're so tough to break. They're so disciplined. So having to give up space early is going to play into DRX's hands, in my opinion. And now you've got a couple huge ults. Annihilation, Armageddon. Ooh, missed the shot.
Rare miss. Considering how he's been performing with the op in the last few days. Double stack at Mounds. Drone gets cleared, spots him out. Forsaken ready in case there's going to be more pressure coming in this direction, but DRX already has scattered to the winds. Shoulder spotted. A warning shot there at the end of the day for something.
A पे जा रहे शायद नहीं वे spike B पे तो ये लोग A presence लेके door लेके B घुसने वाले हैं ऐसा कुछ तो है तेजू उसके missiles door के through भेजेगा door खुल जाएगा ऐसा कुछ करने वाले
He's going to put the TP at drop, but maybe this seemingly going to be a B pivot with
direct और माँ बिठा दिए.
There is that vice wall.
Yeah, looking for the net just in case there's somebody playing close. No one going to be spotted.
भाई ult देखो उन पे बहुत है ult.
Connector position as paint shells get ready to fly, bouncing forward. Looking for some damage, freeing on the crossfire.
अबे माँ ये nice cover अरे यार.
Not able to find anything. Forsaken cannot escape the grasp here.
Bro.
The annihilation catching just a moment
bro,
before the
what
TP
is this?
could
Time
go
out,
through.
please.
drag to
Time
his
out, please.
demise. Something now just looks to try to hold on to this operator.
Wesley, thank you for the responsor. Wesley,
This round is on
thank you
lock.
for
DRX
the crazy
looking to move up
support,
now
my
4-2.
Yeah, DRX.
Thank you so much, Wesley
doing a
Gamer.
great job.
Love you.
Saw it early in the pistol round in the follow-up where they're really working the map nicely.
Welcome to the Power Gang.
Here they're kind of back
Again
to
and
it.
again and again and
Getting
again.
that
You are
early
the
B
peak
main
B gang
control.
member, baby.
PRX giving up a lot of space. DRX able to take full advantage of it this time. It's a quicker pivot. It's an instant decision to set up that B crunch. And it works an absolute treat. Don't want to mess with the op anymore, though. I'm just going to let PaperX carry that over. Curious if we're going to see an early timeout from Alex and Mindfreak. Weird to say that.
Still getting used to it.
That being said, you know,
Looks like
I
the
think
answer is yes.
Good. I think it's the perfect time to do it. And I think really what I'm saying here is get a little bit more aggressive at the mains. Get a little bit more aggressive at C-Mound. Take a little bit more map control here. You don't have to go nuts, but because it's gonna be, especially with that op there, you should be able to do a pretty good job of locking down one side or another.
Ascendant.
And then play a little bit more aggressive off the back of that.
This timeout was much needed, bro. What in the world is these guys doing?
Really getting involved during these timeouts. He's like really got some good ideas. There were some timeout calls previously when they played Boom that he came through with some really good calls that literally won PaperX rounds. So nice to see him. Positive mentality, still being that team last week. He was so clutch.
Okay. It's a huge part of that victory for them.
Please,
ऐसा बीच-बीच में सुनाना पड़ता है बंटा.
May still have an opportunity to have that impact again if this goes to 3. And this is PaperX's pick here, this Lotus map, so we'll see how they fare. Have the operator still very solid potential to get some damage dealt, if not pull up the Thrifty, given that, I was going to say everybody else has Sheriffs, forsaken ups to change over to the Ghost.
Yo, what's up, bro?
Made ready, as well as that C's trying to get a catch here at back rubble. No one really caught by it as the push forward. Jing just able to barrel stuff, finds Hyunmin, shows up are immediately going to be
भाई उसने अल्ट मारा ही नहीं हगा से ने.
As he was trying to get the rocket to fly.
मर गया वैसे ही.
No flick to be found. Something repositioning shifts over.
नहीं आज नहीं खेलेंगे हम.
Could very
I'm
much
sorry.
do the same and just call a pivot over towards B if they'd like. Either way, it looks like they want to still plant here on A. Paranoia catching onto them for a moment, forces them off the angle.
ओए मैं ascendant आ गया हूँ. मैं ascendant आ गया हूँ तो तुमको भी diamond आना पड़ेगा नहीं तो शायद क्यों नहीं कर पाएंगे.
Do not want to give that operator over.
Call has to be for him to go to a save. So okay, straight up. Not quite able to spot out Divide from there, but the Salvo will go ahead and ensure his demise. An attempt to try to take somebody down with him. At the end of the day, though, it's going to be something once again holding on to the Thrifty not to be found.
वो तो वैसे भी घर पे गया है अभिषेक शर्मा.
Here from PaperX, you have some really good util to contest that A main control, that A lobby control. Throw it at DRX, make them make the first move, put the pressure on a Hyunmin. I mean, as great as he has been this year,
कोई सास भूषो तो मिल ही जाएगा W.
And see if you can come through. Obviously, weaker weaponry there. May
Indeed.
Be a big part of that equation, but it was exactly what I was kind of looking for. You have something to take C-Mount control with the op. You put some pressure at Rubble. The meta, the big picture.
भाई पेपर एक सट्टी कर रही है यार.
Obviously, the weaker weaponry, nah.
Yeah. We'll see how they fare going into the next buy.
Chat, why do I feel this is a diversifying game?
We'll see here perhaps what happened to the showstopper. Yeah, just an attempt at sending in point
बेचारे ने अल्ट किया वो गायब हो गया अल्ट भाई.
Before that could even
मार ही नहीं
fly
पाया.
out. Otherwise, that could have been absolutely devastating. So for now, still a bit of a slow game for Jing. With the cycle up that next one. Steel Garden going to be online here for the side of PaperX. Not too far off having Nightfall either. Patman just one more charge.
Well, this time, something shifting over towards B.
अच्छा अच्छा pick कर pick.
Depends on if they commit a flash or paranoia to this angle.
Pick ही नहीं कर रहे यार. अभी करेगा अभी.
Fake out.
Player है.
This would have been a hell of a time to fake it. Either way, Sherwalt does get cleared.
अरे मज्जा लाला.
Backward, the swing out. There you go. Right to the midsection. Something has the kill.
Should be reading pretty well pretty soon that this is going to be C, but all this util very far back for PAPRX.
Ultimate's ready.
Gonna have an ultimate there as well for Australia.
दवाई का अल्टे रीटेक के लिए अच्छी बात है गुड
Gonna
आल्ट
pop it and
ओ अच्छा अटैकर अल्टे
wise
है
to it.
Backed away.
Yep.
Triple push. It's a bit of a
Nice!
slow up there outside of A main, but something on the peak. Amplifying one. Is Australia going to be taken down? Op still
अरे
finding that value.
PAPRX हग रही है ब्रो दिस राउंड इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट
Joining in
ये तो
alongside
7-2 हो जाएगा
Take it away. On pop paranoia.
Good. Get them, bro.
Two players pinned in here now, trying to find their way out. Freedom, Pain. Can't find it.
Nice. They're back. They're so back. Love you something. Love you, baby.
3K.
W.
Third round win in flawless fashion.
Double
I mean, you gotta love the awareness you're seeing from PAPRX, just being ready for that ult to be grabbed for Australia, playing back off of it so they don't have to worry about the steel guard, and they have a steel guard and a counter. You can play that tic-tac-toe game all day, and that early map control, so important, that rumble control is so important for them, because that allows them to take space on the map quickly. It allows them to rotate through their opponent's spawn so quickly, and it helps now. Something's starting to hit some shots. Very important for him, because you can see that earlier on they showed us a graphic where when there's an operator on the defender side for PAPRX, they're winning like
एक राउंड जीते नहीं कि टाइम आउट ले लिए वे the cough is real. It is not at all fake. I can't hear you, Miss Tanya ji. आपका गला खुल रहा है लेकिन आपके कंठ में से आवाज नहीं आ रही. आ रही अभी.
You know, obviously you have the stealth drone.
जी आ रही अभी.
That's the only thing that's really going to give you that clean look.
Yeah.
That free look.
Hard clear.
Yeah. You can do some soft clears, right? Jiggling and things like that, which you expect to see. Some good smokes as well from Mako, but, you know, with a double sentinel composition,
क्या
it's going to be
कंठ
tricky to
मतलब ये
scale
होता है
forward
ये.
to get past that op. I mean, you're not
है ना
going to
यही
give
होता है क्या
yourself
पता.
as many tools to deal with it. So it has to be a lot more
Ascendant से immortal हो रहा है अभी तो no hate W. Let's go Abhishek, let's go. You have seen my Phoenix gameplay, that's why you know it, bruh.
For every op shot that
I got
something
this.
hits. DRX is well aware it's another corpse thrown into the fire by Sliggy.
किधर गई बे ये? गायब हो गई.
It's another shovel.
If you're watching the stream Potato Tai, आने के बाद बता दो.
Oh, they're throwing the fans in at this point. They're desperate.
Oh, that's right. I heard.
Yeah, they're running out of coal.
Yeah, that's right.
Pop flash.
Wow!
Batman looking for the transfer.
Wow! भाई क्या positioning लिया है?
Huge outplay. Gun barrel going to be spotted. Mako still, however.
अबे यार, no way. Nice.
But Jing on the peak. Shuts him down. Hey, Joe, trying to force Australia back. Manages the trade.
Have we got one? 1v2.
Now it's just freeing alone. Spike in hand. Can try to get the play here. Try to get that spike planted, perhaps.
They're worried that he got all the way up to stairs, but little do they know, he slipped through.
Thank you, Anxiety.
May just wrap all the way to C. Indeed, he will. And that vice wall not going to give you any info on this one. It's just going to be a free plant. Op and a Vandal. So it just comes down to how to Divine and something want to approach the situation. Something a couple flashes though, so some decent opportunity. They could figure out where he is, but Freeing kind of guessing correctly here. Will put himself in a really nice position to use the salvos and the concuss potentially. He's getting to that door. Let's see what PAPRX can do.
Swing all
Plan
the
तो
way
अच्छा है ना
around
chat
slowly
वो.
here towards the waterfall, but if something gets set up on the line,
वो थोड़ा
anticipates this.
फाके plan. ओए.
Could be brutality, but Freeing finds the peak, finds the shot. He sends the salvos. Plays it
Chapty shot, baby. Chapty shot.
Gets the shot to go ahead and bail them out on the round. 5-4. Just under 2
Goatee
seconds to
gameplay
spare.
by Dawai. Well played in the chat.
DRX maybe getting a little
We
bit
end this
antsy.
shit.
Off the back of the timeout, not being able to find the win. PAPRX got to be grinning ear to ear.
For sure. Should be able to keep an op in play as well. Jing getting involved. Good setup there with the trap behind the smokes. Again, you're going to see a lot of that trickery from PAPRX. They love to try to catch you off guard. Yunmin going to have an op now as well, though. So both of our Yorus going to be sporting the snipers. And you do have a couple ults. Patman has his. Armageddon.
He's nade.
Oh god.
And does almost take some damage there.
Alle?
Grab net. Catching something there. But he can TP right away.
Like the stream जो भी नए हैं दोस्तों.
Potentially false information unless DRX can get a good read. He would have TP'd away from that.
I think if you get seized and then you gate crash, it should pull you all the way back through the map to that spot. Just reeling you in.
That would be sick.
Yes. Timing peaks. Strayet timing dies. Jing now looking to do the same. Bane scouting him, but nobody else prepared to really take him on. He swoops forward. Melted down as Jing comes away with three. And it's flawless from PACIFIC as they tie it up at 5-5.
Yeah, they're really starting to come online now. Starting to feel themselves a bit. Great Nightfall. And Jing plays off of that so quick. You know, Mako has to be watching the other direction. There's players coming from a bunch of angles. And his teammates, you know, you got to expect that maybe they can win that fight. And yeah, Jing just not having any of it. Starting to come alive for PACIFIC. Again, if he starts to frag out too, then this two-headed snake that they can bring out with these two duelists is fearsome to say the least.
Not being shy about this at all, but look at this. I mean, he sees Jing taking his
arm. He
knows that the showstopper's online, but there's nothing more that they can do to try to prevent this.
Gaya Yunmin. Gaya.
Way out, showstopper going to be sent.
W. Bro, he got traded. दो ult किया जिंग ने, दोनों connect नहीं हुए. Oh shit. 2-3 wave. Trifty जीत रहे.
As a mask of his own, slaps it on Divine. Fully blinded up. TP reposition. Ults. Being committed, but Divine is able to find two.
Collateral
now going to be taken down, and Mako has the clutch at all. Collects a weapon. The plant not for him. Manages narrowly to get the kill. The retap though, Divine. He knows that he's not on it. Mako swings it, but cannot clutch it. Divine.
One shot tha Divine. One shot tha Divine. Hell naha.
And that is devastating. As DRX.
That was hell naha, bro.
Everything. Tons of ults used in this round. Showstopper, Armageddon. I mean, just crazy stuff.
They Omen TP'd as well.
Two Yoru ults, Omen TP. Nice read there. Oh, Devi. Nice to see Devi though, smiling, coming up with big clutches. It had looked like maybe he had lost that spark. Now he seems to have it back. PACIFIC could take a positive half here. DRX wants to tie it up.
Ooh. भाई इनका ग्रेनेड बहुत crazy है भाई.
Very possible, but of course it's the double duelist on the other side as PACIFIC get ready to go on that attack. DRX know that they need everything that they can possibly get. Bane one away from having another annihilation.
Easy shot.
First one able to find value.
अकेला A पे. Oh, he's not peeking it.
Something repositioning. Both of them.
Timing ना हो जाए भाई.
Operating basically in tandem.
दोनों ने साथ में teleport फेंके हुआ है. Nice. Crazy double P.
Double stack setup.
C हो रहा है.
Patman.
They have. Oh, ऐसे का ult था और वही मर गया, bruh.
Handed over on a silver platter.
Tight angle for something.
Look at the read from PRX. They're already in position here.
I tell you, they've just done such a good job with their preparation.
TP wide, however, it's actually sold him short. He spotted nothing, did Forsaken. Calls for the rotation out. Something tries to scale forward, and then they don't read that Hyunmin had moved that far up. Seal guard looks to try to slow them up. Jing is able to find one. Spring is going to be taken down. Spike going to be recovered.
Ult किधर मारा वो? वो अब तक मारा ही नहीं है.
There's that annihilation, not finding anything. Patman pushing up, shots, just fishing through the smoke as Mako often does. Finds himself a kill, looks for a little bit more, tags up Jing, but as the smoke dissipates, Jing finds the headshot. Too many players. So
Nice.
damn
Easy.
low now. All
Easy for PACIFIC. 7-5 half, baby.
Sends out the fake. But he is dead as he exits that smoke. 7-5. PACIFIC out in front with a massive 5-round win streak to end the half.
Other than something just walking out there and dying at A main, this is just a great read. So many good reads from PACIFIC. We're really understanding this map so well.
7-5 half है मेरे हिसाब से full time score.
From the perspective of this second half, you look at the double duelist versus that
मेरे
double
हिसाब
sentinel.
से
You know,
मेरे हिसाब से full time score 13-10 PACIFIC wins. Close तो जाएगा ये, close जाएगा.
Essentially a C site, front of B, things like
Close
that.
तो जाएगा.
You have double wall, right? You have the vice wall, you have the deadlock wall. That's so annoying. You have to be so diligent here as PACIFIC.
Oh, I wonder who she's going to...
Tough choice.
Yeah. Will surprisingly go with DRX.
I'm so shocked. Oh, wait.
Okay. Do we have another one?
One more.
It's a best of 5. Apparently not. Master of Valorant, all-time Korea #1, Omen. That's what Mako stands for.
Hold on, let me write that one down.
It's pretty good.
Master, what was it, of all time? Korea?
Muskan ji, thank you for the 40 rupees on Super Chat. Let's go, PACIFIC. Let's go!
Notepad for later. Yeah, I mean, I think
Thank you for the 40,
overall, you have to
Muskan
be
ji.
pretty happy with that defender side as PACIFIC. Normally, but going up against the double sentinel, I don't know. Obviously, that's going to be a big question mark. You know, how are they going to be able to adapt to that? I will say, God, if there's any team that can do it,
PACIFIC attack करेगी भाई लोग अभी. ओमन एक के बाहर है और बाकी पूरी टीम सी जा रही है.
Anyway,
Nah, they are going C anyways.
Yep.
Maybe this is just really isn't too big of a deal.
2 sheriffs in hand. Sheer wall.
Bro, 1 HP हो गया ऐसे.
Ton of damage. He's got 3 HP. Just ate that paint shell. And then on the corner, instantly headshot into the spray down. Forsaken. Gets himself a second. Spike now planted. Freeing coming away with 2.
वो लोग पिस्टल कभी भी घुमा सकते हैं. वो लोग पिस्टल गोट है.
Are so damn low.
Never mind.
Final shot. We'll take him down. Bane. Just trying
Alright,
to send
boys,
out the net
9-5.
but there's just no way to try
Let's
to fish
go.
out these kills. Devi perfectly happy to stay sat there, crouched down, sheriff in hand. PACIFIC will go ahead, tie up the pistol count. You know, 1 step closer towards closing out their map pick.
Yeah, I mean, good coordination here. Got a lot of bodies you're throwing at the problem. That is such a fast reaction from for Jason. Goodness gracious.
Did you say for Jason?
For Jason. Yeah.
Did you mean to say for
Well, I wanted to say Jason, and I was in the middle of saying Forsaken, and then it just all came out.
किधर है
Look, I just turned
स्क्वाटल?
40, leave me alone.
That's true.
किधर है? अबे उसको बोलो ना भाई कैमरा के सामने तो आए.
It's well past my bedtime.
I'm sure most people will be shocked to hear that you've turned 40.
I'm sure.
Because they're like, damn, I thought that happened years ago.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, it's a miracle I'm not dead.
दूर बैठी है वो ब्लू जैकेट में. सामने आने बोलो ना उसको.
I love it. Anyway, so exec here onto the A site coming through for PACIFIC. No real opposition in their way. DRX just going to be looking to play.
भाई की ऐड आई है IPL बंद हो गया.
Maybe even cluster up and die to the spike. Though, knowing PACIFIC, they won't be happy with that fate for their opponents. They will go on the hunt.
Oh boy. Something. Little does he know, there's quite a few players right around that corner, but they're actually mostly going stairs, so he's going to have an isolated fight up there. This actually works out pretty well for PACIFIC, I think.
Crisp headshot. Freeing able to find one. Devi.
भाई इसके अगला राउंड जीतना है भाई. इसके अगला राउंड जीतना है, फिर मजा आएगा भाई. डायरेक्ट 10-5 हो जाएगा.
Overall, fairly clean. As PACIFIC now 9-5, 1 away from hitting double digits.
Yeah, so far we haven't really seen the utility from the Sentinels have much impact for the side of DRX. Got to start now. It's a great read from PACIFIC as well.
Nain Patel, thank you for the party.
Let's
go, PRX!
Something on his own. You put Mako up there to try to duel him. Look, Mako's great, but in terms of how you kind of draw it up as PACIFIC, that's exactly what you want to see with that retake.
Bro, bhai to ekdam full hai PACIFIC ka.
This time, Mako getting really aggressive, trying to play off the back of the drone, but there's a counter drone there. Keeping him at bay. No spokes. Oh my god. Smoke spam. Goodness. Smoke spam available. There's that wall, able to be baited out by the clone. Batman Just doing his job, seeing what's going on at B. Sonic sensor right around that corner there for Bane. See that quite often with deadlocks on this map. Is that going to get red, though? There's that wall. Timing. Quickly cleared.
Just go ahead and break that down. Still for now, though, DRX stagnant in their movements. Something creeping forward.
Corner.
Just around this corner is Estrella. And it's going to be Hyunmin, actually, who finds the kill.
Khelraay, lurker.
Likely preferred anyway from DRX. Trying to get that ultimate online here for the Yoru.
Oh.
That gets a catch. Two players held at bay for now. Bane hearing the footsteps and taken. Able to take one down. Mako.
Nahi yaar.
Smoke finds one. Turns for the second bit of eye. Able to go ahead and cut him down.
3v3 आ गया भाई बाय राउंड में उनके W.
3v3. 17 seconds remaining. Util available to try to prevent this plant though. As Jing
ठीक है
headshot, but it's onto the clone. Looks for a little bit more. Gets
अरे
the
यार.
still staying alive for the moment, but gets traded out. Forsaken. Able to cut him down. It's all on Estrella. The 1v2 wrapping around both players here in position.
Not ready yet.
Won't even get the chance to try to use the flash.
हाइलो लगाया.
Basically stacked up here for him. No way to flush this
Five
out.
star bonus, baby!
Pick up a 10th round victory.
Woo!
I mean, it's just so cool to see PACIFIC. The way that they're kind of deathballing around the map. Okay, yeah, you lose something there, but that's fine. And again, if you're stacked up like they are,
Trades लिए भाई, crazy trades लिए,
find
W हो
one
जाए.
wall, the other wall gets used. You're able to clear it so quickly that it's essentially null and void.
है ना, एक टाइम आउट लिया भाई PACIFIC से, उसके बाद में एक राउंड नहीं जीते भाई.
I mean, even though Jing didn't get a kill, he did some damage. That shot onto the clone was nuts, but
भाई trades heavy हो रहे.
Still though, Stinger Sheriff's Ghost.
लड़कर समथिंग का क्या करे? अबे वो आवाज देने गया था सी पे और वो टीपी करके आने वाला था ये पे. ऐसा कुछ हुआ रहेगा.
Catch here on the Yoru, but Gate Crash does not care. Noise is made. He hasn't been able to hear the exit. Stealth drone chasing forward, not going to catch a glimpse there.
दवाई का अल्ट है.
Be pre-pop though.
दवाई खिला दे दवाई.
Still set up. Seal Garden going to be sent. Fake out. Hit there by the Stingers. TP forward and freeing has the headshot, finding one. Damn, somebody can buy something once again down.
स्क्वाटल कैमरा के सामने आना डायरेक्ट. हाई करना जरा चैट को.
By the wall here for the moment. Swing.
I go. No way.
Looking for a little bit more. Gets fully flashed up though, and Jing finds two in all the chaos. Suddenly it's just Hyunmin with the Stinger. Low HP on both. Only Divine. Popped up here for the moment, but it's going to be Divine continuing to find these final kills. PACIFIC.
अभी दिखाएंगे तुम लोग को, अभी दिखाएंगे.
Across the two halves.
I guess ये राउंड के बाद दिखाएंगे. डायरेक्ट आगे बढ़ जा बड़ी कैमरा.
When you get into the mud, that's where PACIFIC likes it. Things are all kinds of scrappy around this wall. You know, it's nicely placed. It trapped something. And then everybody's trying to figure out a way to deal with it. They throw a paranoia at it as well. And it looked like maybe DRX was going to come through, but the weaker weaponry cost them. It's a good idea. Now that PACIFIC is kind of aware of it, try something a bit different. Still though, Vice Wall going to be at C. And this could just be a pretty quick hit.
Forsaken spawn. Bane seemingly conscious about this is swinging out and losing the fight. Forsaken has the Vandal. He's able to take him down, Mako. Tap of the door, finding kill onto Divine.
Cutting through.
And has widely been the final boss for a lot of these rounds. Hyunmin going to go rushing forward here with the dimensional drift.
Something ने कैसे ट्रैक किया अबे वो यूरो को? Hacker साला.
Behind it upper. Jing has sight set on the angle. Pull out of the dimensional drift here for Hyunmin. Immediately going to be chipped down.
Oh wow.
2 HP. Forsaken able to find that kill. Estrella arriving in from behind.
Something 1 HP हो गया.
Planted in the baseboard here into Mako, who's able to gun down 3. Forsaken answers back with a shorty. With 7 HP, there's nothing more to be done. DRX, they close out the round, but PACIFIC still have smiles on their faces. They know that they're still continuing to do so much damage to this economy.
It's a really good early read from PACIFIC, but DRX able to stabilize and hold so many different angles that PACIFIC never felt comfortable that they could put this spike down. They knew they had the Armageddon in play as well.
Something 1 HP कैसे हो गया बनता है?
So DRX just able to kind of find their
timing. अरे वो लोग clear करने गए रे 3 man.
Let the clock run, make PACIFIC make some moves, and then just punish them off the back of that. the timing there from all the players of DRX coordinating together on that good. Still a ton of work to be done.
Something grabbed here by the net.
Did he see? Does he know Hyunmin?
I don't think Gun Barrel's been spotted, but I don't think Hyunmin's been scouted either. Has a gate crash. They are frantically looking for each other, but right now Hyunmin with the advantage. Catches something completely off guard. Makes a quick exit, just gate crashing back over onto the site.
Yeah, they immediately ping the other side of Rebel where that TP would have come through. Weren't really aware that that could be a possibility.
Is it confirmed? PRX
well.
joining Sentinels?
Get a little bit dicey. Trying to hold down that post plant. Just getting there may be difficult. Got Hyunmin and Bane.
अगर कंफर्म नहीं है तो तेरे को बैन पड़ेगा भाई डब्ल्यू टेकर देख जल्दी क्योंकि तूने स्पैम भी किया है ये बोल के
Now is committed forward. Hyunmin
ठीक है ट्रेड है
before getting taken down. It's going to be the got the hit.
क्या बात है
As the Annihilation goes bounding forward. Catches one. Have they cleared him out?
30 seconds left.
They certainly have now, but it will still lead to his demise.
2v3 अरे यार
turns over to the side, finds Forsaken.
अरे यार ये लोग अभी जीत रहे हैं.
At the front of the site. DRX now 2 rounds in a row. Still 4 separating.
Well, seemingly able to find their footing a bit more. Again, just a little bit of trickery from Hyunmin. Something not ready for it. Probably kicking himself a bit. Even got the Nightfall invested. Patman.
Forsaken.
Yes, that was disgusting. He
Chat,
was jumping around.
कुछ तो glitch हो रहा है मेरी आंखें ऑटोमेटिक बंद हो रही है.
Headshots his opponent. So, okay, now it's Paper X's turn to be on a weaker buy. Jing does have his ultimate showstopper there. Bucky to back it up. The paint shells.
ऐसे का अल्ट रिटेक करने के लिए लेकिन इन लोग का कैप्रेक्स का इको है 8-11.
Ult to get out. Really thought there was going to be a ton of pressure coming his way.
Bro just ulted and went back.
And at the same time,
in his defense,
other side of the wall.
It is Paper X.
Sure.
I don't blame him.
Very true. You have to. Well, there's also a showstopper here from Jing, which might just be about to see. There you go. As Mako mounting up and over the top, TPing and nearly TP's right on top of where I thought that rocket was going to go. Had Estrella not gotten that kill, that would have been both of them absolutely destroyed. Mako stays alive. Shot hits the clone. Flash forward, Estrella playing here within the smoke, but Mako still playing up on top of the site. Comes away with a second kill here. Peeks in for a little bit more, but something manages to bring about his demise. 5 HP remaining here on the Yoru. Swing onto the corner though, and Patman going to be taken down. And it would have to be some of the crispiest shots that we have ever seen in quick succession to one another. And it will be Hyunmin narrowly scraping by to keep himself alive.
Round अगला अपना है अभी देखते रहो.
3 away from tying
ये
it up.
jumping और 4 second के ult है. They're gonna cook her.
Round
wide thank you for the 2 pounds.
Want to deal with these walls at the front of C. It seems like originally they were just kind of throwing the clone at it, and now they're trying to get through different ways. I think you're better off just early round taking some out control, throwing the clone at it, getting rid of it, and working the map off the back of that. Because every time they tried to just go through that Vice wall, either just sending something through a TP or Jing blast packing forward, it's been dicey, to say the least. Yeah, there was one round where they won getting through that way, but it doesn't seem to be consistent. So I think you really need to be diligent with clearing out this Sentinel util. And yeah, just a fan from that one. Unsure who to vote for, so hedge their bets.
Can't decide.
I don't blame them.
Well,
I love both of these teams.
It really does feel like sending one of them off in fashion, given they have to play against one another. I mean, RB is probably going to be
W roll by.
But it feels like watching 2 friends go to different colleges.
Thank you for the 2 pounds.
Middle school. One got into NYU, one got into Temple University.
It's very East Coast bias there. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it is because it's such a classic matchup. There's just tremendous history here. Obviously, our first ever Pacific Finals. You know, you want to see both of them succeed.
Thank you so much. Oh my God! What?
It seemed like he had no idea where he was. Looked like you walking down the street, but then he got his bearings and he got the shot.
What? I'm a good walker. Don't take.
हुसैन भाई खुश मत हो, मैं पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद वाले जो तुम्हारे मैसेजेस है वो डिलीट कर रहा हूँ, क्योंकि लोग तुमको ही भरेंगे। मैं नहीं चाहता मेरी चैट खराब हो, समझ रहे हो, इसलिए मैं तुमको तुम्हारे वो मैसेजेस उड़ा रहा हूँ, ठीक है ना। आप खुश मत हो वो चीज़ से, ठीक है। मेरे चैट में मेरे को लफड़ा नहीं चाहिए कुछ। सब लोग मैच देखने आए, चुपचाप मैच देख के वो लोग जाएंगे, ठीक है। आप अपना प्यार अपने पास रखो, हम अपना प्यार हक से जताएंगे।
Salvos going out backwater and then Estrella peeking out, able to find 2-3 as Forsaken does fall. Patman answers back for a singular kill onto the Vice, but he's paranoid up, he's up and over the top, and Mako likely just going to go for a quick little peek. Finds the headshot, and that's going to be DRX now, continuing with a win streak of their own, 2 away.
Uh-oh. Things starting to
कोई चैट में कुछ हेट नहीं लिया, कोई कुछ एक दूसरे को कुछ गाली नहीं देगा, ठीक है ना चैट। चुपचाप मैच देखते हैं, एंजॉय करते हैं। Baby calm down.
It's just the timing a little bit off for Jing. He's just a little bit slow behind that flash.
Number of times that we've seen Jing go for that setup and come away with the kill.
Yep.
Him versus
भाई क्या हो रहा है ये?
lives rent free in my
Eco आ गया?
head. Also had the operator. Jing, he won that fight. This time around though, and been not allowing for it. So Op still retained. It's gonna be a double push up. Has Bane in tow as that smoke now blooming here, and as the Haunt gets ready to come through, let's just take that gate crash out.
Looking for that sonic sensor. Now they're gonna have to rethink this. Take a moment to consider. Got that rebel control. You want to show some presence on the rest of the map.
From two sides, the clone in tow absorbs that op shot here for them. Wall set up a tree, freeing, able to find something here at the door. As Prowler quickly cleared out. Patman.
Nice.
The Sheriff finds the kill, and that's going to be a weapon now collected. Estrella looking for some timing shots. A tiny bit of damage going to be found. Let's push up from Mako. Finding the lurk. Devi gone. 3v4. The tight quarters contact.
Good peek, beautiful peek, bhai.
Some value.
ले इसको भी ले, अरे यार।
Narrowly gets away with that. Now goes ahead, throws on the dimensional drift. His weapon's going to be juggled around. Forsaken, however, grabs the operator.
उसकी ऑफ उठा ली।
He's going to have to contend with Gunman here from behind.
Coat it.
Forsaken is able to find that, grabs another weapon, but Bane capitalizes before he can get that steadied. Time ticking. Patman on the cross angle, needing to clutch it out. Bane drops down. He faces forward, and Patman hits the Red Bull clutch to get Paper X up to map point. What a round!
This is it.
He has been so good for Paper X in these clutch situations. The new kid on the block. Making it look easy. He has just been so
Match point आ गया है. Match point आ गया है. Thrifty round, double
so
use.
Disciplined. I mean that weird position he takes catches Mako off guard. Nobody holds at that angle. Nobody holds inside of the archway of that door.
13-10 होगा देखो. ये round अभी DRX जीतेगी देखो.
It deals with that.
आज जो जीता वो कंफर्म है ना मास्टर्स के लिए. टॉप 3 अगर ग्रुप में से जा सकते हैं टोरंटो तो पेपर एक्स टॉप 3 में कंफर्म आ जाएगी. लेकिन अगर टॉप 2 का लफड़ा है तो वो मुश्किल हो जाएगा. टॉप 2 मेरे हिसाब से वर्ल्ड कप के लिए है. या कैसा है सीन चैट? चैट व्हाट इज द सीन? टॉप 3 जा रहे हैं ना. हाँ तो टॉप 3 टोरंटो जा रहे हैं और टॉप 2 ईडब्ल्यूसी वर्ल्ड कप जा रहे हैं. ईडब्ल्यूसी कप जा रहे हैं मतलब जो भी है मतलब ई स्पोर्ट्स वर्ल्ड कप जा रहे हैं. समझ रहे हो?
See how things look going into this one. Paper X just going to be looking to bring this to a conclusion right here, right now. Not leave that door open any wider for DRX. There's something. Oh boy, he's got a judge.
भारत माता की जय. जय
This ought
हिंद.
to be good.
जय हिंद
This
आयुष
ought to
भाई.
be good.
Thank you for the 40.
Certainly there's some kind of setup here with this. Plus you could use the Nightfall.
They're one away from a sealed garden as well. They've got a ton of ults online, whereas DRX don't have much of anything. TP forward with the dimensional drift. Something on the hunt here. Wall just going to be chucked out as Bane frantically figuring out where the hell he can go to escape. Will ride the rope. Nope, drops down.
Oh my god भाई क्या था ये? कुछ भी था ब्रो. ये नेड भी पहुंचा नहीं.
food not being eaten tonight. That's Bane able to find one more there before Jing comes in for the trade. Drop down.
Oh.
Little avoidance there from Hyunmin as he tries to stay alive.
Bro, what a stun, what a stun.
Similarly, has to take the rope out towards safety.
Nah, they are cooked. They are so cooked, bro.
Flash out, Shorty drawn down. Hyunmin.
Nice trade. 2v1.
Divide at range.
Alte, but kar de.
Kill. Now alone, the spike. In the meantime,
Acha, planted nahi ab tak.
It's not in play. Divide needs to try to clutch this out.
Shit, he missed it, bro.
Paranoia gonna be sent. Goes backpedaling, but freeing is just here around the corner. They need to try to hold on to these weapons. Divide has a chance.
Bhai, 30 HP
close. But freeing.
30 HP tha, chat. 30 HP.
DRX will keep themselves afloat.
Just thought it was going to be another classic Divide clutch here.
Andy.
Doing what he
Andy's in the
can.
chat.
Tried to disrupt at the top of rope. DRX able to stabilize at the back of drop. Freeing able to reclaim that rope space and use it to set up a crossfire there to break free of that entrapment. Man, oh man, I thought Divide was just gonna send us on.
Eco aa gaya, chat. 11-12 ho jayega abhi.
I mean, they're one away from a showstopper. They can try to get this orb. Steel Garden equalize the weapon, playing field.
Yeah.
PACIFIC could certainly get
But
this done
PACIFIC
in
अगर
thrifty
बहुत
fashion.
close आके ये round भी हारती है ना, तो अगला round DRX के पास बाय अच्छा नहीं रहेगा. Half shield वगैरह लेना पड़ेगा उनको.
You know it's probably going to be A. That's been Bane's home.
Wall sent out, freeing. Ooh, catching a glimpse, knows that they're there within the smoke. The Annihilation immediately going to be sent there. Divide going to be taken down as Freeing's able to find one, sends out the stun, looking for the hit, doesn't manage to find it, but it gets the headshot on the Forsaken all the same. As that is now something. Alone here on the site, and taken down. Flawless. DRX dispatching the thrifty attempt. So, let's say moderate frustration perhaps in the face of Coach Alex.
Oh, for sure.
As DRX is now one away from pushing this into OT. And from there, who knows what the hell happens.
Well, exactly. It's been such a good second half here for DRX. Once they got a few rounds in, really started to find their comfort on this defender side. Just can't quite get this double duelist to connect. Something 13 and 14, Jing 14 and 19. A little bit off balance using those flashes. Jing.
For a turn of the flash, unable to find it. Does he just check the angle? Freeing flushes him out. The showstopper, no value found once more.
तीसरा ult है यार. OT जा रहा है ये. No way, bro.
Now the spike dropped here inside of B, but something pushes up into upper.
क्या level का throw है ये?
To the corner, freeing now can be flushed out. Steel Garden holds back the remaining players.
Spike planted.
As we go into a 3v3 in the post plant. Util. Ults burned. Not much more to work with here on either side. Mako breaks down one of the walls. The rest now expired. Net lobbed in as Mako tries to get
flash.
Estrella fallen.
Nice!
And there you have it. A kill apiece to bring it to an end. OT not happening. 13-11. PACIFIC will close out their map pick of Lotus.
Oh man.
जल्दी अंदर आओ जल्दी बेड लेके खड़े हैं लेट्स जल्दी आओ
The energy that we're seeing today. That was a hell of a comeback goal for DRX. It looked like
ये लोग गए. ये लोग गए. इधर तक लाई थी मैच, इधर तक. वाह कसम. भाई ये हार जाते राउंड भाई. मेरे को लगा ये मैच हार जाते भाई अभी तो. Nilesh bhai, thank you for the 9 months. GG PACIFIC is back. Thank you for the 9 months. Muskan, thank you for the 40. GG PACIFIC. Love you. Love you too. Love you too, PACIFIC.
When you're laying them one by one after the other, stability is not going to be that much of a concern.
मां कसम, ऐसा कुत्ता जिस घर पे होएगा उस घर से मैं 2 घर दूर घर लूंगा। 2 क्या, घर ही नहीं लूंगा मैं। मां कसम, पल्लू भाई का कुत्ता भी उनकी तरह ही है। आपको काट क्यों नहीं रहा है? दैट्स वाज माय क्वेश्चन एज वेल ब्रो। ही शुड एक्चुअली बाइट पल्लू। आ जाओ चैट अप देखे। ओ एश ट्रीच, थैंक यू फॉर द नाइट। अबे ऑस्ट्रिच लिख देता सीधा सीधा, ये ऐसा क्यों लिखा है बेस ने? नहीं वो तो 20 रुपीज ब्रो। ओ एच ट्रिच, और ये तो चमगादड़ है। मैं यार, वेट कितने वीडियोस डाले इसने? 170, मेरे को लगा 17 1.7 के डाले कुछ। थैंक यू ब्रो फॉर द 20 रुपीज। ईगल है, सॉरी चमगादड़ नहीं, ईगल। ईगल को क्या बोलते हैं हिंदी में? मैं भूल गया। चील 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 चील, बाज बोलते हैं। कबूतर लिखता है एक पावली कब। अरे यार तेरा क्रॉसर देख के भाई छी। गैस वैलो रैंक। अबे ये तो देखा हूं मैं, ये देखा हूं, ये देखा हूं, ये देखा हूं, ये देखा हूं। चैट सुनो ना, एक अंदर की बात बता रहा हूं। शीशी लगी है जोर से। हॉस्टेल चेटअप, ओ ये देखा अपन ने। यहीं पे करो प्लीज। व्हाट, ज्यादा अंदर की बात हो गई। अरे वेटिंग फॉर यू टू ज्वाइन, शट अप। भाई ये इसके स्क्रीन पे जब फ्लैश आता रहेगा ये ब्लाइंड नहीं होता रहेगा, क्योंकि इसको ऑल टाइम फ्लैश में रहने की आदत है। वाओ नाइस, गेस माय रैंक। You are watching One Piece. One Piece is my favorite anime as well, bro. ये इसका नाम है मंकी डी लफी, ये है जोरो, ये है हिनाटा, एंड यहाँ तक मैं पहुँचा नहीं। सो आई फील जो भी ये एनिमेज देखते हैं उन लोग का रैंक होता है फ्लैट, बट आई एम एन एक्सेप्शन, सो दैट्स व्हाई आई एम असेंडेंट। सी ये भी मंकी डी लफी है। टीवी सेटअप, वाओ क्रेजी। जायफन ओजी, वन पीस ओवररेटेड, हा। इज इट रियल चैट? इज वन पीस ओवररेटेड? भाई मेरा पुराना मॉनिटर ऐसे ही था डिट्टो, एक्चुअली यही था, मैंने इसको दे दिया। वही मेरे पास ये सेम स्पीकर्स भी है। Haj bhai, watch the setup and guess the rank, please. You must be a plat. Diamond. Because your mousepad's big. Your setup looks clean, bro. हज भाई करीब हो गया हूँ, मैड्रिड पे सट्टा लगाया था, पैसा नहीं है। अरे ओ रैंगेस, जिस हिसाब का माउस है और माउस पैड है एंड एवरीथिंग एवरीथिंग। फ्लैट। ओपी 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 Should I report this guy? Immortal 2 peak with that red gear. क्या? Thank you. मर्च तो दिखा लाला, मर्च तो दिखा. My gaming setup. वाओ यार क्या मस्त लग रहा है ये क्या मस्त लग रहा. Crazy. W. अरे भाई पागल भी गए क्या भाई. ये पूरा बाटली खत्म किया है, इधर चॉकलेट इतना खत्म किया है. पागल भी गए क्या भाई लोग. ऐसा सब मत करा करो रे, मत खाया करो इतना. वाओ W mouse pad bro. Current rank Iron 2. Playing from 2 years. Horrendous. इसकी मम्मी को भेजो कोई तो ये प्लीज. मम्मी को और पापा को दोनों को. वैलोरेंट टैकर का एप्लीकेशन भी होता है. मां कसम ये ऐसे लोग फिल्मोरा यूज जो करते हैं, फिल्मोरा और ट्रैकर एक साथ, वो लोग प्लैट रहते हैं. दे ओ माय गॉड. W गेस. मोमोज भाई. मोमो कौन बोलता है भाई. मेरे को है ना कमेंट में सब लोग लिख रहे थे भाई कि अरे मोमोज नहीं होता हगा से, मोमो होता है. कौन मोमो कौन बोलता है भाई. मोमो कौन बोलता है. मैंने तो जितने लोगों को देखा है वो लोग सबसे यही सुना है भाई मोमोज खाएगा भाई. भाई मोमो होगा तुम्हारे घर पे, हमारे इधर मोमोज ही होता है. मोमो होता है, तुम मोमो बोलो भाई. Hell nah bro. Literally chill stream also like. Thank you alive coldness. I go. अबे ये भी सो गए लाइव आए. एक सेकेंड. उठ जा. ओए. Wow. What a beautiful setup. ओंकार केदार, thank you for the 20 रुपए भावा. Thank you ओंकार बाबू for the 20 रुपए on super chat. चालू हो रहा है भाई. क्या टाइमर है यार, बराबर टाइम पे चालू करता है.
And DRX absolutely need to win this if they want to have any chance of going.
Stay on Harbor.
All right, DRX are going to back themselves with the exact same comp. Worked and a treat against Talon. They smashed Talon with this Harbor comp. And they were playing
Naman exclamation Discord डाल के link आ जाएगा.
Talon, and they're playing against something somewhat similar. Something looking very standard here for PRX.
Yeah, I think that double controller, that's the main thing. The Omen is the biggest mix-up.
Something is on Jet. That's W.
PRX comp. That's the biggest mix-up. Now, I love watching the Omen.
Jing on Omen is obnoxious.
How the Viper does it. Good smoke.
Jing on Omen is obnoxious, but chomping on Jet is what I like to see.
All right, we're going to go to map 2 of this very exciting series. I have a question for the casters, Achilles and Paper Thin. How do you feel about trains?
Not something that I have a necessarily strong opinion. I take them from time to time. You know, the train system here in South Korea, pretty good. Whether or not we're going to be seeing a cross-continental railway be built from Asia to North America, that is another question. We shall see, but PaperX have taken that first step. They've gotten the investment money. construction is underway. Whether or not the project will be completed or abandoned, we'll have to just wait and see.
It is a long bridge, no doubt about it, but it's getting close to completion across the Pacific Ocean. I'm a huge train fan. Mako, a lot of players there. This is scary. Oh, okay, he's okay.
Covering a good amount, though. Those footsteps telling a broad tale here. There's Hyunmin dodging up the paranoia, the shock dart. Tailwind into the corner. Tailwind out from Hyunmin. Is Bane able to find something?
Shit, bhai.
Down. DRX once
क्या
again
fast खेलते हैं भाई.
As Mako still
Pranav, thank you for the 40 rupees on super chat. क्या लगता है मैप कौन जीतेगा? मेरे को लगता है DRX जीतेगा. Love from BD, thank you so much.
This defuse is going to prove to be difficult. The salvos about to be sent. Held to half, but Patman taken down. It's freeing. Finds a one. Jing looking for that second. Can't quite make it happen. DRX will take the opening pistol here on Icebox as they look to extend this to a third at map.
Yeah, this is going to be rough for PACIFIC, I imagine. I mean, this is almost the same comp that they ran against, or excuse me, that Talon ran against them, that PACIFIC are playing.
कुछ भी लिखना बंद कर दे पेस.
It's going to be the difference there instead of a Tejo. So a nearly flashless map other than the paranoia. It's going to be quite interesting. So much of this is going to come down to the controllers. So much of this, in my opinion, for PACIFIC is going to come down to Forsaken on that Sova. That scan util is going to be so important for figuring out what the hell is going on the other side of these harbor walls.
Oh, Jing spotted out, suppressed, so can't try to take out of position. So
जमा हो गया भाई, उस पे सब डाल दिए भाई. उसने गलती से अपना मुंह दिखा दिया ओमन ने. उस पे सब डाल दिए.
They're ready to just go ahead and pick apart the remaining players of PACIFIC. Sheriff now in hand for something, and I believe a shoulder scene. Through that wall there for a brief little moment, so position noted. Bane on a flank.
10 रुपए की पेप्सी हर्ष भाई टॉटी.
We'll just opt to back away.
Good read though by something.
भाई इतनी आदत हो गई है कि अभी हर्ष भाई को भी हर्ष भाई पढ़ता हूँ मैं.
Do as much damage as he can.
ऐसी चैट हो गई है मेरी.
So many players stacked here.
And eventually, shots will come through.
कोई नाम से बुलाता ही नहीं है भाई.
3K gets DRX. Fairly clean anti-eco. 2-0 start and Reckoning online going into the bonus.
That's huge. I mean, that gives you such a great ability to clear through on towards A with that Reckoning. Force PACIFIC to play retake. And again, that's really, really tough going up against this double smokes comp that DRX is going to be piloting because you don't have a lot of flashes. You have to rely so heavily on either just Contact or Forsaken's util to get you the info that you need to make good decisions on the way in. But they're going to get aggressive. They're going to try to get ahead of it a bit, our PACIFIC over on the A side. But all the attention actually towards B, so DRX kind of doing what you would not expect. And when you have a Reckoning in play, just going to make a quick hit and divide. Just has
अरे love from BD बंद कर दे तेरा.
There's a nano to try to delay, but now the Reckoning going to be invested as the wall goes up, cutting off the angles here at Snowman as well. And considering the bite. Some shots are starting to fly, and there's the
WWW.
Sreya going to be put down on the floor. Wall's getting ready to fall. This now becomes a very difficult position here for the side of DRX to actually get the spike in play. They aren't able to do so, but Free and Hyunmin both going to be taken down as something pinches in from under tube. Mako lingering here within his smoke, but something just a little bit faster. Bane finding himself a second, the nano at the ready. The wrap around here back.
WWW.
We'll go ahead and deny
good round.
conversion. Minor damage dealt, 2 casualties overall. Not too bad as PACIFIC get themselves on the board.
Yeah, for sure. And overall, I just really like the understanding of the situation here for PACIFIC. Just know
6.5 होगा ये. Close. 6.5.
Is to either just let them get A for free and try to play for
Shin-chan,
retake,
thank
or
you for the
get ahead of it, send a bunch of players out,
£2
take A
slash
control,
euros
slash
slash.
backpedaling the whole way once he starts getting contact.
क्या बोलते भाई ये currency को chat?
Let them play for this.
Thank you so much for the 2
long range guns and something.
Love from Berlin, love from Navi Mumbai Bhava.
Rifles abound.
Thank you so much, Shin-chan.
Really see what the meat and potatoes of both of these teams looks like. Early dart
Euros, thank you so much for the 2 euro, bro.
Does allow them.
अच्छा तो pound उसको बोलते हैं क्या? समझा.
Forsaken going to be sending the drone. Bane does get spotted out.
Ooh.
Something on the prowl. Up and over the top, dropping down.
भाई ये तो अटक गया इधर नहीं लेकिन ये अकेला है ना किल जो है
He will just slowly back away.
भाई निकल गया वो
through. Bane swooping in. He's getting closer here to making contact against one another. Now backpedaling out, and the pressure is there.
अरे
The
मारो
pitch coming
इसको
through.
मारो
Trying to take it down here at mid. Swing in. Bane somehow though winning out this fight. Free player wraparound now. Mako trying to note it from behind at Garage, but ends up falling to the wayside. Spike at the same time gets planted here on the B site.
Bro, how is he alive? How can he get one?
Cuts across through mid. The fuse now starting to get held. Manages to get that up to
half.
Salvo's going to be sent in on the back end of that one, but cannot find that kill. Cloudburst going to be thrown down. Estrella finding one, looking for the spray. Push out of the wall. And it is just going to starting to really spiral out of control here from PACIFIC. Felt like they were in a strong position, but Bane finding that kill changes the plot.
I fully agree with you. It's, all I can think about is that kill for Bane. Really changes that round. Makes it way more difficult for PACIFIC. They can't take as much map control as they like. They can't control that space. Over towards the attacker side spawn, they have to loop back through tube.
Forsaken could have stick. किसने तो stick करने का try किया, लेकिन वो हक दिया.
Through that way. They've got those crossfires set up. Got the walls they can throw at it.
चार्जर ने एक जन पे पुल अप किए हुए और फिर भी वो नहीं मर पाया.
Oh my god, Jing.
Okay, well they're just going to go aggro again, and this time get rewarded for it. The kill that they couldn't find in the first round, or the previous round I should say. They were able to find it here. Freeing taken down.
केजे को जल्दी मारना चाहिए था उधर.
Post plant util, a lot of it.
PACIFIC जीती तो वो टोरंटो, yes.
PACIFIC getting themselves a thrifty to close the gap down to 1. That would be devastating for DRX.
No doubt. Knives out as well for something. He is so good with those. Can really be a difference maker potentially in this round.
Shinchan, bhai, thank you for joining in the Pow Gang Gold. Welcome to the Pow Gang. W Shinchan Gaming waiting in the chat.
Trying to clear out whatever util
Love you, bro.
may be here at the plant spot. You still have 3 players. Eyes on this position. Hyunmin creeping towards mid. Might get a peek here from Patman. Staying stagnant here for the moment. Where did that go?
I don't know.
What happened to that?
I was just looking for it too.
Did it just evaporate immediately?
It just didn't show up on the map.
Okay, then it didn't show up on the mini-map, so I was very confused.
Same.
Oh, tons of damage. Spike planted straight, giving his life for the cause there.
वो wall overlap हुई है wall के ऊपर, I guess.
Versus 5, Hyunmin on this flank needs to go absolutely monstrous for the team.
Oh shit!
The trigger doesn't play it patient.
4v3 है भाई, eco में. मार दे, एक मार दे. Oh my god. ठीक है 1v2, 1v2. Come on. Good peek. Good peek.
The plant not really gonna be for him. Up and over the top it goes. Tries to get the spray down, but Forsaken collects the weapon dropped on the spike by Estrella previously.
Zaxubai, thank you so much for the response.
Narrowly clutch this out to ensure the thrifty PACIFIC find another round win.
Thank you so much, Zaxubai. Welcome back to the Power Gang, brother.
This early kill from Jing. Such a tempo setter.
W's by.
Estrella there has to give his life for the cause. And that puts you at a 3v5.
भाई क्या मारा था बेन ने यार.
Out on this map, looking good. Yunmin doing his best. Great switch, but Forsaken coming in clutch. Another hero stepping up for PACIFIC. Something with that up. This is where things get scary. You do have Hunter's Fury.
Bit of damage going to be taken there from the salvo. Oh, the jump up, the drop down. I think you might have seen here is Hunter's Fury now also going to be open up Forsaken fishing.
क्या फटी थी मेरी इधर भाई.
Not found.
कितना aggressive hold कर रहा था.
Very well may have. Mako pushing forward. He hears the footsteps and oh, he gets just a glimpse of Patman as well. Now Mako going to be maybe pinned in a little bit of a unwanted position. At the same time, reckoning here onto the A side to try to open things up. And here comes the swing from the flank. Mako about to be hit from that left-hand side and nearly hits the transfer. Some damage dealt on the 2. Divide. Forsaken tagged up. Planted play now a 4v4 as timing send here on this lockdown. Been pinged out. Patman chasing forward, finds that elimination, but now needs to try to just go ahead, tuck out into the corner. So lockdown gets ready. It's going to be the pit invested actually. Gives himself over to the detain. Turret keeps him protected from behind you for the moment. Bane on the hunt, trying to flush out Forsaken. At the same time, the Armageddon goes in and Forsaken. Guns down 3. Swing out. Cannot find it. A 4K. As we are tied up 3-3. What a round from Forsaken.
Goodness gracious. Forsaken looks like he's done. They know he's there. They're busy cleaning up stuff on site. They're somewhat ready for him. Forsaken's just having none of it. Well, this play by Patman, by the way. Eat the lockdown. Potentially, but have the Viper's Pit there. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah, let him know.
Bro is online!
PACIFIC now poised to go ahead and gain the lead for themselves unless DRX can pull out their own Thrifty. 2 Sheriffs, a Ghost.
Bro is feeling it by eco round for DRX now.
A lot of danger for PACIFIC in this, but something with a judge. He's playing close up at B, so they can lean a little bit heavier into the ooze.
Drifting out wide. Knives avoided. 2 of them going to be burnt here. It's not really deterred nor slowed up. Estrella. A bit of damage going to be suffered there from the shock dart as Cope gets popped through the wall. Now here on the floor, divide with 1. Get him a lockdown. As okay, get him in. Quick little dip back in on the POV on that line. He's going to go find himself a second kill. Has the lockdown, immediately sends it.
PRX off in the
Gives the Armageddon investment in the previous round. Not clear this out with any kind of ease. Headshot going to be down there from Fring, and Patman falls low, but he stands tall. Finds Estrella. That now leaves 2 players left.
Last player standing.
Smako scaling forward, finding the first to defuse, being held, and Patman there to bodyguard.
Muskan, thank you for the party. PACIFIC OP in the chat.
3 in a row for themselves, now up 4-3.
I just love the confidence from Patman. This looked like maybe Hunman was just going to take over the round, but finally PACIFIC able to get the weapons to bear. And Patman just no fear. Gets dinked once, still happy to step up and take players down.
W's.
What a great play from him.
अबे chat में तो ये भूल ही गया.
Well used there as well by PACIFIC. So again, a lot
gift
of
कैसे देने का रुको.
Macro play for PACIFIC, really looking solid.
अबे gift आ रहा क्यों नहीं है?
DRX trying to right the ship, trying to find some answers there on that eco, almost get it done. Blade Storm's so impactful, but still just not quite enough.
Hi in the chat. Hi in the chat.
Forsaken 1 round, Patman the next. I mean the star power on PACIFIC. Just through the roof.
अबे available ही नहीं है अभी.
Confidence finally back.
अच्छा अभी hi मत करो. अभी hi मत करो. मेरे को ऑप्शन ही नहीं आ रहा है भाई. मेरे को ऑप्शन नहीं आ रहा है. मेरे को अभी करना था लेकिन ऑप्शन नहीं आ रहा chat.
Should be a train ticket. That was a plane.
ऑप्शन नहीं आ रहा है.
Well, I mean,
I guess you could argue they're similar.
कुछ तो glitch होगा. कुछ तो glitch होगा.
I mean, take the train to the.
आ गया. OP. ये क्या हो गया?
The venue.
Yeah, sure. That's
information yet for the
oh,
here.
This is Sliggy's top secret mission.
Yeah.
Oh,
if they make it, I expect that. Okay, well, Emmett's dead. I'll have to hold that thought as Ring's dead. With that, whatever the timeout call was for, PACIFIC have undone it instantly at the very start of the round.
They're so aggressive.
I guess now I have time. I was going to say, every PACIFIC game, if they make it to Toronto, I think he needs to dress up as a conductor. He needs a train whistle, he needs a little hat.
Oh, he should, yeah.
And if you don't do it,
3v4.
You're dead to me.
Yeah, you're just a bad human.
Bro, how is he? Oh shit! उसने गलती से shoot किया बेचारे ने alarm bot through किया तो भी.
Outfit ready.
The guy is still not aware. And
well,
nice.
This is gonna go from bad to worse.
वो alarm bot कैसे dodge किया chat वो?
A wide angle, 2 players now trapped in to this A site. 2 around the corner. And PACIFIC not looking to get overly aggressive. Except for Forsaken, who will go for a
अबे YouTube का lag वापस शुरू हो गया क्या?
Unpunished though, and you've got a little insurance policy of something around the corner.
Bro, I got it. Congrats, Rachit.
Getting closer. Hunter's Fury. Oh, Jin goes down. Okay.
30 seconds.
Don't want to give Mako many more looks like that.
चलो अभी जिनको मेंबरशिप मिली वो लोग खुद भी मेंबरशिप गिफ्ट करो so that दूसरों को मिले समझ रहे हो?
Too much to be done about it.
Oh my god.
Forsaken is on it. Mako now frantically trying to hold on to the weapon. He cannot. Batman is right there to go ahead and take it away.
जिनको नहीं मिला यार उनके लिए चलो गिफ्ट करो अभी चलो जल्दी ऐसे 50-100 एटलीस्ट गिफ्ट हो जाने चाहिए 50-100 तो कम बोला मैंने 200 एटलीस्ट 200 एटलीस्ट हो जानी चाहिए क्या बोलते हो?
I mean, yeah, that second kill is much more Paper X, but that spam there, just anticipating that there's going to be a player up on belt. Heck yeah. Giving the Paper X fans something to be excited about again. Hyunmin with the hero rifle. Love Mako's pit if you can get there, but it's a lot of pistols behind it.
Hero rifle for Hyunmin.
भाई इस पे देखते हैं ट्विच पे देखते हैं ये क्या है यार यूट्यूब ठीक ट्विच लगा रहा हूं
So aggressive. I mean, this space they take at A early is so frustrating for DRX.
Does Bane have any information about this at all? Seems like the drop not heard. Maybe starting to hear his footsteps. Perhaps a kill. Hunter's Fury going to be called out. Something finds Fring, and that's going to be a
round खत्म हो गया इधर round खत्म हो गया.
Now 5 consecutive. Get up to 6 on this defense.
back-to-back round जीती Paper X. Wow.
They look so good right now.
W.
I mean, again, the
W
map
Paper X.
understanding their win conditions to get ahead in multiple ways. Like, not only does this early aggression on A just net kills and make things difficult, but it gets ahead of the controller utility. That makes
what in the world are you doing?
Scary. Puts a ton of pressure on them. There's so much that's layered behind this idea that is working out extremely well for them. On top
भाई मेरे को तो लगा था 6-all होगा बे.
I mean, you gotta love this as Paper X. You don't have to worry about any flashes. You can just run at people and shoot.
Yeah.
It's the best day ever.
They've now gotten themselves
6
wins, guaranteeing at least a tie at the half. That's after
Ashley का तब से ult है क्या?
Up the pistol round. And from the defending side. Tap of the spike. Something out wide. Sends out a shot.
क्या कर रहा है?
Go ahead, get alerted as Mako does note that flank coming down from mid. Batman thinking that he was going to be able to spring a trap.
Spam kills ही मारो आप.
Around here for now. The wall, or rather orb will fall. Forsaken joins it. And it seems like DRX will go ahead and break this round win streak that Paper X had established. Get themselves a 4-6 score line. Cash aplenty.
Hi.
Paper X.
Hi.
Not looking to get too silly with it. They'll just back away.
I wouldn't mind seeing Devi go out there and die. Try to get a little bit closer to that lockdown, but
just a caveat the rest of this. Have a follow-up to your statement.
What statement?
It's just I wouldn't mind if you just went and just died in this round. That'd be fine.
Well, yeah. I have reasons for everything.
क्यों save कर रहे भाई? नहीं उनको और नहीं देने और नहीं देने.
You know, you can get closer to the lockdown.
Ashley ने अब तक ult नहीं किया.
Yes.
Hi.
No, I don't disagree. There's still a lot of damage to be dealt. But I think the call is okay. We don't want Bane to get any closer to his lockdown, freeing to that Armageddon as well. Yeah. 2 more rounds to be played out. He's going to poke and prod around mid.
Yeah, spotted.
He's going to die around mid. Mako will be able to find it.
That's okay.
But he already had that pit, so.
Yeah, you give it up to the right person, no biggie. No biggie at all. All right, Estrella has his ult again. Great win there for Bane. Something's just threw his aim off a little bit with some movement. One of those bullets went wide. So a little bit of miss micro there. Cost him potentially against Bane. Operator available. One away from a Blade Storm as well for something. Again, though, a lot of scaling ability here for DRX with this Reckoning.
Orb goes up there in mid. Jing as well, scaling further and further down too, but double face out, and that's going to clear the turret. They keep the op hidden here for the moment.
Aggressive. Bro, it's actually very aggressive.
Mako pinging out the position though, damn near perfectly.
6-all हो सकता है.
But does he know what weapon's behind it?
If they can lock this mid-angle down, this B hit has to be really clean for DRX.
Swoop out.
Beautiful.
No.
Beautiful.
Them off guard. Something brings it out. Now down a player.
B hit ही कर रहे हैं वो लोग. अब तक Estrella का ult use नहीं किए. What are they planning for the ult?
Very quickly gets nullified.
वो देखो ना अभी भी मर गया वो.
Wow. Snipes him out of the skies. 2 kills found for him before getting traded out. 2v4. Tap of the plant. Mako
वो लोग कुछ तो कुक करना है Estrella के ult से. वो लोग कर ही नहीं पा रहे तब से.
But now it's backed away. Spots out Patman. here. Wide swung from Snowman. Mako able to find one, but being unable to find Forsaken. If he hits that shot this round, maybe
Forsaken
doable,
is clean, bro.
It's going to be
Forsaken
Forsaken
is
collecting the final
clean.
2. 7-4. PACIFIC guaranteed the advantage here at the half.
This is just
Yes,
great
use
creative
once.
stuff
Oh,
from the early part of the round again. This time they're showing different looks to DRX. It's been a lot of early A pressure. Goodness gracious, Jing. But that gives them so much map control here. They have that mid, they get that kill. They know that one of the lurkers is dealt with. That allows them to just plant their feet there, and Estrella just pushing forward to try to get the spike down, never gets to use the Reckoning, still has it. Still have the pit. Only one more round to use them.
Oh my god, Chapti.
Shots going a little bit wide. Hyunmin able to chase in, finds that
कैसे
kill.
Chapti दिए वे उसको?
Trying to get himself entrenched here in tube. There's Estrella. Cove down, shock dart avoided there. Goes for a little bit of a safer plant. Minor damage going to be suffered. Now stays in a forward spot. Drone the
Sunset नहीं है VCT में. Nice shot.
Scoped in. Finds Hyunmin.
जमा. अरे यार mid से आ गया.
Fire. Able to find one. Pinches in from mid. Oh
shit भाई, what a push.
Holding this down, keeping his IGL
यार ये
alive.
round मिलता मजा आ जाता 8-4 हो जाता.
Now Mako up over the top. Springs the ultimate trap. And it is just Devi left. DRX 7-5 here in their grasp. There's Devi running out of time and options, and everybody disconnected here away from the site. Even the Armageddon layered in, because why the hell not? Bane will go ahead. Started off the defense there. We'll
PACIFIC का अटैक है भाई. PACIFIC का अटैक है. PACIFIC को 2 round
rescue the half as much as they possibly can. Now he moves to the defense.
Wait, last match भी same score था ना?
This just felt like a hard read from PACIFIC. They're
Chad,
assuming
last
that
match
was
भी
that
same
reckoning
score
there
था ना?
again. The last time they saw it, it did go B, so they're like, okay, surely this time, hey, Patman, you could play a little bit aggressive, maybe get some space, get some map control. Nope, got shot right down.
But तुम लोग को मालूम क्या? ये मैप में ना,
ये
ये मैप में अगर ऐसा काफी है ना, मोमेंटनिज्म वाइज होता है मेरे हिसाब से ये मैच. Shit. ऐड लग गई यार. ब्रेव पे ऐड क्यों लग रही है? काफी मोमेंटनिज्म वाइज होती है. यस ऑप्स इसको चूज करोगे आप? I don't choose you. Please move.
They can bench the bar.
भाई आपका ऐड देखा कैसा था?
I mean, right now, if you're going off this series,
किसको support कर रहा है? Build safe paper है.
From him,
yes,
has been just utterly fantastic.
He has really stepped up,
and I think that's a great sign for PACIFIC. In the long run, if Jing doesn't have to be the hard carry like he was last week,
matches? I don't think so.
Not that he had to be the hard carry there, but if he doesn't have to be, and they can still come out with clean, pretty good victories, convincing victories.
I guess so.
That is going to be a very big boom.
शीशी लगी है यार chat.
Devi, everybody.
अब मैच होने के बाद ही शीशी
firing
करूँगा.
on all cylinders for that PACIFIC team.
सुबह तो गया था, लेकिन फिर भी अब भी कैसा शीशी लगाया क्या पता?
We've been there, and they're gonna stack up pretty heavily over towards A. Alarm bot at the front. Other than that, it's just Hyunmin. Really a anticipation of a B hit, even the harbor wall being put out. But they're going to get a rude awakening here shortly. Just how much damage can Hyunmin do?
As the sheriff in the tailwind.
Shut up, क्या लिख रहे हो भाई? करते नहीं हो क्या?
There's going to be some damage exchange here between the two jets. 9 HP the difference. There's just a couple fishing shots, nothing really going to be found. Salvo's sent out, but Plant still able to be stuck, not quite on the mark. Front box plant here from Forsaken. Dodges out that Teho Util.
Spotted, bhai!
Bane and Estrella. Both dead on the floor. Ping reveal as well as Hyunmin. Completely, utterly spotted out alongside Fring. Mako now re-wrapping around, gets himself towards the rafters. And something collects himself a third kill. Looks for a little bit more, but it won't matter. It's going to be a flawless pistol. PACIFIC.
Flawless pistol round,
2-2
भाई.
in that
Crazy.
regard across this series, but now
क्या बोलते हैं
once
Gamer
again,
भाई?
up by 3 rounds.
God. Something just so
पिन
clean
मैसेज
here.
देखी गेमर ग्रेड भाई की ऐड आई है आज आईपीएल में आने वाली थी लेकिन आईपीएल एक हफ्ते आगे ढकेल दिया है.
They've got DRX just completely bamboozled.
आता थांबायचं नाही मूवी बघितलीस का? नाही रे, माझा मित्र एक बघून आला तो बोलला लय भारी आहे
You know,
बघून.
and right after the harbor wall had been used, so it's a good timing as well for PACIFIC. Just kind of waiting for the clock to tick down. That's when they make their strike. A little bit of extra utility even squeezed out of DRX before they get there. So the retake just never had any legs. I mean, Jing waiting there with a paranoia at screens, the recon util good, something good, all good. Hard to do it better than that.
Just Mako alone here, on site for the moment. Tucks back behind as Paranoia went across. DRX quick to try to pivot and get into position here.
अरे अरे आराम से सांस लेके भाई.
Biggest firepower that they have.
गन मत गिव अवे करीस.
Down to 60. Push out. Shots flying. Him and somehow with the class.
मत करो भाई ये राउंड करो
I don't know
प्लीज.
by the bundles as Plant is not yet in. Forsaken pushing forward. He's trying to bait Hyunmin out here on the peak. The retap now coming through.
गया राउंड ये गया राउंड ये राउंड गया भाई पीछे आ जाओ प्लीज.
Forsaken draws down the Guardian. Needs a bit more damage. Just
ठीक
finds a
है
second.
nice goated all right clean up
Someone
baby.
rescued as Forsaken scrapes by with 3 HP
गन उठाओ.
remaining.
ए क्या हो रहा है? सब पे गन है ना?
Well, that was probably a little messier than you'd like it as PACIFIC, but you get there in the end. Forsaken now going to be your top fragger. Well, tied with something, but top KD. Disgusting. Patman under tube. Ooh, hits a couple nasty ones.
Melo खेलो ना please. सुषमा जी मैं वॉच पार्टी कर रही हूँ.
Selection of half armors here for the side of DRX. It's only Hyunmin with full.
If only they had gotten an outlaw. What a Guardian. Also
wouldn't be uncommon for something on the attack.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Maybe it would be a good choice here, but whatever.
Oh, what in the... Mako.
Yeah.
Can someone explain this?
Oh.
I swear he just
knows.
Thank you, Gold Bhai.
Gotta be careful there, Jing.
Yeah, head would have been spotted up over the top as well there from Hyunmin. Paranoia.
Goat is
Quite
backside.
connected onto the jet either way. Something forced
अच्छा
to
नहीं
reposition. Goes out with a tailwind. Jing tries to plant his feet. Bane is there. 2 guns pointed
मेरे को
out.
अभी भी PACIFIC डिफेंस ही कर रही है.
Coming up with 2.
Oh, ऊपर दबाई भाई.
Back a bit. Makes it a bit more costly here for the side of
कोई
DRX.
दिक्कत की बात नहीं है. Good bonus.
DRX not going to allow for a bonus conversion. Keep the gap to just 3 rounds.
I mean, what it signals to me with Mako when he does stuff like this is that he just does a ton of VOD review, and he just knows where players are
हार्बर
going
को
to sit.
असिस्ट इसलिए मिला क्योंकि हार्बर ने वो वॉल काटी थी और हार्बर का वॉल के थ्रू वो आया ना और फिर टप्पा खाया इसलिए.
So well done. Okay, so bonus
स्मोकर्स को वैसा असिस्ट मिलता है.
Going to go the way of PACIFIC after they win their pistol like
तो
it
कब
did on
खेलेगा
bonus.
वेलो? Monday.
But like 3 players have full armor.
Yeah, it feels like maybe a round late compared to when you would
Monday
like to have
or
had
Tuesday?
it, but still an opportunity for it to do some heavy damage here. And even if you get the body shot.
You know what else would do heavy damage? A train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe one day we'll get a train map in Valorant and there's a train that just drives through the middle and you have to avoid it.
I'm okay with that.
It's at a certain time of the round. Well, see, there you go.
Chappy.
Might not be a kill, but he got Hyunmin at 10 HP. He's not going to be looking for any peaks.
At least something भाई आप थोड़े से हो क्या?
Eventually is able to take him down though. Doesn't suffer any additional damage either. As lobbing on the nano, going to be too late to try to really find any punish damage there onto the plant. Patman now very deep late lurk around this B site. Mako at risk of getting caught. As all sites from DRX are currently trained forward here on this position. Estrella is moments away from potentially dying. Patman striking now from behind, finds one base. Similarly dead at screens. Something going to be picked up, but the cleanup
Crazy
is there.
round, crazy
The outlaw
lurk
finds its
by
value. PACIFIC get themselves up
भाई
to
मेरे को
double
उसने
digits.
अल्ट कर दिया एस्ट्रेया ने तो अभी जमापुर हो सकता है और उनका फ्लैंक है वो ऐसा लगा मेरे को एक सेकंड के लिए.
There at the end.
Crazy.
Sacrifices himself for the cause so his teammates can get these kills. Good opening outlaw shot. Sets up that opening kill.
enemy
And
remaining.
then they just flood onto site. Reckoning be damned.
किधर है
PACIFIC getting ever so close. Timeout here.
दिखी क्या?
A lot of pressure on Termi and DRX to get this turned around and turned around quickly. By the way,
भाई इनजो को क्या हुआ? क्या पता यार, गई वो गेम.
Go ahead.
I was listening to your broadcast last week.
Yeah, what was the problem?
Hello,
Well, first of
Hasbao.
all,
Congrats for the ad. Much
You
deserved.
said
Love you.
whoever's sitting next to you, you'll back them up.
बहुत पीछे है,
Unless
अच्छा.
it's me.
Yeah.
A.
Have you not noticed that yet?
No, I have, but
After all these years.
this is a bitch.
हर्ष भाई मैं आपको बहुत पहले से देख रहा हूँ. आप सबसे बेस्ट प्लेयर हो. टेंस तो यूं ही ओवररेटेड है. आपको खेलना चाहिए सेंटिनल्स में.
You
और
made a pun last week. Okay, this is what actually upsets me.
love you.
made
Thank
a
you so
pun.
much for that
did.
message, my Korean
And I
fans.
immediately regretted it.
I'm so jealous
Yeah.
of Komodo right now.
Because I made a pun in front of him.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Well,
You're the one who's going to be judged in the long run.
I guess you're just gonna have to suck it up and move on with your life.
I mean, that's really the only choice I have. So yes.
It's good to have you back.
Yeah. Good to be back.
All right, well, scattered by
That
here
was
for
real,
scattered
Chad. That was
DRX.
actually real.
It's PACIFIC looking to take some very aggressive space.
नहीं लाला नहीं. उनका लो पाए भाई.
With that kill,
Come on, bro.
Similarly
ये राउंड
on the
निकाल
forward
लेते,
peak,
जीत जाते भाई.
find something.
6-11 हो जाता.
Top down herd. There's Divide up over the top. Not
और
quite
इसको बहुत
spotted, but
nice.
not noticing. This Batman's head was just minorly exposed there over the top of that harbor wall.
Nice. Batman danger है भाई.
Crazy. Bring
डंडी
out
बना के
dead.
मार रहा
Just the one hero rifle in play. The drop down. 10 men able to
है.
find
Nice.
one more kill here with it, but Bane now
2v2.
back sight.
One enemy remaining.
Jumps
क्या
out, but no,
बात
it's
है भाई.
Batman who rushes forward.
सुषमा
Mako
जी
now
कल की
arriving.
स्ट्रीम का एंडिंग पार्ट देखिए.
Knows where he's at, sends out the bite. Clear the recon. Then look at the try to double face, and Mako cannot find it. Batman with a massive
Batman
four-piece.
saving the round by
Denying
crazy.
any heroics. DRX can get damage, but they cannot get the round win.
Just, I mean, a good start here for DRX. They're up 5-3. Batman puts on the mask and the cloak, goes hero mode.
अभी
absolutely
स्क्रिप्ट
ridiculous
चालू होगी
stuff.
चैट.
Goodness.
अभी
He has
स्क्रिप्ट चालू
been
होगी देखो.
Such a find here for PACIFIC, and he is fitting in so well. 16-9 now on the Viper.
Ooh,
2
just like me,
rounds
baby.
For PACIFIC to go
Oh.
to Masters Toronto.
Oh,
Gunman. Solid start as Jin gets taken down. The Hunter's Fury in reply here for Forsaken.
What, W ult,
Getting the
W
hit.
ult बनता है,
Straight up
W
gonna be
ult.
taken down. A 1-for-1 exchange at the end of it all. Smokes for walls. Batman on the corner here of the window. Peeks out, alerts. Bane's sights now turned over towards mid.
He didn't clear it initially. They wait a little bit.
Goes for it now.
Got to check kitchen. You got to make sure you didn't walk past.
Stealth drone, nothing spotted. Forsaken does make his way across the mid. Thought maybe they would double back after the drone. Doesn't see anything. But Bane at risk here being caught, but it's a little bit of early damage and tucks back.
भाई
around
वो
the corner.
डर रहा है Bane
Unable to
fight लेने
find
इससे.
that kill. We'll just go ahead, slide his way
Bro,
through
बहुत
two.
अच्छा
And now
repositioning,
has catch
बहुत
Mako.
अच्छा
Pitched up over the
repositioning
top.
भाई.
Gunman
What?
a little bit too late. The shots did not get found.
Crazy.
Spring eventually will be able to find something.
Goated भाई साहब GG हो जाएगा ये गेम में. GG भाई. अगला राउंड जीत नहीं पाएंगे ये लोग. Let's freaking go.
Cuts down
Nico आ गया भाई.
The bank account's empty. PACIFIC 1 round away from getting themselves over to a Masters in 2-0 fashion.
Insane.
Dude, this round is all Patman. The way he is playing this
भाई
tube
Patman
is so
player
good.
है
The
भाई.
trickery he is employing. Popping the
उसने
turret,
क्या
sliding
aggress
back
किया
down,
भाई,
using
crazy.
his poison cloud to slide under the tube, catching him completely off guard. The timings, the movement, the efficiency. Dude, Patman, that is brilliant work.
Huh?
Now Divide, just gonna hold the line. Knives out.
Gunman over the top, just below him there is something. Drops down, gets ping revealed. Gunman now.
No shield vandal लिए ला भाई. Mako ने.
Similarly thinking twice about working their way forward into that site. Pit available for a post plant. No ults to speak of at the moment here for the side of DRX. And Armageddon, if Freeing can find a kill.
They've taken just enough time. They threw out one single smoke over at Pipes. That's got DRX at least leaning an extra player back over towards A. Drone as well. So PACIFIC really trying to sell that they're still thinking about A.
Something shield क्यों नहीं लिया?
And we can see this
हाँ
is certainly more of a B hit. I like to change of position here for Bane. A little bit further back in kitchen.
Oh my God, जरूरत ही नहीं है ना भाई को.
I thought maybe it would be at risk if the op could get onto a wider angle, but something has just been so damn clean.
Timing.
The drift under two, Freeing turning back, but does he get
Bro,
timinged?
heavy
Batman on the hunt, but Freeing finds a headshot.
अभी इस पे ult आ
Armageddon
गया.
now at the ready, sends it
Bro,
over
what
towards
ult?
Youngman.
Bro,
Updrafted,
shit.
Forsaken gonna be taken
घुमा
down.
लिया round.
As the ult goes across, Paranoia not connecting,
Go
but
take.
something's blades do.
Dave, I
Falls
go.
down to 8 HP. And it's he and Jing.
3v2.
Duelist duo to try to see if they can keep this from going on a little bit longer, but they cannot. Bane will find 3 kills to keep DRX afloat.
Huggy.
5 rounds in a row is what's needed, though, to try to take this into overtime.
Huge step up here from the DRX players. Some of their individual moments. Even though you lose one early, Freeing, great recognition. Immediate understanding from DRX. They got to be watching for Patman under that tube. He's found ways to slip the net. And they got to be diligent.
Heavy whiff.
Bane, good stuff. There's still hope here. We've seen what DRX can do. We saw it on Lotus. They can run rounds together. They can challenge. Hyunmin with the op. Lockdown for Bane.
ये round
op as well for Device still.
important था क्या?
Let's see what PACIFIC has in store.
Heaven पे.
TP deep over at Snowman. Mako sights him.
Oh shit, bro, इसको.
Position for a brief little moment at least. He's holding close, catches a glimpse, and something's gonna be taken down. Reads it incredibly well.
अरे भाई.
Mako turns back.
Direct पांचवा गिरी डालता है ना. अभी इको आ जाएगा, क्या करेंगे? बैठो अभी, कमबैक खाएंगे अभी ये लोग भाई, कमबैक खाने वाले.
Looking to at least bring it to 4 remaining chances.
I'd just save here as PACIFIC, to be honest.
रिकॉन किधर गया? हेवन में मार कर सब क्या होता है किधर गया? या शायद इंस्टेंटली तोड़ दिए वो लोग.
As there's a reset on the aim.
Oh hell nah, bro. इसने hope क्यों निकाल दिया?
And the call to save might just
Naviar को
have to be
cut.
made here. As the spike is out in no man's land.
OT.
There should be no world where
This
Devi
is
does this.
OT. Hello.
He's gonna make a go for it, maybe. Just get
Stream
out
कर रहा
of
है
it.
बोलो ना.
This is long since over.
He's been having a hell of a day, but this might be a bit of a stretch. So we'll just go ahead, save, go for the operator. Has no idea if there's anybody flanking him here. And we'll just play this out as quietly as he possibly can. 20 seconds to go by. DRX will get themselves an 8th round win.
Yeah, they just shut the door here on B. Mako not fooled at all. You cannot fool the master. He's one of the best in the business when it comes to smoke trickery. And he is just head on a swivel, ready to go for an attempted kind of cheeky crunch play from the side of PACIFIC, and wins his duel against something and immediately turns his attention back towards Jing. This is, what a timing there as well.
अरे important call था भाई लोग.
Cloud is blooming. Makes it a lot harder for something to react. All right.
इको आ गया यार.
Timeout now.
Timeout.
Gonna assume PACIFIC. Talk about this a little bit more. It's the first one they've had to use.
जल्दी जीत जाओ ना भाई. अरे हार्ट अटैक देना जरूरी है क्या?
I mean, when you look back at the round sheet, how
अरे
this is
टिकट
developed.
निकल सकती है भाई अभी भी जमापुर की तुम्हारी.
Started off the half.
जाना नहीं है टोरंटो.
So now
घर की याद आ रही जिंग भाई तुमको?
looking to pump the brakes here.
ठीक है.
For just a
ठीक है
moment.
ठीक है ठीक है.
And get those gears turning again to try to bring this.
This round is GG.
To a conclusion.
This round is GG.
OT to avoid.
ये राउंड इको है, लेकिन फिर भी GG होने वाला है, देखते हैं.
Both of these teams have to be prepared for another series tomorrow, a longer one at that. There's the loser here, or the winner here, I should say, has to go up against RRQ. The loser is done until stage 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's a grueling.
Please, अगर मैं अपनी बंदी से बात कर रहा हूँ तो ये चैट में GF लिखना जरूरी है. मैं तो खुले में बोल रहा हूँ तुमको कि मैं कर रहा हूँ बंदी से बात मेरे. तो प्लीज रिस्पेक्ट दैट फैक्ट. अंडरपैंड. तुम्हारी नहीं है तो क्या हुआ?
Well, Pit immediately going to be invested here from Mako. Not wanting to give this round up, has the judge, but has to backpedal. That forces him out from the moment. As something gets quite a bit of damage in. Mako down at 54, just from that frenzy at mid-range.
इतने खराब चैट है ना भगवान, ये हगासों को सद्बुद्धि दे प्लीज, ये पापी लोगों को इनकी सजाएं मत दे भगवान प्लीज, ये बहुत पापी लोग हैं। क्या बात है दवाई, क्या बात है।
Hand to the sky for Patman. Ready to send out that bite. That's the start. The lockdown sent.
अबे उन पे भी रिटेकल से बे 50
in kind here from the defender's side. Just looking to try to disrupt his Mako.
क्या बात है?
Trying to find any kind of damage that he could possibly get. Bite going to be layered in. He'll
भाई
get taken
something
down,
देखो.
Forsaken. Tagged up a bit as something is going to be detained. But Bane hasn't noticed. Quite just
something?
yet, he has not turned back.
Shit,
does.
yaar.
Moments before something would have gained his weapon. 2 kills going to be found. Player advantage now for the side of DRX.
Plan down है.
Still though, the operator in hand for the buy. Paranoia sent out. Lion's share of the players able to dodge that one with the nano swarm.
Nice!
Betrayal.
Nice!
And Jing
Got it, baby!
will find the last kill.
They're going Toronto.
All aboard, ladies and gentlemen. The train is for real. PACIFIC have qualified to Masters Toronto. The final seed, the final team from Pacific. They are back on the global stage once again.
The rumors of PACIFIC's demise have been greatly exaggerated. They are back, ladies and gentlemen. What a performance they put on here today. A 2-0, a run through the playoffs.
Double use in the chat, baby.
And it doesn't look that different to how it has in the past. They are fragging out.
Heavy form था. PACIFIC का heavy form था. WC in the chat for PACIFIC. But deep inside, I feel कि PACIFIC Masters में इतना अच्छा perform नहीं कर पाएगी. That's just my feeling that says from inside me. But I'm happy they are qualified for Masters. I love this team. I love this team since day one. But I deep inside feel
will be making his way onto the international stage. And what a trajectory for this young player it has been from getting picked
भाई
up.
कुछ भी हो, Patman W in the chat. ये दोनों क्यों नहीं कर रही है सेम? पैटमैन ने खेला है भाई, क्या खेला है पैटमैन ने. वाट लगा दी, यड़ भगा दी. Dangerously optimistic and majoristic players. Tomorrow, we'll see best of 5 between PACIFIC and RRQ. It will be an obnoxious game, but I hope PACIFIC makes it through. जिस हिसाब से RRQ आज खेली है उस हिसाब से थोड़ा डायबोलिसिफाइंग तो लग रहा है मेरे को. अचानक DRX का ऐसा डाउनफॉल कैसे आ गया बे? I don't know. No one knows, I guess. Finally, PACIFIC is back. PACIFIC OP in the chat. Muskan ji, thank you for another 60 rupees. Double use in the chat for Muskan ji. Thank you for the 60 रुपए. तेरे जैसे इंग्लिश कैसे बात करना है, कहाँ से सीखना है? तो एक नया चैनल बनाना पड़ेगा अभी. हर्ष टीचिंग्स. क्या बोलते हो? हर्ष टीचिंग्स करके एक नया चैनल बनाना पड़ेगा. That was an obnoxious game, guys. GG's. Thank you so much for watching. अबे हर्ष सिखा रहा है नहीं होगा ना वो चैनल का नाम हगासो. कैसे हर्ष सिखा रहा है क्यों होगा? सुनो क्यों नहीं होगा, क्योंकि वो इंग्लिश स्पीकिंग क्लास होगा ना. छी यार तुम्हारी छोटी सोच. इंग्लिश स्पीकिंग क्लास का नाम हर्ष सिखा रहा है कैसे हो सकता है? Very, very, very small souls, you guys. Very small, you guys. 1.3 के लाइक्स के करीब है हम लोग. लाइक कर देना आप लोग अगर आप नए हो तो. और हर्ष बना रहा है पे स्ट्रीम होगी रात को 11:30 बजे, तब आ जाना. अगर आप लोगों ने व्लॉग नहीं देखा तो हर्ष घूम रहा है करके अब मेरा चैनल है व्लॉगिंग का. वहाँ पे व्लॉग देख सकते हो। मेरी फर्स्ट एवर टीवी की एड शूट थी, उसके लिए मैं गया था, और वो अगर ऐड देखनी है तो पिन मैसेज में उसकी लिंक है। Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. VCT PACIFIC. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. See you guys later. Bye bye.